All right, guys,
What's
we
up?
are here. We are here. Where are we at exactly right now, by the way?
Yep. We are at the Chargers Bolt Family end of the year bash with with a lot of people from all over Thunder Alley, and we actually got a special guest with us today.
Let's go.
Right now, actually, you guys if you just showed up, you actually just saw a preview of him, and we are joined now with Larry Miller.
No, Anthony Miller.
Anthony Miller.
Miller.
Yeah,
Larry.
Larry.
I was
like
like,
Larry because my first name is Lawrence.
Oh,
Lawrence Anthony
was it?
Miller.
Hey, that's what it is.
Lawrence Anthony Miller,
That's
but
what it
I
is.
always went by my middle name,
Oh, really?
Oh,
Anthony Miller.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I was like, man, what does this dude know me a little more than he does?
Hey, you know
You
what?
got birth
Hey,
certificates or something?
You know
what's
Yeah,
going on here?
Yeah.
I'm a creature of the internet, so I dig in there a little bit more.
100%.
Yeah.
Is it called like Lucky? No.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, how's it going, man?
So good.
Yeah, this is a great little crowd coming out here. Been around some of my ex-teammates. Natron Means,
gosh.
it's great
Love
to
it.
see him.
Love it.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Natron means business.
Nature means business.
Yeah.
Did you have a nickname when you played? Like, what was your
Man,
nickname?
they used to be right over by the end zone. It used to be Miller time. I don't know if you guys used to see
let's
that.
go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it was a big old banner. I never did get a chance to meet the person that would bring it to the game, but I would see it every game hanging down. You know, my family would get all excited about that and everything.
That's awesome. Miller time. I like that.
Miller time is always a good time, right?
Crush a
Oh,
Brewski
yeah,
as well, too.
definitely.
Crush a Brewski. I love it.
Yeah.
5-time Pro Bowls. I mean, Miller time's a great time. So, let's talk about some of the, players that are currently in the league. Do you kind of see players that are similar to your style?
Well, it's hard to say because you have some of these fast guys besides Hill, because I think that dude is special.
Yeah.
I sit there and watch it. It's like I'm playing a John Madden game.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff that guy does, But it's really hard to say because there's not too many fast guys that can catch the ball. What I can catch the ball anywhere on the field.
Yeah, right.
And everybody forgets I used to run kickoff returns too.
Love it.
First couple of years, I ran back a couple of them.
Yeah.
So I was very versatile.
Love it. And you got to be that way in the NFL, I feel, right now. You can't be a one-trick pony, right?
Man, yeah. And I'm trying to tell you, I wish I was playing now because the intimidation for receivers is gone. You're not really worried about going across the middle and worrying about a guy knocking you out.
No doubt.
And then the equipment that they wear nowadays is just crazy. I think I would have ran a 4-3, probably a 4-2-1. I did run a 4-2-7, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That is hypersonic.
Wasn't the Combine recently 4.22?
4.22 was the record.
The record, right?
Yeah. I mean, but I think we get kind of thrown off again because I remember when I was at the Combine, we had turf shoes, baggy shorts, and baggy shirts and everything. And now everything is aerodynamic, and man, these kids are fast and got bigger and stronger. But just like I said, the intimidation is out the game. I don't think Ronnie Lott, Dennis Smith, Steve Atwater back in the day, it'd be a little different for them.
100%.
So I was curious to know what kind of wide receiver do you think actually exemplifies your play style from back in the day?
Yeah.
Man, I look at let me see, that is a big time player, and only thing I can say is speed would be Hill.
Yeah.
As far as possession and catching the ball, I really like the guy from Oakland.
Devontae Adams?
Devontae Adams.
That guy's
Yeah.
I used to study Jerry Rice, even though he wasn't a real fast guy, but the way he ran his routes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why I say routes, because I thought at the time when I played, I ran really good routes.
Fantastic.
So-
That's huge.
So-
That's it. Yeah.
I think it's a combination of a lot of these guys, I mean, I like, well, he's not going there, but I love Steve Smith. I wasn't his type of player, but I just like the way he played the game.
real gritty kind of guy.
He was.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
gritty.
He played with a chip on his shoulder.
I love it.
So that's probably the closest thing. I've always played with a chip on my shoulder.
Fantastic.
You know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I have a question. So how has the game changed from when you played to now? I mean, I know we talked about the equipment and everything like that, but as far as analytics concerns, all the above, kind of what's your take on it? How it's just evolved?
Well, we could say the analytics part of it is very different.
Right.
I'm still old school.
Yeah.
I don't think, watching the Chargers, you should be going for it on your own 18-yard line, even though it's an inch left.
We talked about that
And you got 3/4 left.
Yep.
That is a little different. But just like I said, the intimidation factor of it, you can't get hit. And another thing would be training camp.
Yeah.
Training camp is a lot different from when I played. That usually, if you ask any player during my era, the worst thing was training camp. 5 weeks. I remember my first year, we went 17 days, 2-a-days, full gear. They were hitting in 7-on-7, and they were hitting in they were hitting in team.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's crazy to think about what that would be. 2-a-days, full pads. Now it's like, all right, you got selected days that are going to be in training camp now.
Yes.
I mean, different era. For
Yeah.
sure. I mean, back then it was like, hey, you got an injury, put some dirt on it, get up and go. It was a great era.
It was a grind.
Yeah.
And I played 10 years. I only missed 5 games my whole career.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Wow.
10 years.
See, and that's how the game has changed. We were chatting with Natron last night, and he's like, "Man, I just thought, man, you're hurt. Just put some dirt on it and go."
Oh
Now
yeah,
it's like- now
you
it's
gotta
like, oh,
play,
I gotta
learn how to
move.
play. I mean,
Yeah.
I done played where I had to, shoot my foot up, shoot my ribs up.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't do that now.
No,
You
a
gotta-
little
you gotta-
different.
you
These
gotta
dudes
calm.
they get a little Band-Aid. They out 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, that's an interesting conversation.
Yeah, 100%. Asking about the draft.
Yes.
Chargers. 5th pick right now. Anthony, you're on the clock.
Yep.
What are you thinking right now for the Chargers? I mean, keeping up
I
with the
think they
Chargers.
maybe
Final question.
a lineman, offensive line, defensive lineman. I think that'll fit them. I mean, they might have to get a running back.
Yep.
I think they got to fulfill that. I'm not for sure if they're going to bring back their running back. So I'm not, not really for sure.
Yeah.
But I think start off with that.
Awesome.
Maybe last question.
That was probably
Well, one last question. So, what do you know about Jim Harbaugh? How are Charger fans going to see the team change with Jim Harbaugh compared to what we've seen these past few years?
It's so funny because, I played against Harbaugh.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, and I played in Pro Bowls.
Chicago,
One of my
right?
Pro Bowls, I played with him.
Yep.
But what I know, he's one of those guys that grits and get down. Done well at the pro level when he was with San Francisco. Led them to I think he led them to a Super Bowl.
He did.
I think it'll be a better definitely a step up in the right direction.
Yeah.
100%.
Like I said, a few things. I think he'll get them where the direction they need to be going.
I love that.
But we still haven't forgot though what I told you guys.
Anthony Miller, let's talk about Ring of Honor.
I'm very upset that they have not put me in there when I'm seeing guys that go in that are not in the same quality that I was. You figure 6 years, 4 Pro Bowls, running back, couple kickoffs, returns,
100%,
leading the lead the first couple of years in the top 3 as far as kickoff return. And like I said, 6 years,
Yeah. Yeah.
4 Pro Bowls. And as I left, I was second in catches and second in yardage for the Chargers.
That's a good point.
Let's go. Hey, Spanoses, let's talk.
You got to
Let's
make this
talk.
happen. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
make this
mean,
happen.
Talk to our man here,
it's
Anthony Miller.
frustrating when you're seeing guys that I know didn't do the things I did for your organization,
100%.
and you guys haven't taken care of me.
100%. And I'm all with you on that, man. And then last year, obviously, they had a couple players that they threw in the Ring of Honor.
Right.
You need to be in the Ring of Honor upcoming.
Yeah, I
season
hope
so
we
they
can
happen.
push it and get it going because I think I really deserve it.
Yep.
100%.
I'm 58. I want to be able to be there, and have my kids see this. And my mom is 81. I would love for her to see this, not from up there, but from down here.
Yep.
I like that
Amen
idea.
to that, man.
Amen,
Let's make
amen.
that happen.
All right. Well, thank you so much for jumping on with us for a minute. Yeah.
100%.
Quick little comment here. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you're working on now.
Audio vault is something that's going to be special It's nothing out there. I'll give you a simple example of one of the things we do. We can be in the stadium, and you don't need any code or anything like that. You just register for it. Now, we'll say is Keenan Allen catches a winning touchdown. It'll pop up. You can get a Keenan Allen jersey for 20% out, and it'll go straight to your house.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm in.
This thing, I would love for you guys to do your research. If you guys like to talk to me afterwards,
100%.
I can kind of tell you what we're doing. And it's something that once you find out, nobody's doing it.
I love it. I love it. Hey,
How do they reach out to you on this, by the way? I know we're trying to.
I have a number you can call.
Okay.
It's 844-DATA-400-00.
Yep. Excellent. Ask for Anthony Miller, man.
Anthony Miller.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, man, excited to be able to have Anthony Miller here.
100%.
You know, we're looking forward to him to be able to get into the Ring of Honor.
Ring of Honor.
For the
Needs to happen.
Chargers. He must.
Yeah, we got to
get the
start
Ring of Honor.
pushing it. I'm getting
happen,
older.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
What's wrong with this?
Let's go.
Come on, let's make it happen.
All right.
Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank
so
you.
much.
I appreciate
You
it,
are the
guys.
best.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys have a blessed day. I
Yep.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good talking. Good talking.
Good talk.
Thank
Good
you.
talk.
Yep.
We'll talk more. 100%.
Let's go.
Oh, there we go.
Let's go.
Sheesh.
Man, oh man.
What's up?
What's going
How
on?
we doing?
We got a bunch of people just joining in.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah.
100%.
So, man, great to be able to chat with Anthony Miller, man. An absolute legend. Once again, he's a guy that absolutely needs to be in the Ring of Honor. It's kind of weird to think he's not in the Ring of Honor.
I would have thought he would have been there
I
already.
thought he was already in there, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Tripped me
It's
out.
a little weird.
Tripped me out. So, man, awesome to be able to talk to him. And we're going to have more
Right.
guests here the whole time
So,
here,
yeah.
guys.
Yeah, we're gonna have up next. We're gonna have like Natron Means, I believe, and then we'll have Sean Merriman later, and then also Antonio Gates is gonna join the show a little bit later. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
And, you know, we are going to be having a lot of different various guests here, too, by the way.
Yep.
So we got a lot of other people that are be just showing up. And once again, this stream might be kind of long.
Yeah, this could be a long time. This
it-
could be a bit of a
The worst thing,
a journey in excitement and endurance. There we go. Endurance. That's the right word. That's an
Yeah.
excitement.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, I do live streams for like 2 hours at a time, like on Wednesdays. Y'all some babies, trying to say, oh, it's 3
That's a
hours
good point.
long.
That's a good point. We like it short and sweet.
Yeah.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
oh
like
man!
that.
Yeah.
But we're here, guys, and this is awesome.
Okay.
It's almost like a mini Thunder Alley here right now,
It is.
and it's awesome, guys. So
Yeah.
we're
Actually, we can flip the screen around here. You can show everybody.
take a look and just see what everybody's kind of doing here, guys.
We're gonna show NFL Mike's butt right now.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah,
NFL
NFL Mike's butts right there.
NFL Mike,
You wanna
NFL
change
Mike,
it?
you're on
Change it.
camera.
NFL Mike, what's up? Say
But,
hello.
You know,
Yeah.
once again, guys, we got a lot of people kind of here hanging out. We got autographs here, situated, everything too. And we got a special guest coming in right now too, by the way.
NFL Mike.
Yeah.
NFL Mike
Hola.
is in the house. Hola,
this is my camera
¿cómo
here?
estás?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that is your camera. There you are, my friend.
Nice. Hi guys. What's
NFL
up?
Mike.
How we doing?
What's up? I'll
Yeah.
see you guys in person finally.
Yeah, man. Man, it's great to have you here, man. This is an awesome event thus far.
Yeah.
And we're just
100%.
starting this event, by
Yeah.
the way. So
I
it's-
walked in and I heard the music. I was like, it's probably over there.
Yeah.
Probably over there.
Good guess. Good guess. But what's new? What's new for you, man?
Yeah,
What's
how you
going
been?
down?
Nothing much. Just living it up. Trying to keep getting content out there.
Right.
Keep
Love
making videos about all 32 teams, but talk shit about 31 teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaning a little bit more towards the Bolts and
Yeah, a little
positivity.
bit
you know?
of bias.
Yeah,
a little
love
bit
it,
of
love
bias
I love it.
on my unbiased NFL pages.
Yeah, 100%. So what's your thoughts? Obviously, as a Charger fan, this is an unprecedented base offseason thus far for us.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh coming here.
Yeah.
Greg Roman is kind of been one of those hot button type of situations. You got Minter coming over here.
Yep.
You got Michigan essentially coming over here. What's the draft going to be like? Tell me about your hype, your feeling of what's gone thus far in this offseason.
I mean, I'm hyped, obviously. I've been alive for 26 years now, and I don't think I've seen the Chargers really take the steps necessary
Yeah.
to where their moves and their aggressiveness and everything that's been good about the team as far as getting talent onto the roster can be used to its max.
Yeah.
And I think that I've never had a situation for the Chargers in my life like this where it feels like things might start to be ran functionally as far as the organization goes.
100%.
So it just seems like with a bunch of situations over many years and years of being a Chargers fan that we haven't had an adult in the room. We haven't had anyone
Oh my gosh, that's a great way to
perfect
put
with
it.
way to
some
put it.
power,
100%.
with some words that have meaning.
Yes.
It seems like we've had guys that have said, yes, sir, we will do that.
Well, and and it also seems like also the San Diego Charger fans are starting to come back now too.
Yes.
Jim Harbaugh played for the Chargers. I just think this was
Coached
the right.
San Diego College.
Yes, yes, and I think this is absolutely the right move.
Yep.
It had to happen. And again, the offense is going to be different. A lot of players are going to be like, "Oh man, we're not going to see a lot of Herbert." But I'm like, you know what? In an NFL offense nowadays, you don't want to throw the ball 40 times.
Yeah.
And that's what it was all on Herbert's shoulders. And hey,
Yeah.
go win us the game, buddy. Now, hey, let's get the rest of the team to support you. So I'm excited.
And I think that's a little bit of an overreaction.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh knows just because he's a run-first offense typically,
Yeah.
or his teams have famously leaned on the running game,
Yeah.
does not mean that Jim Harbaugh didn't come to this team for Justin Herbert.
100%.
And he came to this team because he knows what he has at quarterback. He's
Yeah.
going to use him still.
Yeah.
So that 40 per game or that 45 per game that we're used to seeing, just because we had no run game, is going to go down. But it's going to go down to 33, guys.
Yes.
Or 35.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not dipping below 30. I can
Yep.
guarantee that.
100%.
Well, because the truth is, like, when the game's on the line, who are you going to trust with the ball? The running back or the quarterback?
Exactly.
Yeah. You
Exactly.
need to get down the field fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he knows that's what's going to separate this team is if Justin Herbert can play like he's played in the last couple of years. We don't even need him to take this huge leap forward. He just needs to keep being consistent, keep playing the way he's playing. A lot of people were giving him a lot of flack last year. I think the Chargers got unlucky in some games.
we did.
Really bad situational football.
Yeah.
Herbert himself, he played pretty well still
He did.
in his worst year.
Yeah, with a broken finger the whole season.
Yeah.
And then he finally ended the season with a completely broken end of
Yep.
his finger.
And went into every game, I think, with a new receiving core.
Yes.
It seems like every game he didn't know who was going to be out there.
Yeah, 100%. And I was going to say one thing, too, about Jim Harbaugh. A lot of people kind of talk about, all right, you think about his era at UCSD, whatever quarterback he had at that time. Stanford, Andrew Luck, phenomenal quarterback, right? Goes to the
Crazy.
Niners. Kaepernick, Alex Smith
Yep.
to deal with that. And obviously, so on and so forth. He hasn't had that elite guy outside of Andrew Luck, but that's like where you hang your hat on a little bit about the Greg Roman offense with an elite quarterback.
Right.
Not obviously Greg Roman was with like Lamar Jackson and everything too. He did his thing, but Justin Herbert's built different.
Yep.
He's built
Built
different.
different.
He's built different. So I'm really kind of basing this era going to be like what it was like at Stanford more than anything. I think it's going to be a great era to watch. Great
can't
era
wait.
to watch.
So,
I can't wait.
so question. I know we always do a mock draft. You probably saw that on our
Yep.
live yesterday. So, okay, fifth pick. We stick and pick, or do we trade back? What do you think the Chargers should do, and who should we go after? What's
GM NFL Mike right now.
GM
Let's go.
NFL Mike. GM
Right.
NFL Mike. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. Every year it seems like the Chargers are blessed and cursed with so many options.
Yeah.
They can go so many different directions with this. But I think, what do you think I think is going to happen, or do I want to happen?
Well, maybe both. How about that?
Let's give him. Can we get both? Can we have
Yeah,
a cake and eat it too?
Yeah, I want both.
You know?
I want to hear,
Okay.
I want to hear both.
What I think is going to happen is I think that Harbaugh, I think Ortiz, I think that the organization is going to be satisfied with the picks that they get from a Khalil Mack trade, which rumors are swirling that they're
Yes.
probably going to get something done for that.
Keep hearing about that.
They're going to be okay with maybe getting some picks for Mike Williams. We don't know for sure what the plan is with the wide receiver room. Joey Bosa. We don't know exactly what legends, I should say, what players whose contracts have reached the point where we can't hold on to them, what we're going to get for them. So I think they're going to evaluate what they get for those star players and really look back and say, let's get an elite player at 5th overall.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and draft the best receiver available and lock that in with Herbert, with Quentin Johnson, which I think people are giving up on him way too soon.
I agree.
I think that's
100%.
what's going to happen. I think it's going to be Malik Neighbors. It's going to be a sliding Marvin Harrison if the quarterbacks start to go, or it's going to maybe even be Rome Odunze, who seems like the personality stylistic fit, but the other guys seem like the talent fits, obviously. What do I want to happen? I think that the best way that the Chargers can improve the offense is to improve the rushing attack.
Yeah,
but I know
Big time.
that at the fifth pick, if they stay in draft there, there's only like one tackle that you could maybe say is worth that pick. A guard, maybe, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, in that situation, I think the best way to improve the rushing attack is to solidify the tight end position.
Yeah.
And I think that Brock Bowers would be the perfect of both worlds, where you could get a guy that's going to help out in the run game, going to help out in the play action game, and he's going to be a weapon for Justin Herbert for 4 to 5 years of his rookie contract. At very minimum, I am 100% on the bring Hunter Henry back to LA train.
Yeah.
Trust me.
100%.
But Brock Bowers going to be a lot cheaper.
Yep.
Maybe better. So
Yep.
I'm just saying.
That's an interesting conversation.
So I think who I want them to go for is Bowers in a slight trade back. Maybe Atlanta wants to come up. Maybe one of those teams want to come up. That's why I want them to draft. What I think is going to happen is they're going to stay put. The best wide receiver in the draft that they like is going to be there, and they're going to take him.
Yeah, I like the Malik Neighbors bit too. Yeah, because I think Marvin
That dude's
Harrison
electric.
is not going to be there either.
I don't
He
think
won't be there.
Yeah.
That guy's a bit of a freak of nature.
Well,
Actually, all three of them are. Quite frankly.
And based upon the combine, and you kind of hear a little bit about J.J. McCarthy as like a wild card guy. That could shift a lot of that first 5 picks, basically. Not saying that he'll go to 3 or 2 or what, but the 4 and 5 pick, if you get a Falcons that are like, yo, we want that guy, or a Vikings that want that guy. I don't know who the next team would be, but once again, Vikings are behind or after, the Falcons.
Yep.
Would they make that leap, and what kind of haul would we get? That's the thing that we have so many gaps to fill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And something that's going to determine the Chargers pick really is what do the Cardinals do? So I think that it will be the Bears or another team drafting Caleb Williams at 1. I think the Commanders will be taking a quarterback, wherever quarterback they're going to take. I think the Patriots are going to be taking a quarterback as well. At 3, the Cardinals are the real wild card. Because they are probably hanging on to Kyler Murray, and they're not in the market for a quarterback. But all the offers that the Chargers are going to get for that 5th overall pick, the Cardinals are getting all those offers first. And I think teams like the Raiders and the Broncos may be real aggressive, and they say, we have no chance to go to 5 because the Chargers aren't going to trade with us, so we're going to try and go higher and go up and get a quarterback at 4. And now the Chargers are sitting at the 5th pick with the best player, non-quarterback, on the board, whoever they want.
100%.
Everyone in the draft's available.
Wow.
See, that would be so sick. And then Marvin Harrison Jr., man, you pair him up with Justin Herbert, man.
How bad do the Cardinals want him? That's the question.
Exactly. And they've had conversations about the Cardinals are open to trade. Because they know if it goes 1, 2, 3 quarterback, who's going to be desperate to go to 4. So that's going to be interesting to see how that handles. But Marvin Harrison Jr., if that finds a way to the Chargers.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's kind of like you kind of look and go back to the Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison era. That would be amazing to watch. Amazing to watch.
It would be nuts.
Yeah, I mean, the draft, okay, there's obviously other ways of building in the team. What about free agency? What's your general thoughts? We are talking about Hunter Henry. There are other players out there that you think that, we should go after. I know there's plenty of tight, tackles and things that are out there on free agency as well, too. But anybody else come to mind that we should go after in your mind?
I mean, I think that the Chargers, if they lose Austin Eckler, should still be looking at running back in the middle part of the draft.
Good point.
But I like them to add a veteran, too.
I like that, too.
I don't think that they should just go into next year and bank it all in on one running back, no matter what strategy Harbaugh goes with. It just seems like year after year we lack depth at that position. And yes, Telesco did try his best. He threw those draft picks at that part of the draft that you throw at running back and just missed time after time after time and just missed on guys. I think that you bring in a guy that has already had success in the league, maybe a Zach Moss, maybe a Donta Foreman, and you pair him with a Blake Corum or maybe somebody you can get in that area of the draft. And the Chargers can have the guy of the future, but also not just throw him out there, throw him to the Wolves. Or maybe we get late in the offseason, Austin Eckler's still there. He goes, I'm willing to come back now that I didn't get an offer. Then the Chargers could draft running back instead. Another position that I like the Chargers to look at in free agency is linebacker. I know Harbaugh is going to put an importance on that position, something that Chargers fans aren't used to. Because typically Chargers have kind of left the linebackers out to dry when it comes to extensions. So I think that's going to flip. And there's some guys out there, and that position is one of the positions that you can spend on and not take a huge hit to your cap. There's some guys out there that are veterans like Bobby Wagner and Levante David if they want to keep playing. Patrick Queen is probably the premier guy of the class. If you get him in here, he's a perfect fit. Not to mention all the connections, Harbaugh to Harbaugh, Queen to Harbaugh. I mean, it seems like a match made in heaven. I'd like them to look at linebacker in the draft as well. And then something that they've always done really well at is just adding a veteran to the secondary.
Yeah.
It seems like
Yes.
over time, Telesco did it, but just overall, the Chargers, they always are willing to add that veteran to the secondary. We're going to lose Michael Davis. I think that they should be looking at veterans to add to the secondary. A younger guy, my favorite, will be to add safety, Geno Stone, out of Baltimore as well. He
He's
might
solid.
be a little bit pricey, so if they want to go discount someone that's kind of had an up-and-down career, Kyle Duggar, that might be a guy that could join this secondary. Buda Baker's obviously out there, but that's a little bit of a
That's gonna be a
dream.
tough one.
There's a lot of guys out there,
Yeah.
and I think that the premier positions of tackle, receiver, they're going to look at the draft for those positions. But maybe linebacker, safety, corner, running back, those are spots I want to see them go and get guys that have already proven they can do it in the NFL.
Right, man. And Joe Ortiz is coming in with such a situation that he's got to fill so many gaps on this team.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds kind of odd to say that because I think we got plenty of talent on the team, but there's a lot of expiring contracts and a lot of large contracts here. You know, going back to the draft, I personally think there's a great chance that there could be some trade of players in the draft to be able to move back into the second round or third round or whatever it might be. It's going to be very interesting to see how he navigates this. I've had people say something like, hey, we'll drop all 4 big contracts. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Mac, and Bosa. That's a lot of gaps we got to fill right there, too. So there's a lot of work to be done on this squad all around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one of the things that it's been we've talked about it quite a bit is Ben Herbert coming over, strength and conditioning coach. You think about someone like a Joey Bosa, his value is, we would argue, fairly low, right? I think he averaged not even 7 games a season at this point.
Yeah.
For the past 4 seasons.
It's tough.
So he's had injury issues, but again, he always did his own, routine. He'd go down to Florida with his brothers and whatever.
Yep.
Nick would stay healthy, Joey would. So my thought is, all right, we got Ben Herbert. Ben, you make this guy the best he's ever been, because clearly whatever he was doing in preseason was not getting him ready for the NFL. So I'm hoping that Ben Herbert gets him going. It cannot be understated how poor that has been for the Chargers and why we had so many injuries. I mean, Mike Williams, Joey Bosa, all this and all the above. I mean, what's your general thoughts on Ben Herbert in that situation as well?
I think that's key as well. And people don't realize what it takes for a team to be successful.
Yeah.
One of them, and the biggest thing is just staying healthy.
Yeah.
And that everyone thinks is bad luck. It's not bad luck.
Yeah.
Certain teams stay healthy year after year for a reason. They're doing it right.
Yep.
And that's what we hope we can get in here in LA. I honestly don't know that much about strength and conditioning. So I can't give you the breakdowns. All I know is that whatever's been going on for the last 20 years has not been great. At least the last 10 years minimum. So it's good to see that they're at least making changes there, and that we're going to see some kind of improvement, hopefully health-wise, of the team. You could argue that the Chargers have lost maybe 5-7 seasons in the last 15 years to injury only.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Gosh, yeah.
Just injury only. And it just crushes my heart that one team, was it in 2018 at the end of Phillip Rivers' run, that one team stayed healthy and they won 12 games.
Yep. It's crazy.
And you go and look at it, and you go and look at those 5 years, that group, Rivers' last 5 years on the team, that was the only year they were healthy.
Yep.
And that's just so painful to see that this man lost, half of a decade, his last half of a decade on that.
Yeah. 100%.
Sitting on a team that could have competed the whole time.
Yep. 100%.
And it's so frustrating because, this team has so much. We say it every year. We have too much talent. Never put it together. Interesting statistic, though, about Justin Herbert in general. Oh, you not hearing me very well?
No.
Okay.
You gotta,
So,
make love to the microphone, bro.
Interesting thing about Justin Herbert, though, bottom line, is he's 22-6 when the team, the team defense holds the other team under 28 points. 28 points in the
That's not a high
NFL.
number.
That
That's
is
a lot.
crazy.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you that the actual defense just struggled the entire time and never succeeded. And it's like, I'm just hoping for a balanced offense and a balanced defense. And obviously special teams is great because Brian Picken's still here with us as well. So I don't know. I just, not really a question, they're more of a thought. I just kind of want to hear your general thoughts on that as well, too, with a balanced offense and defense with this team.
Yeah, it's the goal of every team. We see it time after time. The teams that win the championship at the end seem to be the most balanced team.
Yep, 100%.
And we saw that with the Chiefs and what they've built over the last couple of years. Their key has been consistency in the coaching staff and keeping their defensive team young,
Yep.
but well coached, well schemed up, and having it on both sides of the ball
Yep.
is so key to winning in the NFL, because
Big
you
time.
never know what situation you're going to find yourself in.
Yep.
You never know if you're going to be down and you need to air the ball out down the field. You never know if you're going to be up and you need to run the clock out. You never know if you're going to need that one last stop on defense to win or maybe advance in the playoffs.
Yep.
And I think that that's so key, is that the Chargers are trying to find that balance, and that when that balance has not been there, they've been willing to rip the Band-Aid off and make the move towards the direction of that balance. I think Staley was a move
Yep.
in the direction of trying to balance the team out.
Yep.
Not ask our quarterback to throw it 50 times a game. It failed miserably,
Yeah.
but at least they swung the bat.
Yep,
They didn't strike out looking.
Yeah.
And let
That's a good way of
Anthony
saying it.
Lynn
Good way
get
of saying it.
that shit, but-
That's a good point.
Absolutely. Well, NFL Mike, man, we appreciate you jumping onto our podcast
course.
today. We appreciate the support, and plug your socials and everything too.
Yeah.
People
Tell us-
would love
tell
to
us
be able
where we
to
can
catch
find
up
you.
with you.
I just started uploading regularly on YouTube again, so follow me on YouTube, everybody. Chargers fans at the NFL Mike. You type in NFL Mike, you're probably gonna find it, and then on all platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything. I'm posting 24/7, 24
Go.
hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sundays. So go follow me on all platforms at the NFL Mike, but mainly YouTube, trying to get it going.
Fantastic.
Because I've always been a short form content creator. I'm trying to get doing stuff like this more often. This is a lot of fun.
Hey, man.
No, we're good. But
Well,
we'll have you on some of our shows
Oh,
as
yeah.
well too.
Yeah,
oh,
we
yeah.
love that. We love
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And
Appreciate you guys.
we'll probably call you back over here to chat a little bit more.
Okay.
Even,
Yeah.
and all stuff too.
Sounds
Yeah.
good, man.
So, yeah.
Come
I'll
on,
be around.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you
Love
very
it.
much.
Chat with you. See you, dude.
Thank you. 100%.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it really is great to hear, you know. I'm still so fascinated about that fifth pick, folks. Like, what do we I mean, honestly, it could go so many different ways, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Big time. I mean,
go ahead.
we have no idea where it's going to go, but at the same side, you know, with the draft, I think we'll know a little bit more in probably the next week or so.
Yeah.
Based on what they're going to decide to do with Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, you know, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen. That'll give us a better idea of what the heck we're going to end up picking at that point. Because, I mean, obviously, if you think that there's a gap of a wide receiver, you got to fill that gap.
100%.
We don't have wide receiver. We have 2 wide receivers under contract next year.
Yep.
In 2025, that is. We have to fill a gap somewhere or another. So wide receiver seems very logical, but we'll see what happens here in the next week or so.
Yeah, and I really do think, bottom line, it's going to be very interesting. I think Bosa might get traded away, but what's his value? His value is just not there, you know? And
right.
so I don't know that there's really much we could be saying about that. But Mike Williams, what is his value as well, too? I mean, I think he definitely has value.
Yep.
But what will we get, a 4th, a 5th? I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, we could be able to get players from him too, though. You know, maybe an older player or something like that. You know, like I mean, not
Just free up some salary cap,
yeah,
too.
not just draft picks. You know that we'll get. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Excellent.
Sounds like we're going to get our next interviewee.
Next interview,
We got a lot of guests just kind of rolling in here, guys. So once again, where are we at again, Kyle? We are at
the Chargers Bolt Family End of the Year Bash. It is actually a little bit of a. And go ahead and turn the camera a little bit.
see everybody here.
Yeah. See everybody there. There you go.
So we got basically kind of a mini Thunder Alley here. We got players here, Natron Means.
Yep.
We got basically, obviously, Anthony Miller, who we already interviewed. It was awesome to be able to see that. And
Such
then we
a good
also
guy.
got, Sean Merriman, and we're going to have Antonio Gates here. So, and also, there's a lot of people here that I've seen that are celebrities around here. You got
Marion Dew right there.
Marion Dew over there. We got the Fan of the Year, the Charger Warrior, and everything too. Man, we got celebs all over the place.
All
here.
over the place.
Let's go.
Yeah. We got people dancing off to the side here. Yeah.
I love it.
So it's awesome.
And it's awesome because, I mean, the one thing I love about this podcast is just being a part of this is that this is a culture that we love to be a part of. This
Right.
is a culture that we love to be able to build. We love to be able to build up this ability to have fan events like this and be at these fan events, engage in fans. And we love to be able to have people here just saying what up to us. And it's awesome that we got the invite here. And it's great to be able to see, Bolt Pride here, Los Reyes here. We got basically Bolt Man here. We got all these guys here. It's an amazing thing. And once again, events like this make you feel like the season doesn't end. And I love
it's
And I love
not
it.
as sad as off season as
No,
it normally is,
not
right?
at
And
all.
that's a good thing,
Not
you
at
know.
all. So
Yeah.
it's really cool to see.
Yep.
Really, really cool to see. So
Yep, but my thing is though, like coming to these events always makes the off season so much better.
big
You know,
time.
it's like because it makes it so much shorter. You're staying connected with the Chargers, the Bolt fam. You know, we can just have a good time together always, and you know, this is amazing. You know,
Amazing.
like
I love it.
The community. You know, like, the best part about being part of the Bolt fam is that it's so small of a community in a lot of ways that we
There
all
we go.
know each other. You know?
Bolt up. I don't know if you guys hear that. You guys hear that?
We got the DJ.
Everyone's yelling bolt up.
That's
Let's
right.
go.
Here we go.
We got MC Revity in the house.
Let's go. Let's go.
Turn it towards the stage.
Oh, jump towards the stage.
Kind of can't see it much. Yeah, there you go.
But,
There we
so
go.
we're going to start having autographs here and everything too. Andrew and I, we just ended up buying printing plates of the Natron Beans San Diego Union Tribune newspaper. So we got the printing plate of Natron Beans. That's such an iconic photo.
Such amazing. Yeah,
So we ended up buying that. We're going to get that autoed here later on today. So very, very cool. Very, very cool. So, but what's some people saying in the chat here, guys?
Well, they're just saying this. You know, Mike Williams has no trade value.
You know, it's a hard thing to say. I mean, obviously, Mike Williams is a good receiver when healthy. He's a 50-50 kind of guy. I mean, great contested catches and everything, too. Obviously, he's got a blown-out knee and everything, too, which is kind of a sad thing that happened with him. But Mike Williams, if he gets cut, I think we save about $22 million towards the cap.
It's a lot of money.
Or, you know, there is a scenario where we could do a restructure with a void-based contract next year.
Right.
We could let him walk basically next year, and we get those comp picks that, you know, Joe Ortiz has talked about, and he wants to be able to have that happen. So,
You know, and I think again, it goes back to the whole Ben Herbert conversation. You know, was it a preparation issue? You know, what was really the issue with him as well? The other thing I would say is, even if we draft another wide receiver, we could bring them in there and limit the snaps we get from, you know, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, so they're not out there on every single play, and that makes a big difference in longevity. You know, hey, we all know when we get older, your body starts falling apart, folks. I mean, that's just how it is, right? So at the end of the day, you can keep his career a little longer, and you know, maybe extend him for a year or two and see how that goes. Kind of spread out some of that money. I mean, look, we all know the salary cap. What do they say about the salary cap? It's a myth.
It's a myth. That's right.
it's an
That's right.
absolute myth.
And again, they're robbing Peter to pay Paul. They're moving dollars around. They're just
right.
doing things to make it work.
Yeah.
And that's fine. So to me, I think they can make it work even with what we have now.
Yep.
But again, the players got to agree to moving the money around the way that it would be advantageous for the team. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the offseason. And free agency starts soon. What was the date on that?
That is March 11th, I believe. So basically, they could start talking to players on March 11th.
March
It doesn't
11th.
become official till 2 days after March 13th. So keep an eye out for that, guys. That is something to be able to keep an eye on. And once again, that's why I've been emphasizing we'll probably know a little bit more about. Man, we got a hype crowd. going on here. I love it.
Hopefully not the last. Yeah. It's pretty loud in here.
But basically, what I was saying is that we will know more about our draft plans probably in the next
Oh,
week.
it's so great.
Joe Ortiz basically is going to give kind of an idea of what we're going to do with our current players, what we're going to try to do, what we're going to adjust, and we're going to kind of a little bit more of an idea of where we might draft. So,
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Well, you know, and again, I'm a big fan of going after a veteran center. I love the concept of having a center in the draft, but there's a lot of good centers later on in the draft. We can address a few other conversations, but you know, the guy from
Cedric Van Pran?
no. Well, he'd be a very high pick, but someone like Nick Angaretti, am I saying that correctly?
Yeah.
From the Chiefs.
Yep.
He could play all three positions, and I kind of want a guy like that. Now, he would cost a lot of money, so he'd have to come over on a very friendly contract, and he's on the Chiefs, right? So, do I really want to go to the Chargers?
Yeah.
So, you know, but my point is, a guy like that would be great. That can fill a couple different needs if injuries start occurring. Makes a lot of sense to me, and brings in the opportunity that we can, you know, get a lot more going moving forward.
100%. And I know I mean, I'm just looking at some guys that are like free agent centers and everything too. Obviously, you got Jason Kelsey, who's the creme de la creme.
Right.
Is he going to retire? Is he going to stick around?
I think he already retired. He announced retirement.
I mean, it kind of sounds like he's leaving it up in the air.
You show him the green, dude. You show him the green. You never know.
Yeah,
He'll probably go back to the,
He'll go back to the Eagles. Like he's a Philly guy till he dies, pretty much.
Philly guy till he dies.
Till he dies.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Now it is. I'm a Philly guy until I die. Okay.
I mean, you got guys out there like Connor Williams from Miami. You got Brian Allen from the Rams, Mason Cole from Pitt, Andre James from the Raiders.
Yep.
Aaron Brewer, Tennessee.
Oh, there you go. Dan talked about Andre.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of guys out there that, I mean, we'll see where it pans out. I mean, this is a pretty heavy O-line draft.
Yeah.
And so that's something to keep in mind on that. Some of these guys that are free agents might end up getting a little cheaper if they have gaps filled with younger guys.
Yeah, but again, I like the idea of having a veteran in there, somebody that could solidify the. I mean, because think about this: Corey Linsley, when he came over, guys, our offensive line was much better.
Way better.
It just goes to show you how bad you can be when you don't have a good offensive line. That's that captain of the offensive line. That's why I'm a little more in favor of a center if we can find one, somebody that can be that guy.
Oh, here we go. We got a question from.
Okay, Brandon Mitchell.
Yeah, Brandon Mitchell says, "Who's your favorite free agent this offseason?"
My favorite. Oh,
I mean, if it's going to be a dream situation, I mean, I talked about Patrick Queen with NFL Mike.
Actually, that'd be so sick.
I mean, you got to think. A lot of people are already saying, "Oh, we're the Ravens West now."
Yeah.
I mean, we're essentially bringing all these Ravens players, and I guarantee we're going to get Ravens players, and I guarantee we're going to get Michigan players in the draft. I wouldn't be surprised if we try to get some Michigan players that have played under Harbaugh that are free agents too.
Right.
Yep.
We're going to see a lot of that, and I've been saying this for a while. Maybe I sound like a lunatic saying it, but at the same time,
you always sound like a lunatic. I just want you to. You
time.
are always a lunatic.
I am a lunatic.
Yes.
All right.
Jim Harbaugh. People want to play for Jim Harbaugh.
He does.
And a lot of guys like Jim Harbaugh. And so what they're building right now with the Chargers. It could be a Jim Harbaugh effect where these big players say, hey, look, I want to go out there and play for the Chargers. They have a great chance to be something big. Maybe they'll take a pay cut a little bit too. Who knows? What's going on? Boltman's in the house.
Boltman here.
Let's go.
Yeah, if you saw him walking around on the thing, yeah, but he's
I love
out
it.
here.
But that's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hey,
say.
we're gonna ask Boltman a quick question. Free agents this offseason. Is there a free agent guy that you would like to get for the Chargers to fill some gaps? Josh Jacobs, running back, fantastic. And that's a whole thing. It's weird to say you're bringing in a Raider to the Chargers. It's kind of a little scummy, but hey, the Raiders take our players all the time too, right?
Kind of scummy.
Yeah. That's right.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. I mean, who knows? I mean, the free agent market with the running backs could get a little cheaper. There's a pretty heavy amount of running backs coming into the draft. Who knows? 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like that.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Man.
Derrick Henry. Yeah, he'd come over fairly cheap.
Never know.
Yeah,
Never
he'd come
know.
up. Well, they're saying $10 million. $10 million for Derrick Henry. So that brings up the real question, right? Like, okay, we're already over the cap as it stands now. You got to move somebody. So it's going to be tough. I agree.
That's
Yeah,
exactly it.
That's a good thing. He
Exactly.
said
That's literally what I was saying.
Because now we have Jim Harbaugh, anything's possible.
Let's go.
That's right.
100%. Let's
100%.
go.
They can't hear.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's great. We love that, Bull Man. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's
Make it happen.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Yep, absolutely. So that's what I've been just was talking about, the Jim Harbaugh effect. People might be willing to take a little less money to play under him. When you think about it, a guy who's got millions and millions and millions of dollars already, what's another couple less $1 million for him? But a chance to be able to get a great run, possibly Super Bowls, multiple Lombardis. Let's go. Yep, he was doing his own little stopwatch, everything. Love it.
Wait. Brandon Staley never did that though, right?
I don't think.
Yeah.
No,
I don't think
no,
I ever
he would go to the combine.
Did
But
he?
He was always at the combine typically. Yeah.
He's for the Niners now. Hey, see you later, Brandon. Dude. Wild, right? Yeah, that is a funny thing. That we thought for a second there that with Brandon Staley going to the Niners, we were thinking, is Anthony Lynn there too? No, he went to the Commanders. But how weird would that have been? Yeah. Oh
Very
my
strange.
gosh,
Very strange.
that would have been so odd to have two ex-Charger head coaches there. Woo! That would have been weird. Yeah. Oh man.
We'll see for sure.
We'll see how it goes, man. I love it.
Thanks for coming over. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Bull, man.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, and again, again, guys, just always remember there's a lot of different ways of building his team, right? Especially and again, even during the season, folks, we got to remember that you still have the waiver wire. You can go pick up players that are released by other players. Every team has an opportunity to go get those players, so they have an opportunity to play.
Yep.
So again, this team's going to be very creative, and I think free agency is going to really give us a little bit better glimpse into what the draft is going to look like.
Yeah.
I mean, we look. Hey, Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans a lot.
Yeah.
But he's going to want a lot of money. Folks, he's going to want a lot of money. He wants top dollar and top quarterback. He's acting bougie.
Yeah, he literally, I think, said, I want the most money,
the
best situation to win Super Bowls, and I also want to have a top-line quarterback. Like, bro, he wants 3 levels of things. Like, the guy, I mean, obviously has been with Tampa for a long time, did win a Super Bowl with Tom Brady.
Yep.
But he still wants that. He's hungry.
It's pronounced Tom Shady.
Tom Shady. Okay,
Tom Shady.
Tom Shady it is. What else everybody here? Amber, they say they do take our players all the time. Still, though, yeah. And it's funny to me that they also have brought over Tom Telesco, or Ron Tabasco, Andrew likes to say.
Ron Tabasco. Ron Tabasco.
Is now with the Raiders. So it's really crazy.
Oh yeah, the Raiders. Yeah. I was gonna say Brandon Staley, but he's now with the Niners. Yeah.
Yep. And Dan's talking about Ortiz and the Ravens have a history of not investing a lot with their running backs, and I mean they have let some of them go, right? Ray Rice, that was a different situation. Gus Edwards is a guy that I've been looking at that you could probably get for about $3 to $4 million a season, which fits pretty well for our budget. I definitely think that. Yeah. And Travis, absolutely. Jalen Wright, 3rd round, dude. I mean, I kind of feel like, in my opinion, man, like there's a side that you probably have to think, is 3rd round the right time to get a draft for a running back? Or could we go into the 4th round? Could we find a way to get back in the 3rd round to get a running back?
Yep.
We got a lot of gaps in this team. I mean, my opinion, center, cornerback are like a necessity, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Some people say right tackle. I could see right tackle being a necessity too. But, I mean, the first 3 rounds are going to be very critical for this team.
Yeah, and again, the trade back scenario, every time I've ever done the trade back scenario in those mock drafts, it just gives you more additional picks, and you're in that situation where you're getting more cracks at it, right? And again, I really would love to see like a connection with Justin Herbert that he can have the rest of his career. A nice wide receiver, a nice running back. Who's the next Gates? Who's the next, Herbert, whoever, right? I mean, look, Allen and Williams are going to retire soon. They're not going to be on the team much longer. So, and Eckler's most likely gone. So who's this next weapon? We thought it was QJ. Yep. And, thus far we haven't seen it, right?
Yeah.
Right. We got to get him some stick-em on his hands or something.
Stick-em, dude.
We got to figure it out.
Jeez, man. It is going to be an interesting offseason all around, guys, and I'm excited about it. And Dan's basically saying 3rd is a little too early for a running back, and
I agree.
There's a level I do agree on that too. So,
so one thing I'll propose that I'm a big fan of, again, with the salary cap issues we have, an easy guy we could go out and get is Gus Edwards from the Ravens.
Yep.
He's only asking like $2 million, maybe 3 max.
He had a productive year last year.
And guys, he was as productive as Zach Moss and some of these other guys.
Right.
You can get him very cheaply. Now, the other flip side of that argument is he probably will get easily signed or re-signed with the Ravens because he was so productive. But again, he's getting up there in age. But the nice thing about him is if we get him and then have another running back we could get in the draft later on, and he would just bolster that room. Okay, this is how you do gap running. This is how you go through it. Because it's going to be the same offense that he's already essentially ran in Ravens.
Right.
So it wouldn't be much of a switch for him. So he'd be a nice veteran presence in that room. I like him as a very cheap stopgap.
Yep.
That's a good way of saying it. Stopgap. Just get us through and bring up the next leg of stud running backs.
Stud backs. Stud muffins. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I
to
like
me.
that. I like that.
Well, and the thing too, you could even throw out like Joshua Kelly. I mean, he's already been with the Chargers for a bit. Maybe you get him a 1 year. Maybe you get him for a $1.5 billion. That's a raise in his side.
Yep.
I mean, Joshua Kelly was a good back. I mean, when he had the ball in his hands, he did great. I just think our O-line failed a lot of our running backs.
Yeah, so let's ask the chat, guys. Should we re-sign Joshua Kelly? My feeling is 100% yes.
Yeah.
He's a gap and go guy,
Yep.
right? And I really truly feel like he's not the zone read, all that stuff. That didn't work for him very well. That works for Austin Eckler, but it does not work for Josh Kelly, man. I really think just north and south.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep.
Excellent.
Oh, perfect.
That's
Awesome,
all
that's
good.
great.
No,
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah,
So
so
we got Natron Means lined up here pretty soon. Yeah. Marianne? Excellent.
perfect. Yeah, we want that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we got more people coming, guys. We got the Warrior coming over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. Again, this is live. This is 100% live, folks. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live, so it's just free flowing here, guys.
Free flowing.
Oh, well, and Eddie, yeah, Marvin
all-
Harrison
it's all
Jr.
freestyle.
did say by name he wants to play for Justin Herbert.
Yep.
And, he named a bunch of quarterbacks, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert to be one, Josh Allen to be another. So, I mean, he did talk about wanting to play for him. Now, once again, is he going to find at 5 with us? I have no idea.
Let's be honest, though. Like, I think any of them, they want to play for any team.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't really matter what team they play for. They want to play.
Well, no. So he was
Yeah.
specifically asked which quarterbacks does he want to play for, and he said Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, and I can't remember the other one.
It was C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud, that's right.
Yeah.
So because he was an Ohio State guy. So, but again, that's kind of the point,
Well,
right?
yeah, but what I'm saying is that like all these players, their dream has been to play for the NFL.
Sure.
Like their dream has not been to play with Justin Herbert
Sure.
or with C.J. Stroud. So like they just want to get in. They just need a ticket to the show to make that money. You know what I'm saying?
But he also
100%.
knows that there's a very big difference between getting a ball from Justin Herbert
or
and
Justin
Mac
Fields.
Jones.
Yeah.
and
or-
Mac Jones or
Yeah,
somebody
Justin
like that, right?
Fields.
Right.
He knows that Justin Herbert can stretch the field 60 yards and
Right.
throw an accurate ball, right? So
Right.
that's the difference.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
100%. 100%.
But again, but it takes a team to win in the NFL. See, I guess that's the point I was trying to get at earlier is that it takes a team to win in the NFL. Up to this point, Justin Herbert has done it all. And unfortunately, with hurt running backs, hurt offensive linemen, bad wide receivers that kept getting hurt all the time too. I mean, remember when Mike Vandy was our number one there? What was that 2 years ago?
yeah,
Mike
yeah.
Vandy.
Yep.
And we're like, oh my God, what's happening here?
Yeah.
So, and again, like we need more depth. It's one thing Joe Ortiz did talk about quite a bit at the Combine. He's like, look, I'm going to pick the best available player. And he specifically talked about wide receivers and how if a wide receiver goes down, great, we got more people that can step up.
Yep.
So let's not worry about the depth and money. Let's get the best available player and just go.
Yeah.
So I think there's something to be said about
And
that.
it was funny going into like this last season, 2023. I mean, we looked a lot at our wide receivers and we're like, whoa, you got Allen, we got Williams, we got Palmer,
Yep.
we got like a great looking squad. And guess what? They all went down.
They all went down.
They all went down. And then we ended up having Darius Davis, who I think might have been a little bit underutilized.
Very
in my
underutilized, in my
opinion.
opinion. Yes, 100%.
And then you had Quentin Johnson, who's just like, well, he was kind of waiting in the wings at that point. So,
Hey,
Amy,
how we
what's
doing?
up? What's up?
What's up, cuz?
And it's the thing is though, depth is a big thing, and Joe Ortiz did talk about that at the Combine. He talked a lot about basically that depth is a big thing that he needs to do. So,
Got a question from Zach for Natron Means right away.
hey, we'll ask him that.
Yeah.
Hey, Natron, does this team mean business?
Does our team means business?
Means business.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's
but
do-
Natron Means is such a good guy. We hung out with him last night. Super nice
great
guy.
time.
Great chatting with him, and he's just a good dude, man. And it's guys, and honestly, if you can come to these events, come to these events. They're so great. It's so awesome to be here, and hey, the players want to chat with you and have conversations.
So
It's a lot of fun.
I'm going to tell you guys a story about Natron Means. This is when my youth. So I bought my first Chargers jersey was a Natron Means.
Yep.
And I bought a jersey. And awesome. Love to have it and everything like that. Have no idea where it went. on the drive over here, come to find out Andrew's got a Natron Means jersey, and he's like, I've had it forever. I'm like, bro, wait a minute.
Oh,
This dude stole my Natron
hey,
Means
no,
jersey.
I bought one.
No,
I bought
I'm pretty dang sure
No.
that there was a Christmas like 20 years ago that he just showed, hey, I'm gonna go raid your guys' closets.
Yeah.
And and he's like,
I did do that. I'm the older brother. I can do what I want. I
Oh
do.
man,
He did
hey,
it all the time.
hey, he stole all of our gum.
All the gum,
He stole
yes.
all of our stocking stuffers.
Yeah, dude.
Like shoot,
God,
man.
dude, what a bully.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
And guess what? Today we have met Natron Means.
We have met Natron
We
Means.
hung out with him,
Right.
so it's kind of like serendipitous in a way.
Serendipitous.
I
yes.
don't have a jersey of him anymore, but this guy does. That was my jersey. I'm pretty positive of that, dude. Pretty positive.
Did you sign it?
I mean, I'm not Natron Means. I mean, maybe I should have wrote my name on the tag or something. Jeez.
No, but thank you for the jersey, James. I appreciate that.
This guy, dude.
Actually, you know what's funny? I was even thinking when we were driving over here, I was like, man, where did I get that jersey?
Yeah, exactly.
And then you brought up the conversation. I'm like, ooh.
The mystery is solved.
We solved it.
Bolt
Yep.
Bros.
Anyways, it looks better on me. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say.
I'm
It looks better on me.
I'm pretty sure. So this was Junior Seau was my first jersey that I ever had.
Yep.
But the original jersey that I had, I'm pretty sure it doesn't fit me no more. It was probably an extra small or something.
There we go. There we go.
So I had to buy a new one. From there's a guy that comes to these events a lot of times. His name is Gabriel. He always has a bunch of like amazing fully stitched jerseys and stuff like that. I got it for $40, baby.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Well, it even take the story further about jersey switching. And
Take
I'm
it.
sticking
Take
on
the
to
story first.
this. I'm sticking to this a little bit further,
You're
guys.
just gonna keep poking the bear today, ain't
Hey,
you?
no
You're
doubt,
just
no
gonna keep
doubt,
poking
no
the bear.
doubt, no doubt. So, Cardinals game was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago, that's right. 2 years
So
ago, yeah.
we're like, hey man, we got to wear our LT jerseys because they got us luck or the win previously or something like that. So
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
you know, I had my LT jersey and I was like, man, I got like a large jersey or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, why do I have a large jersey?
And they're both baby blue.
Both baby blue.
Yep.
And then Andrew over here brings his. He's got a medium. He's like, why do I have a medium? So there must have been some switch at some point
That's right.
where all of a sudden,
See, so it wasn't my fault.
yep,
It wasn't my fault.
yep. But hey, there's some switching going on around
Little
here.
switcheroo happened, you know.
Switcheroo, man.
Hey, you know, the jerseys can talk, right? They talk amongst themselves. I would rather be with this owner, right? I want to switch. They're requesting a trade, folks.
chooses you, basically. What is going on here, man?
Hey, it looks better on me. That's all I'm saying.
What's
That's all
going
I'm
on
saying.
here, man?
Wow,
This
dude.
guy, dude, get out of my
Wow.
closet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I've moved out. You know, that's why I got my own space. You know, like, ain't letting none of you suckers over my house.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
doubt. So Eddie's talking about that dream draft that you did.
Oh, bro, I'll tell you. Hey, look, that dream draft. Hey, look, I think that dream draft could happen technically because, again, if I'm GM, hell, I would even put it out there, guys. We are fine with trading back. You give us a call well ahead of time. Let's have conversations. I would throw that seed out there very early on and let people know, hey, you want to go get somebody? You give us a call. We're ready to rock.
Yep.
Right? Your guy slips, great. Well, this is what we're asking for it.
Well, and that's what the Combine kind of does also, too. It sets
Exactly.
up the NFL draft. Obviously, because
Yep.
you see the players, you get to talk to them, you interview them, but you got GMs there. Hey, they're getting drinks later that night, right?
Yep.
They're out there having a good time, hobnobbing with each other. Hey, man, what's up with so-and-so? Hey, what's up with this? What's your thoughts on your fifth pick? What's
Yep.
this, that, and
Yep.
everything? All that stuff is going down right now, guys. So I'd love to be a fly on that wall, just listening in, dude. Hey, Joe, what up, bud?
Is that how flies stick
Yeah.
on a wall?
go like
That's
that,
how they
like
stick
that.
on a wall.
Hey, they got a lot of legs, dude.
I'm
They got a lot of legs.
asking for some clarification. I mean, that's cool. That's really interesting. I like that.
Oh, man.
Flies on a wall.
Hey, the chat. Let me know if that was a good fly impression for James.
Oh, yeah,
I got
that guy's
one
looking
arm,
good.
dude,
Yeah.
right now to work with here.
Yeah, well,
And yeah, Amber, Fidel from Troy. That's
Looking-
been a guy
looking
that's been
good.
connected quite a bit. So it's interesting, man. I'll say this, though, with the running backs, Audric Estime from Notre Dame, didn't have the best combine. But I view a lot of these running backs as, what do they look like? Game time speed with pads on. Audric Estime is a guy that could be one of those bruiser type guys. You could possibly get him. It sounds like he's getting drafted back more in the 5th and 6th round.
Yeah, he could go pretty far down,
I
which would make sense in that situation. But dude, he's a Natron Means type of guy.
He's a big guy.
Hey
Yeah.
guys,
Big guy.
so I said to Natron Means last night, I said, Natron, how amazing if you were younger, hey, you're 20 again, about to get drafted. He would be the perfect running back that I think Jim Harbaugh and this running
guy.
game would want. And he said, hey man, you have to work hard to get me to the ground. And that's what he kept saying.
That's
and
right.
I'm like, hey, that's what we need. We need a guy like that. And
Right.
the finesse back, right, was such a new thing, even with Austin Eckler, because he could catch the ball, he could do a lot of different things.
100%.
Back in the days, no way, man, you just ran over people. Sorry.
Right.
Edge, corner,
Yep.
safety, you're
Yep.
going to get lit up.
Yep.
We're going to decleat you real
100%.
quick.
First or
100%.
second person? No, you're going down.
You're going down.
I'm not. You are.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Yeah. I mean, if you watch Estime, like
Yep.
he's kind of the
that's a
guy,
good
that he's got his legs moving quite a bit.
Yep.
Like he doesn't stop moving. And he takes hits and runs. I mean, he's not the fastest to do, but once again, he talked a lot about that. He doesn't have like initial burst. He has a longevity of speed.
Right.
So he goes for a lot more. You talk about guys that have got like a second, third, fourth gear or whatnot with ball in hand. Like this guy could just be a dude that gets you those tough 4 yards.
Well,
or potential more. Like
at least he'd be faster than Austin Eckler's 13-mile-an-hour run that he had that one
was
game at
wild.
Green Bay. I mean, I couldn't even believe it. I was like 13 miles an hour, man. My fat ass could run that fast. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. So I'm just saying, like, okay, like, but I mean, that's my point, right? Like 13 miles an hour, guys. Come on now.
Yeah.
You're an NFL
Crazy.
running back. And
Crazy.
again, to Eckler's point, right? He did have 2 bad ankles. One that we knew about, but the other one was apparently pretty bad as well too. So, lots to be said about that. So,
100%.
but again, Allen from Wisconsin, I like as well too. A lot of people talk about.
Allen.
He's a big dude.
Big dude.
And
I mean, 6 foot kind of guy, big body,
yeah,
good weight. I mean, that would be awesome to have. That's
Yep.
what we need.
yeah, that wide receivers look pretty good as well too. There was quite a few that looked really good out there.
There's going to be a lot of wide receivers that we can work with, guys. And once again, I'm repeating it again. Next year, 2025, we have 2 wide receivers under contract.
Yep.
That's a problem.
So I
That's a
think
problem.
they will get a wide receiver at some point in this draft. And this is a very deep wide receiver draft too. You could easily
Right.
get a guy in 2nd or 3rd round that would be fine. That'll get you some reps. I mean, Rome Wilson's probably going to be there around the 3rd round. At least that's what most mock drafts have him at.
Right.
And he's a fantastic wide receiver.
Yep.
And a lot of people actually thought he ran a little slower than he can do normally as well too.
Yeah, and there's like guys that, like, to me, like I look at like a Johnny Wilson. Well, let's go. Like Johnny Wilson is a guy from Florida State. That
Yep.
guy's 6'7", I believe.
Yeah, you want to sit down?
240-ish. We got a guest here. Wait a minute.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. He is bolted up from the flow up.
Bolt
What's
up.
up,
Toe
y'all?
up.
What's
Wait,
up?
was that
What's
the
up?
wrong way? I don't know. I
Yeah,
probably
bolt
didn't
up
do
from
that.
the flow up.
Yeah, man. Hey, introduce yourself to everybody here
Yep.
on the Bolt Bros podcast.
All right, what's up, Bolt Pros? My name is Nathaniel. I go by Nate. On Instagram, I'm Bolton Maverick 2019.
Let's go.
I got a question for y'all.
Oh yeah.
What do you guys
He's
know?
interviewing us. What's going on?
No
here?
way. Hey, you're flipping the script. Just, hey, take him off the channel.
I just want to get some opinion a little bit.
Yep,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
hear it.
yeah.
Talk into the mic a little more too. Yeah.
What are you guys most excited about for the season upcoming?
Oh my God. What am I not more excited
Yeah.
about, man? I tell you what, it's a lot of different things. I mean, I would just say this. First and foremost, I want to see Justin Herbert stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say that. I'm excited to see a running game
Amen.
and a
Oh, yeah.
defense, actually, right? Because, again, you have a solid running game. It opens up the play-action pass. You can go deep. Quinton
100%.
Johnson can look good. Whoever the other wide receivers are, Mike Williams, if he stays, Keenan Allen, it'll open it up. You'll have light boxes. You can run the ball. I'm excited to see a balanced offense is what I want to see.
I'm looking forward to Jim Harbaugh's sayings that he has. You know what? Don't let the powder blues fool
Don't let the
ya.
powder blues fool you.
Batman to Robin.
Batman to
All
Robin.
these things. Like, that guy is an absolute marketing machine.
Yep.
And
100% on that.
I love that about him. Like, a little quirky kind of a guy, but like, dude, love it. And a lot of players talk about all these crazy stories they had with the guy. And the guy, bottom line, is a winner. And I think that is a big, big change for this
This is
organization.
definitely going to be exciting for sure.
And
Oh, yeah.
I think personally, this is the. Maybe I'm a little crazy for saying this, guys.
Well,
but
you're definitely crazy.
I've already said some wild things on this podcast today. But the thing about it is, I think this is going to be the best era of Chargers football, bottom line. Bottom line. And maybe I sound wild for that because some people say, oh, what about, Marty Schottenheimer?
Yeah.
He didn't get us to the Super Bowl. He didn't even give us much of I don't even know many playoff wins. I could say Norv Turner was a better coach because he got us to an AFC championship.
Yep.
You know what? Bobby Ross got us to a Super Bowl. Technically could be our best head coach we've ever had. So based upon results, I think Jim Harbaugh could get us to that promised land and win us.
Yeah. As soon as I saw that we were getting him, I started looking at all the work he's done.
Yep.
I say it's amazing, and I just want to see what else he's going to bring to this team.
100%.
And just seeing what kind, like all the media, how many players want to join us, like just everything. It surprises me in the slightest.
Yep.
Just because I know how great of a coach he is.
Yep.
So this is going to be a great year for us.
I love it.
First, we just got to deal with trying to get to the playoffs. Then we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, exactly.
100%, man.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, dude.
That's what I'm most excited for right there, is that I want to see the Chargers in the playoffs, and I want to see us go deep. I want to see us go to the NFC champion or AFC championship,
NFC championship. That'd be great.
NFC. Hey, you know what? Hey, we'll take over the entire NFC if we were.
Yes, we would. If we were in the NFC for sure.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be seeing the difference that he brings,
Yep.
the players that he brings, and all the right moves that we make. We got a great coach, and for us, this is a chance to take it to the big leagues.
Yep.
And drop all the disrespect that we've taken over the years.
Yep.
I'm tired of the disrespect and all of that.
Yep.
I'm tired of being identified at the bottom. We got to be identified at the top.
The big thing that I'm so excited about, let's say schedule release will probably be in like May.
Yep.
Let's say week 1 at SoFi. Let's just say something crazy. Let's say we play against the Chiefs week 1. Bro, that stadium's going to be lit.
That won't surprise me.
Dude,
I could see that happening.
Just think about it. Like,
I could see that happening.
Divisional game right from the get-go. 2 teams toe-to-toe. One that won the Super Bowl. The one that's been beating up the AFC West for decades, it seems like now, for some reason.
We all want to see this matchup, and we all want to see Jim Harbaugh take down Kermit the Frog.
Oh, yeah. Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. It's not like we're far off. Like, the thing about us is
we come
that
close every time.
Every single time. Every time.
But it's just we need that guy who's a coach that's not going to make stupid decisions.
Yes. And there's always one point in the game where we could grapple on the game. We just don't.
Yeah.
We just,
well, again, we were
missed opportunities that the Chargers happen to miss. Don't grab onto and cost us the game.
Well, and we were 1-9 in one-score games last year. 1-9. And it just goes to show you that, again, you can't win in the NFL by playing horrible on both sides of the ball. You have to be balanced across the board. And so that's where we struggled. I felt like we didn't have any balance. It was all, hey, Herbert, go win us the game, buddy.
I feel like our defense didn't really show up last year.
No.
Bosa was on injury list. Half our team was on IR, just like the year before.
Yep.
Yeah, sure, Herbert got injured. But think about the year before that. He fractured his rib cage and still played like a champ.
Yep. 100%.
The guy's a stud.
In my opinion, I say our team, yes, we've been trashed over the years, but we're getting better.
We're getting better.
And that's the primary part. And if you can have a player that gets hurt and is still able to play on injury, I say that's a winning team right there.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what you call not just a stud, but you're just built different.
Built different. I'm built different.
And Jim Harbaugh, we talked a little bit about Ben Herbert.
Ben Herbert, yeah. Ben Harbaugh.
Coach.
Ben Harbaugh.
Ben Harbaugh.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, Ben Harbaugh. Let's go with that.
Bunch of similar names.
Yeah. It's a lot of new names. But the thing is, though, I think Jim Harbaugh, Ben Herbert, you're going to see a different built team, a gritty team that's just going to want to hit people in the mouth.
For sure.
And that's what Joe Ortiz talked a lot about. You know, it's like one of our hats here. We always talk about make the Chargers great again. This is going to be a season where we're going to see something different. We're going to see a much different team, and I'm excited about it.
We got Mike back. We lost Kyle. Where'd Kyle go?
This is Kyle. This is Kyle. Just went shaved real quick.
Yeah, there you go.
Host the show.
Let's go.
I love it. That's awesome.
Definitely though, the day we hired Harbaugh, I went to HQ in Costa Mesa.
Oh, you did?
I went right after work. As soon as I clocked out, zero hesitation. I just went straight there. And then I ended up running into Rashawn Slater.
Really?
Let's go.
And then a bunch of the employees were videoing us while we're out front.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was really good. It was
Wow.
real awesome. I even went live on my Instagram. And I was just getting some opinions from others. Everyone's like just primarily excited to see what's going to happen this year.
Did you put a pass rush move on him?
Yeah.
You tell him line up?
Yo.
Tell him line up. I just want to give it a try.
You gave
Just take a shot. Just take a shot trying to get by.
you gave him the dip and rip. Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Dip
go.
and rip. Let's get it.
Let's go, dude.
For me, if we find a way to keep Eckler, which I will be amazed if we do, use them on a pass rush. Don't use them on a regular rush play.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're going to get stopped. Majority of the time, he always does better on a pass rush.
Sure.
If you notice, he gets more yardage on pass rushes than he does regular just running.
Yep.
And he always gets stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Okay, so let's talk about this. Free agent running backs. Who
All
should
right.
we go after? Let's say we don't get Eckler.
All right.
So free agent running backs. Let's get serious.
For
I know
me-
we've
for
already
me-
talked about it.
Yeah. I got 3 on my list. 3.
Three.
Wow.
Okay.
Go.
Three.
Let's go.
My top 3, I don't know what order I should put them in, but the 3 are going to be Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and Saquon Barkley.
You know, and they've had a lot of connections with Jacob. They've been having connections with Saquon.
Yep.
You know, I think a lot of the contract values for them are pretty high, though. I think they're around
For Saquon?
10 million.
10
I
million,
feel
yeah.
like we have a better chance with either Jacobs or Henry.
You got one.
Jacobs and Henry, I think we have more of a chance with than we do with Saquon.
You know, I just don't think I can do it. Khalil Mack's one thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to put down the Raider hate for Josh Jacobs.
No.
So I'm taking him off my list completely.
Yeah.
I'm pretending like he's not a free agent and he's not an option. So
Not looking.
I think Saquon is going to garner the biggest contract. He's going to be the hardest guy to sign,
He will be.
but he's also going to produce at the highest level, I think, for the longest period of time for the Chargers.
Yeah.
So if they're going to spend on the position, let's
Pick
spend
someone
on the
right.
position.
Yeah,
Be
let's make it
smart.
happen.
Be
Let's
smart on who you pick.
let's go get the guy that's going to give us a return for how much we're going to
Pay
spend.
somebody who you know is actually going to make a difference.
Yeah, but the injury issues. You concerned about the injury issues with Saquon and
I just think at this point in the league and how much I've watched of football with running backs, I'm worried about every running back getting hurt.
it's a good point.
am.
It's a good point.
I'm worried about every single running back.
And that's
getting
why you
hurt.
got to have more running backs
Yep.
in the pen. You got, all right, next man up. Let's
Yeah.
go. You know, and I did bring this up when you weren't around. What about Gus Edwards from the Ravens?
I like that.
Because you could get him very cheap.
Yeah.
He'd be a good veteran presence, and then we draft a decent running back in the draft, Braylon Allen or Marshawn Lloyd, the 2 running tandem. Or let me ask this question: do we re-sign Josh Kelly again? I mean, because he's cheap, we can get him cheap,
Yeah.
True.
on the cheap.
He
right.
did have some pretty explosive plays last year,
Yeah.
previous season. Honestly, I met him. He's a cool guy.
Yeah.
I love the way he can be explosive.
Yep.
If we pay, I say we pay him, keep him, and get him some good training and conditioning.
Yeah.
Get him in the right spot. I swear that guy will make plays.
Yeah.
You know,
And
Ola,
give QJ more chance
athletic.
too.
so last night we talked a lot with Natron Means about you know draft and what he would like. Obviously, our running backs love a great quarterback. They love a great O-line, right? An O-line makes a difference for a running back, right?
100%.
You could have a system in place like Kyle Shanahan, or even say the Ravens. You can almost put a lot of guys in their system, and it works.
Maybe AJ Dillon. Who knows?
A.J. Dillon.
AJ Dillon, yeah, he's
like,
another one.
We
He's
might be
another
able to find a couple really good cheap free agents. We might be able to find some guys in the back end of the draft that work. I mean, you go and say, what's the running back from the Chiefs? He's at
Pacheco?
Pacheco.
Yeah.
I mean,
Seventh round pick.
guy.
Seventh round pick.
Exactly.
That guy's got wheels.
Yeah.
He runs like
Yeah.
he's got his
Yeah,
hair
size
on
was an
fire,
issue with
dude.
him.
Yeah, I think a guy that's really underrated that showed a lot this last season when Jonathan Taylor went down is Zach Moss too.
Zach
I'm a
Moss.
big fan of his.
Yes.
I think that he's a guy that could potentially fill that gap if it becomes a gap for a year. Where they're trying to figure out who's going to be the long-term option at that spot.
There
He's
are
someone
a
that
lot
could
of
fill the
gaps
gap.
Yeah.
that we need to
gaps.
fill.
Fill the gap.
And the big thing about Zach Moss,
Yeah.
Keel
100%.
McDonald, our running back coach, USC,
There you go.
also
There's connection.
connected with Utah and coach Zach Moss
There you
there.
go.
Connections. And you think of Marshawn Lloyd, who's in the draft, probably a fourth round, kind of possibly third round kind of guy.
That dude's a
connections.
beast, man.
I love him.
I want to see him.
Dude, he
I wanna
is a
see him.
beast. And every time I think about it, I want to say Marshawn Lynch every single time.
Yeah.
But
I was
it's
gonna say-
Marshawn Lloyd.
Marshawn Lloyd.
Marshawn Lloyd, who looks like Marshawn Lynch.
I already know we ain't getting Marshawn Lynch. That's for sure.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, he done.
Yeah.
He's eating them chicken wings.
He's a goat, but I already know we ain't gonna get.
Yeah. No doubt.
Probably not.
We got the kids, performing in the back here.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Love
Let's
it.
go.
We're giving
Both fan, both
man.
fan.
Ladder man. We gotta go both. The money in the
Let's go.
bank.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
What's
I
up?
love it.
Who's got it better than us, kids?
That's right.
Nobody.
I work.
Oh, let's go. Let's go.
I work with Raider fans.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Oh no. You just
Oh,
ignore
boy.
them.
You got to get a
You
different
just gotta
job,
ignore
bud.
them. You gotta ignore them.
For me, of
quitting.
course, I gotta talk some smack. You got it.
Of course.
That's what football's
course.
about. But if we got Josh Jacobs, I would love to see the look on their faces
Yes.
when we
100%.
pick them up.
100%.
Well, they're trying to be us.
100%.
Oh, big time.
I don't really
Yeah.
want to. I don't really want to go down their path. Like they're trying to be the Las Vegas Chargers.
Yep.
We'll stay the Los Angeles Chargers here.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. No
They're gonna
joke.
sign Kenneth Murray,
Facts.
Alohi Gil. Like they're gonna sign all the Chargers free agents.
It's a good
gonna
point.
be
They
the
will.
whole
They
defense.
will.
The
Yeah.
only
Chargers.
person they ain't gonna sign is Khalil Mack. I already know Keenan wants to stay. Khalil wants to stay. I think Bosa might want to stay, but he's still looking at those trade offers. Who do you guys think we're gonna find a way to keep? Honestly,
See, I think you could just extend these contracts out. I mean, bottom
I
line.
would.
But again, the player has to agree to it, right? So the
True.
terms are going to be completely changed. So do they agree? Do they not agree?
Find a way to meet in the middle.
Exactly. So that's really where Joe Ortiz's job is to
Exactly.
make the numbers work. That's his job.
He's
It's-
Batman.
He's Batman right now.
It's a really interesting situation because
Who's
They-
wrong? That's the question.
Well, right now, Harbaugh.
they have to weigh like what is the trade value even for some of these
Correct.
guys.
Correct.
Like I was talking to a Chargers fan on a live stream a couple days ago, and we were talking about how he was saying that they should try and cut away from these players because they're trying to save money and get that cap space back, but you're just cutting them loose for nothing to get cap space cleared that you're not going to be able to spend on other players right now anyways.
Yep.
Right.
So what is the balance of, do we really need to cut this guy straight up? Can we play him for 8 games and at the trade deadline recoup some trade value? Will Mike Williams' trade
That could
value
work. Honestly,
come back up by midseason? Will Khalil Mack's trade value is still there in my opinion.
Yep.
Will Joey
100%.
Bosa's trade value come back? That's the biggest one for me.
Yeah,
Because
I
2 years
agree.
ago, Joey Bosa was worth a first round pick.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
100%.
Easily.
And now he's not worth anything.
I've got to
Fifth round
ask.
pick.
I don't know if y'all noticed. Even when we were just out of the playoffs, out of the Super Bowl, did you notice how we were still in it?
Yep.
We had Keenan Allen, who broke the 10,000 mark record, and then we had Herbert breaking passing records.
Yep.
What's that? And Khalil Mack breaking sack records.
Yeah.
Yep.
What Keenan Allen and Khalil Mack did last year doesn't make sense still.
No.
Yeah.
It
They
doesn't
have
make
been out,
sense.
but we still
Not
have our foot in the
only
door.
did they dominate at their age
Yeah.
at the highest level, they did it while the guys that were there to distract defenses and distract offensive lines were off the field.
Yeah.
Getting double teamed.
That's a
Still
really
doing
good
it.
point. That's a really good
100%.
point. Well, and again, but we were talking about this on the long drive from Arizona to here. You could put Joey Bosa on a snap count. Just have him at passing
Yeah.
situations. Think
Yeah.
about that. You got all 3 of those guys out there again. Remember when all 3 of them were out there? Mac, Bosa, and Thule.
Love that situation.
Folks, we were dry humping people. Dude.
Thule Mack, Bosa create sacks, man. It was like
Khalil
right
Mack
now,
and
dude.
Bosa. Bosa's amazing on stopping run games.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack's amazing on sacks.
Yep.
I say we should find a way to keep him.
Yeah, and I think you can, but again, it just goes back to you got to figure out the numbers to make it work. And they got to agree to it. They got to agree.
Figure out the terms.
Exactly.
Yep.
Where
And
where
in the middle.
does
Yep.
the cap release and the trade value kind of match up.
Yep.
It's tough. They had to get under the cap, but at the same time, you got to think long term. It doesn't need to be immediately fixed, and everyone needs to be cut ties. There's two guys I think that no Chargers fans are talking about that might be just as important that they try and keep. One is Alohi Gilman.
Oh my God.
What do you guys think about Alohi
man,
Gilman?
dude,
and
he's
the
amazing.
other
Yep.
is someone who I think has a chance to be the greatest kicker in Chargers history
Bro,
right now.
Dicker, baby.
He's a free agent.
Dicker
the
We're
kicker.
about to
Yeah.
lose
Yeah.
the guy that leads the team and made kicks and the biggest.
I mean, he did went 2 for 2 on 55 yarders.
Yeah.
Those also surprised
Dicker
that guy
the
walk.
kicker.
Dicker
Dicker
the kicker.
the
That guy walk.
kicker. We want
about to say.
Big Dicker energy.
I
He's
feel
got
like
the
if we
biggest.
lose
He's got
him,
the
we won't
longest
find
leg and the
anybody
longest
else.
leg.
No.
Longest leg.
His third leg.
No one's as good as Dicker the kicker. He's been like amazing this whole season.
Yep.
Yes, he's missed like 2 or 3. We all do. They all miss kicks.
I think he's missed 2 or 3 since becoming a Charger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
2
it's
years.
4 total field goal attempts.
Even when we
That's
had Mike
nuts.
Badgley,
Yep.
honestly, Dicker the kicker's been our best kicker since picking him up and
Yep.
past players. Way better.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 26, so it goes way further back. But
Nate
do you
Keating.
guys think anybody that's been this
No.
consistent at kicker for the Chargers in history?
Nate Keating had a couple good
I
years.
mean,
Nick Cade.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
about
but-
it.
Are we
Again,
talking
man.
Charger history or just NFL history?
I mean, it's just
Oh,
Chargers.
Chargers.
Chargers history. I mean, he's
I
going to
mean,
be
we-
in the all-time ranks for NFL history. Also,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, Dicker could be our
Didn't he
Justin
also break a
Tucker,
record
basically.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's great.
Well, so going back to Alohi Gilman though too, right? So what do we
Keep
do?
him.
Do we let him go or we keep him? Because
I
I
say
want to
keep
resign. We can resign him for about $3 million a year.
We were talking about it earlier. We are getting so lucky with 2 players. One is Austin Eckler because there's so many running backs out there in
Yes.
the draft and free
Yep.
agency,
Yep.
and the other is Alohi Gilman.
Yep.
Alohi Gilman would be like a top 3 safety in most free agency classes.
Yep.
But this one is absolutely loaded.
Yep.
So I want them to find a way to keep Alohi Gilman in
I
town.
can tell you another
It's just
Charger
so-
safety who's also loaded. Asante Samuel Jr.
Oh, he's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
Dude,
He's a stud.
He's just
he
so
really is a stud.
it's just hard because they're already paying a max contract at that position in that
Yep.
room at safety.
Yeah.
Do you want to try and keep things cheap there? Because you can find safeties. It's
Yes.
not a hard position to find.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a first round, very often taken in the first round. I think that
But the question is,
they're probably going to go young, but I want them to keep
Alohi.
Alohi.
Yep, I
Alohi.
agree. I agree. Alohi has been great for the last couple of years for us.
The difference is finding a safety that could do it for us and makes a difference
Yep.
on the defensive line.
100%.
Well, another guy that we haven't.
Asante, Alohi, both those players are studs and unloaded.
Yep.
100%.
I think Asante is such a Jim Harbaugh guy.
Yeah, brother.
Absolutely. Good to
See
see
you,
you.
Anthony, man. Great
Thank
time.
you. Hey, we'll reach out. We'll talk.
Chat.
We'll chat.
For sure.
And plus,
I was going to ask him to do a start bench cut. I was going to say Troy Aikman,
Oh.
John Elway, and Stan Humphries.
Oh, I like that. I like
Stand
that.
the man at 1, right? Stand the man
Sure.
starting.
Stand the man
all
over
day.
here.
Stand the man.
let's signal him over here.
Yeah.
Yes, no?
Hey.
Should we try?
We could ask him. Yeah.
Stan the man or Troy Aikman?
It's
Come
Stan.
here. We got a
Quick question.
Okay.
We got a question for you.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but I do think it's an interesting situation. It's so amazing to have these,
Before he
ex-Charger
co-
players
I'll
here.
say,
They're
before
so
he comes over here,
kind.
let's get a quick draft question.
Yeah. Yeah, we already chatted with him.
What did you guys talk to him about?
But for me, the draft,
Yep.
Brock Bowers, baby.
Yeah, he talked about Brock Bowers. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Talked about how he needs to get in the Ring of Honor for the Chargers.
Oh, that'd be
I mean,
cool.
the
I
guy
thought he
was
already was in.
multiple Pro Bowls.
I know
Yeah,
a lot
I
of people
thought he was
doubting
already in
Harbaugh,
too.
but
He's like, no,
honestly,
I
let
haven't.
them
It's
doubt.
like, what is going
They're
on
just-
here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let them talk. Let
Yeah.
them talk the trash. Just wait till you get proven wrong.
Yes. Yes.
No joke.
All you're
No
gonna
joke.
see.
I was looking at his stats. I think he had like 5,000-yard seasons in the 90s, and I'm just thinking,
Yo.
going across the middle with Steve Atwater
Yikes.
and Brian Dawkins and all these guys out there, like, what was it like to play
Right.
receiver in that NFL?
Yeah, and you know what?
Yeah.
And they don't
We
play.
talked
They don't
about
play
that.
two-hand touch like we do now,
Yeah.
right? And so I mean, they're hitting people.
Yeah.
Well, he was talking about training camps, basically 2-a-days, pads on. Like, for whatever it was, 17 days straight. or
17
something
days
like
straight,
that.
which is crazy.
Bro, you're getting wrecked.
Not at all.
No, it's like, oh, pad week is going to be 2 times this week, and going to be these specific type of practices. I mean, it's
up,
crazy.
baby?
Yeah, brother.
I'm just recording over here.
Yeah.
Get some Charger
Let's
love over here,
go.
baby.
Let's go.
What's up?
Ball Bros
Charge love over
Podcast.
here.
Let's go.
Let's go, Harbaugh, baby.
Let's
And
go.
not just
Let's
imagine playing receiver in the 90s. Imagine Derwin James in the 90s.
go.
Yeah,
Oh, my
Derwin James in the
God.
90s. Yeah, I mean,
Oh
that's
my
it.
God.
And they just let him loose. They
Yep.
said, "There's no rules, Derwin. You can do whatever you want."
Man, I mean,
And some of those hits that he got penalized on this year were
Yeah.
so ridiculous.
DJ is amazing too.
Well, and he's a Harbaugh guy, right? You know, again,
Yeah, 100%.
we've talked a little bit about letting him go or trading him away, but I'm like, nah, he's
No way.
no chance, no chance.
I mean, Harbaugh talked quite a bit about Derwin, and he's like,
I've got a
"Man,
question
he's my
for the
guy.
refs."
He's
Yeah.
my
I'm so
guy.
happy about that.
He's my guy."
Actually, did you hear about the whole chain gang thing? They're talking about getting rid of the chain gang now.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the the footballs. You know why you cannot? Interesting little stat. Do you know why you can't keep a football that goes into the crowd? There's actually a chip in every football, and so it's tracked and monitored. So they can get rid of the chain gang completely and just use basically statistics on where the ball moves to, and it'll determine whether you get first down or not.
That's
So
crazy.
they're talking about potentially not having a chain gain at all next season, which I think is pretty interesting.
So a lot of AI involved in this.
Oh, I don't know about
Yeah,
AI, man.
technology.
I don't know
Dude,
about
what's going
AI,
on here?
statistics and all
AI
that.
refs. All right, wait. We got a question.
Okay.
Hey, we're gonna get Anthony over here real quick for a question, man. I know you're taking off.
Yep. One last question.
NFL Mike's got a question.
NFL Mike's got a question for you.
I'm putting you on the spot
Yeah,
here, bro.
you guys go ahead and ask. You're the host.
No,
No,
good. No,
What's
we
up?
want you
What's
to.
up? How you
It's a tough
doing?
question.
So NFL Mike joined us here as well.
I'll do it. I'll just.
Yep.
Just for the record, I was joking before I asked the question, but the question
but
was
it's a good
start,
question.
bench, cut. Troy Aikman, John Elway, and Stan Humphries. The man. Humphries.
Wow. But
So,
this
how,
might be
what do you
loaded.
want me to say? What do you want me to say?
I want you to say that former AFC champion Stan Humphries is on the level of Troy Aikman and John Elway.
Okay, he's on the level with him. I'm gonna tell you, I like Stan. I think Stan. I had some good years with Stan. You know, I went to Pro Bowls with Stan.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you know, it's hard to say. I mean, these two guys were Hall of Famers, but I like Stan.
Stan's right
So
there.
I can't go no past that.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
We'll take that.
What is insane? You played with three really, really good
Yeah, you did.
quarterbacks.
Yeah, you did.
Like, there's players in the NFL that just never have a chance with one extremely great quarterback. That's
Well, actually,
wild.
I played with a
Yeah.
lot of great quarterbacks when I go to the Pro Bowl too.
Yeah, that's,
yeah,
that's
true.
a good point.
I got a chance
That's a
to
good point,
play
true.
with a lot of Hall of Famers, and man, coming from Pasadena, little young guy, that I never even thought I was gonna even make it to the pros. I only started my senior year in high school, so
Yeah.
you know it was a blessing for those 10 years. So that's all
100%.
I can really say about that.
100%, man. It's great to see that, man. You had a great career. We need to see you once again in the Chargers Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Ring
Yeah.
of Honor. Let's
Ring
go.
of Honor.
Yeah, you guys better push that, push it. Get in those Spanos' head. Tell them what are they thinking about.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
Actually, we should. We reach out to Jamal and have some conversation.
You know, I mean, that's what one thing I can always say for the Chargers. You know, they gave me an opportunity. You know, my
Yep.
senior year, I got hurt. I didn't really catch that many balls my senior year at University of Tennessee.
Yep.
They gave me an opportunity, and I know I kicked that door down.
Yep.
Yep.
Obviously.
Take the bull by the horns, man.
Yeah, you know. And the good thing about it, if they do it, I'm from right down the street. I'm from Pasadena. I'm a homegrown buddy.
Yeah. This guy lives in Pasadena too. Over
Yeah,
here.
so you know
I'm
what
from
I'm
that area,
talking
too.
about.
Yeah.
I grew up all up and down Pasadena, Altadena.
Yeah.
You know,
man,
went to
man.
John Muir High School.
Love it.
A lot of athletes came out of there.
That's awesome.
You know, so but you know, from a guy that little snotty nosed kid that never would have thought he made the pros. You know, I feel very blessed.
That's all.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We'll keep pushing it. How about we do this? Every time we have a live, Spanos, Anthony Miller.
Hey, you know what to do.
Yeah,
the
man,
Ring of
I
Honor.
don't
You know what to
understand.
do.
They had-
We're just gonna play
I
highlights.
mean, you
at the
got guys that's in there that deservedly, but I know I deserve it too.
Yeah,
Exactly.
no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
exactly.
Man, we love to see that, man. And
Thank you.
you know,
Yeah.
the thing I'll say about the Chargers, and I know you're gonna take off right now, but Chargers seem to be in the Spanos and seem to be bringing back some of the guys from the past.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh is starting one way or another. You got Antonio Gates a little bit more involved, LaDainian Tomlinson, just to name a couple guys. I love seeing that they get ex-players involved a little bit more with the team. What if they were bringing you back in to be able to do some coaching?
Wide receiver coach.
I don't know if they bring me back for coaching, but I love being around the fans and pumping up
I'd love to
everything.
see
You know, I would love to do it. You know, any opportunity I can. You know, I'm getting older. I'm 58.
Yeah.
Now all my kids, my last one, he's out. He's a senior in high school. And he's another Miller. He's he be looking out for him.
Well, says he playing.
Alexander Anthony Miller. Be looking out for him. He's a senior at John Muir High School, my old high school.
Really?
Yeah. Very the future, I'm telling you.
Yeah, let's go.
Because he's way ahead of me when I was in high school.
That's
Love
amazing.
it.
Yeah.
What, is he committed anywhere to college yet?
Not committed. He was only 17 years old as a senior. You know?
Okay.
Wow.
He started his freshman year as a 13-year-old.
Let's go.
They end up starting him early, you know. So what I'm pushing to do is kind of hold him back a year, let him get faster and stronger. He's already benching 225. He's 5'11", 160 pounds, but he's still growing.
Love it. Love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man,
You're 5'11" at that age. You're gonna be
What are
6
you
feet.
feeding that? No doubt.
What are you
No
feeding?
doubt.
Man,
All
it's
kinds
the
of
food
protein,
that
I
they
guess,
eat
huh?
nowadays. I think all these kids are huge, man. I go in there, and these kids are huge in high school.
Yeah.
And what they're starting to do now are holdbacks.
Yeah.
They got holdbacks, they got double holdbacks, and these kids are coming in as freshmen, only 16 years old.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a little different from when I grew up.
Love it, man.
That's
You know,
awesome.
we
Yeah.
appreciate you jumping back
Thank you.
over here, Anthony, man. I know you got a lot on your schedule today. This is a great event. We are appreciating that you're here.
Man,
Thank you
whenever
so
you
much.
guys want me to come out and say something, just give me a
Please.
holler, and I'll
Absolutely.
be there.
100%.
Yo, we'd love to be able to reach out to you, man. We got your
Yeah.
contact info.
Yeah.
We will reach out to you guys.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'll take my phone number down.
Yeah, no doubt.
I got
cut this one off. I'll sign it.
Yeah,
Okay, perfect.
Let's go. Let's
Where's
go.
you got a pen?
Yeah. Man, you know, the thing is, though, it's like these type of events are trip me out, man. Like, it's awesome to be able to have, like, Anthony Miller here.
Yeah.
Talk with him. Just talk about what football is all about right now. What's to come. His
Exactly.
son is going to be coming out here. I'm a big fan of pedigree-based players.
Oh, yeah.
Asante Samuel Jr.
This is not right.
You know, his
Oh, yeah.
dad. Get those guys that have got an Anthony Miller
Because
for him.
they have access to the information
I love
of
it.
what does it take to be an NFL
I
star.
love it.
Not an NFL player,
Yeah.
NFL star.
Dude, you know Antonio Gates has
Yeah.
his son playing right now too in Michigan.
Oh, really?
Michigan, I
He
believe.
didn't tell him maybe just play basketball. At the very last minute, decide I'm gonna be a Hall of Fame football player instead.
Yeah, let's try
You
this
know?
whole
100%, 100%.
Let's try this whole football thing out. You know, it worked out real well.
Yeah,
for
it
him,
happened
you know?
to.
Absolutely worked out well, man. But man, I just love being at these events and just engaging
king of the
everybody
jump ball.
here. It's great.
It's
man.
huge.
Oh, it's great.
Thank you.
Anthony, man, appreciate it once again, dude.
100%. 100%.
Appreciate it, my man. Yeah, buddy.
Thanks again, man.
Thank you
Thanks,
for all
Anthony.
you do, man. I
We'll
really appreciate it.
talk for sure, man.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
Have
Anthony.
a blessed day.
You too. But man, you know, great event, guys. And obviously we got more interviews coming here. We got NFL Mike sitting in for
Hi.
Kyle.
NFL
I don't know
Mike.
if Kyle's got laryngitis or something. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
He's working with the board over there. But once again, guys, it's kind of like a mini Thunder Alley here.
It
Yeah,
feels
it-
like
it
it,
is
yeah.
I love it. And I love it. You go to Thunder Alley pretty often?
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time I go to the games, I usually stop by Thunder Alley, walk through, and say what's up to everybody. It's a lot of fun.
Thunder
much
Alley's
fun,
the best, folks. I'll tell you, we say this during the season. Even if you live in LA and you're not going to go to the game, just go to Thunder Alley. It is a
100%.
blast every time.
Every
Yeah,
time.
and
You got to go. Let's talk about it. Get some tacos.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, amazing!
It's
And
great.
I went to the tailgate in Vegas too, and I'll just say that it's not even close.
Not
It's
even
not even
close.
close. They
Not
brag
even
about
close.
it, we're acting like it was some kind of special thing, but
Yeah.
I was just standing there like, all this stuff looks ugly. None of this looks nice, anyways, and we're just standing
Oh, it's
here
hard.
drinking.
It's
These
hard.
Raiders
all we're
fan
doing.
looks
It's hard.
smelly. We're not
We
happy
go to
with the
Chargers
start.
Thunder Alley. It seems
Yeah.
like a party.
Oh, it's
Back,
living.
back.
It's living.
What's up,
It's
y'all?
living. There
I'm
it
here
is.
representing Bolt Power Ride and OC Toe Patches.
Let's
Hey,
go.
Get
Let's
that
go,
OC
man.
Logo. Where's it at? Let's see. I got the logo right there, baby.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
There it is, right
Let's
there.
go. Let's go.
Bolt Pride Worldwide, for me, this is a true minute.
Let's go.
I went to Japan last year in April, and I was even repping Chargers.
Hell yeah.
Let's
I had
go.
my hat on the entire time. nothing will stop me from representing 100% everywhere I go internationally.
That's it.
I love it. I love it.
Stay bolted all day, every day.
Stay bolted,
You know?
stay
Let's
bolted.
go.
Bolt proud all day.
All
Everywhere,
day.
worldwide.
Worldwide.
I wear chargers at work. I got one of those little what the little pin with the clips for my badge. I got the clip for my badge. I got a pin on my badge. I'm chargered up.
Yep.
I gotta make sure I'm bolted up all the time, 24/7.
Yep. I love it. I love it.
Let's go.
I ordered
man.
my truck Velocity Blue.
Let's go.
I got my bolt up frame and a Chargers holographic plate.
Let's go.
I love it.
Hey, man, all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Nate, you're awesome, brother. We appreciate you, man, jumping in here. I know we're going to get some other guys coming in here shortly, but we're excited,
Bolts up.
man. Let's go.
Bolts
So
up.
what are you most excited about for this season? I know you asked us. I think we may have cut you off. I'm not quite sure if we got your full answer, but yeah, I want to hear what your thoughts are.
For me, it's just
Final thoughts.
For me, it's just seeing what Harbaugh is going to do, what changes we're going to see. So far, we're making a lot of like the right and perfect moves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Natron.
So yeah, just seeing what we got and just taking baby steps.
Let's go.
Let's get me
Hey.
the Tron in here. Bolts up, baby.
Let's go. 2024. Let's go, baby.
Thank you.
Oh, man, we got a special guest here, guys.
Special
He's
guest,
our
special
guy.
guest, special guest.
Number 20. Number 20, guys.
Best
Remember
ever,
the
best
story I
ever.
told you guys earlier.
Yep.
This guy's got my original Nathan Means jersey.
No, that's not true.
He stole it from me.
It's unproven.
He
It's
stole it from
unproven.
me.
Unproven.
It's in
Unproven.
his closet. And I found out about that on the drive over here that he's got my original jersey.
Hey,
Of
prove it, though,
Natron
prove it.
Means.
Of Natron Means.
Let's go.
So how you been, Natron?
I've been well, man.
Yeah.
I've been well. Yeah, having a good time. The energy in this place is electric, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's excited. Everybody's hyped up. So I'm in a good mood, man. They definitely lifted my spirits.
Love it.
I love it, man.
Love it, man.
Well, I enjoyed our conversation with you last night. It was great hearing you talk about football and everything, how the game has changed.
Yeah.
So you're a running backs coach at UNC now.
Okay, so I'm an offensive analyst. I'm in the running back room. So technically, I'm the assistant running backs coach. But
Okay.
That's my current role. Yes, sir.
That's amazing.
Love
So
it.
how's the game changed? I mean, for the people watching, how has the game changed now from when you played to now?
Obviously the core of football is never going to change. There's always going to be hitting and tackling at the end. Right?
100%.
There's going to be contact and there's going to be a physicality to the game. But what has definitely changed since I have been in school has obviously been one, the focus and the emphasis on player safety, right? To try and reduce some of the injury, the brain injury, I guess, just the overall injuries that occur in the game of football.
Uh-huh.
The introduction of NIL and transfer portal has, really made college football, kind of unrecognizable in terms of, how it was when I was a student athlete, many moons ago. But just the just the focus, the emphasis, the facilities. Just the whole landscape, has really shifted, and it's something now. The product now is something vastly different than what it was when I was in college.
Yeah, 100%.
And we talked with Anthony Miller, too.
Yep.
And he talked a little bit about the difference of the NFL now back when he was playing. He was like 2-a-days, pads
Yes.
on, just heavy workload, man.
Yes.
Like now it's like, hey, you might have 2 pads on practice a week or whatnot during training camp.
Totally different.
Such a different thing now. And I mean, you're injured, put some dirt on it. Get out there, man. Like, what a different game it's been, man. But, talking to you about, let's talk about the Super Bowl team.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Memories.
Oh, man.
Memories. Like, I just bought the printing plate from the newspaper.
Yes.
Iconic.
Yes.
Iconic.
I did too.
And he did too.
The two bros did it.
We bought it.
We had to get it.
I mean,
We should have brought 3.
Yes, we should.
Yeah, I know.
We should.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is right there.
Yeah.
that
definitely
is
should've brought 3.
absolutely incredible, man. And that's such an iconic picture there. What is some of your memories of the Super Bowl? Best memory. I mean,
I don't. You know what? My best memory, would probably have to be obviously when we returned from Pittsburgh in the AFC Championship game after beating the Steelers. arriving at the stadium, and having the stadium packed out, just that energy, just that feel was something that has even been, has even I haven't come close to anything like that in terms of just stadium energy. In Jacksonville, it was different. It happened in Jacksonville, but it was different in Jacksonville because, we were going to the AFC Championship game.
Right.
To climb that mountain to get to the Super Bowl. Obviously the outcome wasn't what we wanted it to be. But at that time, where we had come from in terms of expectation at the beginning of the season to, realization at the end, that was definitely one of the highlights of my career.
It's amazing.
And that stadium was ballistic.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the videos on YouTube, and I'm like, bro, that thing was sold out.
Yeah, it was rocking. And the plate picture, right? The one that you guys purchased, that's an everlasting memory of mine as well, because Pittsburgh had a lot of activities planned, right, for when they beat us and went on to the Super Bowl. So for us to win that game when I was walking off the field, I think they just caught me kind of pointing at Steelers fans and laughing, because their season was over. So I think I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing in that shot.
That's fantastic.
You were laughing at Steelers fans?
Excuse me?
You were laughing at Steelers
Exactly,
fans?
pointing and laughing at Steelers fans because they weren't going to get to continue. And it really hurt me because I grew up a Steelers fan.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all you did.
Yeah. I grew up a Steelers fan, but it has had a lasting impression on Steelers fans because I always know when I run into a Steelers fan because the conversation starts off, Natron means I hate you.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. To this day? To this day, that's how it starts off.
Oh, my gosh.
That's how it starts off. Natron means I hate you, man. I was like, let me guess.
Weekend.
Steelers fan. They're like,
Haters.
I think
That
you
is
single-handedly ruined some guys' weekends.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Oh,
by yourself.
I love it.
But yeah, going back to then to now, the mission hasn't changed. You were part of the only Chargers Super Bowl run in history.
Yes, sir.
What do you think it's going to take for this team to take that leap? What is this team lacking that they need to make a similar run to the 95 Chargers?
Now I would preface this by saying that if I had the answer, right, I'd be sitting up there in one of the GM boxes. Right?
Yeah.
I'd be sitting in a very, very nicer office than the one that I currently have.
Yes.
But I think that the teams that are ultimately going to win the Super Bowl are going to be the ones that one either have a dynamic guy quarterback, right, have an outstanding defense, right, and obviously is a team that doesn't beat themselves, plays well, plays efficiently, and does that consistently, for the entirety of an NFL season. So, when you look at the Chargers, right, you say, okay, we've got the quarterback, right? We've got the quarterback in Harbaugh. I think everybody believes in him. I think there are going to be some questions as to, what's going to happen outside. Allen, has been productive and he's been a great player for the organization, but, he's getting up there. What's going to happen on the other side? We have some young guys, who are, going to need to step it up. And, that probably goes for everybody across the board in the organization. So obviously it's not going to be a simple or an easy fix. But the thing about today's NFL is, you can go from, not being that team to being a contender in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, very true.
And you have the quarterback. And when we were fortunate enough to make it to the Super Bowl, nobody anticipated that we would even come close. But, what we were able to do was, capture that momentum, right? Capture lightning in a bottle and turn it into a special season. So, those situations are always out there. And I think the Chargers are a team that, obviously if they put everything together, it could be that kind of year for them.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just to ask too, the team, obviously, this is the only Super Bowl we know of, the Chargers. What made that team get the will and the ability to be able to get there? Bobby Ross being the head coach to basically the players obviously need to do the work on field.
Yeah.
What was that mentality during that time? Like that dog mentality? What was it?
I think before there was a dog mentality, the relationships amongst the players on that team was unlike any other organization, team, or situation that I've been into. It almost felt more like a college bond right? Like a college bond than it did a professional one. And, it may be because, some of the things that, we were doing, we had fun on and off the field, which I think definitely helped, but we were always together. At the end of the day, guys weren't rushing to get out of the stadium. We would stay around, we would hang out, we'd play cards. We enjoyed being around each other. And, when you talk about team, right? It's the relationships inside the locker room, right? Inside the locker room that are going to drive the boat. And I think what we had with that team was a special bond in the locker room, and I think it showed when we played.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
And that's right. That's you become brothers.
Yep.
And you become bonded. You understand each other and how you play and everything, and you try to do your best to be able to be that brother, to be there to get their back when they need it. So love that. Love that.
Yeah, we talked quite a bit about the draft last night as well, too, at the Mixer. So Chargers got the 5th pick, as you know. What should the Chargers do with the 5th pick? Trade back? First pick? What's your thoughts? I know a lot of good wide receivers, a lot of good tackles.
Yeah.
All general thoughts on how we build this team further and in the draft.
If I'm put on the spot, right, I'd have to say, like I said last night, I think I've got, or at least in my mind, I've got a mentality of a, one player away, right? So, are the Chargers one player away from, from being a team that's considered to be a serious Super Bowl contender? And when I look, at the roster, definitely some talented players, right? Definitely some talented players.
Yeah.
But, I don't see us as being one player away.
Yeah.
Right? I don't see us as being one player away. So if it was me, I would probably go back. I would probably move back, try and get more picks, right? Try and get more picks and see if we could, fill some holes that way as opposed to going all in for the one splash. I think we can get some more. I think we can get some good value out of that 5th pick.
Yeah, I agree with you on that too. I every trade scenario I go with, I trade back, and then you can build. The thing that I like about this draft more than anything, great wide receivers, probably 2nd, 3rd round, tackles probably 2nd, 3rd round that can start playing really well. There's depth where we need them, which is really good for us. So glad you thought that.
And that pick's going to hold so much value probably because of the quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And I got to ask while I have you here, my buddy, one of my best friends in this world, is a diehard Commanders fan. And I keep telling him that number 10 is the pick. You coached at UNC. Can you put his mind at ease that the Commanders are in safe hands with Drake May?
I'm going to tell you, whoever selects Drake May is going to be in safe hands. Drake is an outstanding person. He's an outstanding player. Contrary to whatever the hell Merrill Hodge was talking about, Drake is nowhere near stiff and inconsistent. But I think he's shown, over his body of work these past 2 years, that he deserves to be one of the top QBs selected in this upcoming draft. And wherever he ends up, you're going to get a dude. I mean, that's what you get with Drake. You're getting a dude. You're going to get a guy who loves football, who loves winning, who loves competing, and is not going to back down from any situation. And is going to surprise you with his athletic ability.
Good. That's a good answer because I keep telling him. He keeps saying, no, I want Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels, all these guys. I said, no.
Yeah.
You want Drake May.
Yeah.
That's
Drake May makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Too.
You want Air Drake.
Yeah. Air Drake. I like
Air
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah,
Oh,
you want
boy,
Air
that's
Drake.
a
Nickname
shirt.
right there.
Yeah,
That's a
right.
shirt
Well,
right. Well,
we-
Throw that shirt.
I want to get on those T-shirts.
He picked up the nickname Air Drake because
Air Drake.
he would, if you go back and watch some of his scrambles, he would, try to jump over guys at the end. But the coaching staff, Coach Brown, I think, shut that down real quick.
Really?
So, yeah. So when word came down that Air Drake had been grounded, that's when the nickname kind of ran.
We're going to remember that. I'll remember that.
You tell your buddy that one for sure, man.
Yeah.
For
I'll
sure,
send him
man.
a recording.
Well, tell me a little bit about, I know you got the foundations or anything like that, anything that you support, anything like that?
So I don't have a foundation of my own, but cancer, has been something that has touched my family, that has touched my wife's family. And, we do all we can to help out when called upon in those situations. I am not, again, currently at the helm of my foundation and actively doing things. Football takes up a lot of my time.
Yep.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So
Sure.
that's where our focus is. But cancer is one area where we focus our time.
Yeah, sure. It's such a horrible disease. We lost an uncle to cancer as well too. Uncle Tom, what, about a year and a half ago, something like that, right?
All right.
So yeah, definitely feel you on that.
Yes, sir.
So, no, it's been absolutely amazing having you here, man. Chatting with you last night was so much fun. Seriously.
It's surreal.
How was the burrito?
Surreal.
No,
How
it
was the
was-
burrito
oh
last
my
night?
God. We got to get you a
Burritos.
burrito. Hey,
Yeah.
we got to get you.
I know. We got to get your burrito.
We are going after this. So if you want to join us,
Hey,
I
we
will
got
buy
you.
you a burrito. I'll tell
No
you what.
problem. We can get you a couple if you want. Couple to go, whatever you want, dude. We got you.
I still got to figure it out.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta figure it out. Is it pork? Is it beef?
You
Korean
can
beef?
get chicken, pork, short rib, whatever you
Short
want.
rib,
You can get all three in one burrito. By the way.
That was the one that got my spidey
Oh, that's
senses
right.
tingling.
Yeah,
you did.
The
You
short
said
rib burrito.
Short rib
Yeah,
burrito.
short rib burrito got my
Let's go.
spidey senses
Hey,
tingling.
we got to get your people together. I know your guy wants to go too, so we got to make it happen after this for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll show you the
Absolutely.
spots. We know LA. We know LA.
We know LA for sure,
Yeah.
man.
We got it.
Got it. Sounds good.
Natron, we good? You got any other
Good. Got anything
questions?
else?
Natron, man, you're the man.
Hey, man, I appreciate you guys having me.
Appreciate you, man.
Right, y'all
Thank
can
you so much.
cut this right
Once
every
again,
time
man.
I leaned
We'll
over.
chat soon.
Right,
Burritos.
spitting my dip cup right outside.
You're good. You're good.
You're good, man.
You're
I
good.
appreciate it.
Hey, but burritos later on. Let's do this.
Burritos later on. We got to make it happen.
Burritos.
Burritos. Let's
100%.
go.
100%
Hey, short
burritos.
rib burrito, bro.
Let's do it.
It's on my freaking bucket list.
See you, Natron.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Oh man,
PC
great.
running back in the 90s, guys. If you guys don't know who Natron means is, look up some highlights. They're ridiculous.
He's supposed to sign this.
Oh man, I mean, he was just an absolute just bowling ball all around.
Yeah, he was talking about how his teammates loved him and how they're all brothers and everything. I was like, yeah, they loved you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
carried the offense
Absolutely.
all the way to the Super Bowl.
And ironically, I mean, we talked about it earlier. He was actually the first touchdown in Chargers history in the Super Bowl
Ever.
There you go.
Ever.
Yeah.
And so there's this talk about trying to get this
No,
overhead view of this photo of him jumping over the pile
Yeah.
for the first touchdown, and they're trying to get that photo to be able to create a bunch of memorabilia for
That would be so
Natron meets. So cool, right? Like when I saw those, I was like, yep.
Is that cool?
Oh yeah, you're good. But
Oh, the
getting these printing plates from basically the San Diego Union Tribune,
that is so cool.
like when I saw those, I'm like, take my money.
Yeah.
I don't care.
yeah,
Just
I would do the same thing.
take it. I don't care.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about Natron Mead specifically is I think he was really one of the guys that made me a Charger.
100%.
You know, my grandpa took me to a
100%.
game, but I remember just watching the way he played, and I was like, oh my God, this guy just watches people.
Plays like his life's on the line
Yeah,
every
100%.
play.
And that's one thing he said last night. He didn't say earlier is that, hey man, it's gonna be hard to put me to the ground. You got to bring your absolute best, and I want to punish people when they want to try and attack me.
You would hope that's what's going to happen with this next
Yeah.
offense. Yep. You're going to find dogs out there that just, hey, try to take me down. I want to see like some runs where you got 3 dudes on top of your back, still trying to hold you down, basically, get you done, and just keep those legs turning. Natron was those guys, dude. He'll just take out that corner real quick. That 180-pound corner, you're dead.
A 180-pound corner
Very.
might as well just not even try. He must have just saved the brain cells. And
Think about that. How do
Yeah.
you go after that?
Yep,
How do you
100%.
Swipe the legs. That's about it.
100%.
Swipe the legs.
I don't look like it now, but when I played in high school and I went overseas and played in Japan too, I was a little bit undersized. And I went on a couple rides where you're holding on to people's legs. I can only imagine that. Like, he could probably drag someone all the way down the field.
Oh, gosh. I mean, I have no idea how that even works. When I see dudes trying to go toe-to-toe with a guy that's 50 pounds heavier, dude, bro,
Exactly.
you're about to get lit up.
I mean, we can
You're about
shoot
to
him
get
up
lit
right now. I think he can hit that hole pretty good as well too.
Yeah,
you know?
pat him
Yeah.
up. Let's go.
Let's
He
go.
is still in coaching too, so he's still up to date with all the technique and everything.
Yep.
Well,
No doubt.
And that's one thing we talked about last night too. Is like I thought to myself, he's a prototypical Jim Harbaugh guy, man. If we could have him, now we need that bruiser back.
That's
the
what I'm
thing is,
saying.
Jim Harbaugh, his whole point in the offense is to just beat and crush their will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're putting this game away. I mean, you look at how they even beat Washington. They outwilled Washington. They were mentally so tough. Didn't matter. We're coming at you. We're coming at you. And they just gave up at the end there. They gave up. And
Yeah.
so That's the type of mental fortitude we need, and that's the guy. And it just made me think, like, man, he would just be so amazing.
I think at that position, that is somewhere where you really can set the tempo in games.
100%.
That is somewhere where Harbaugh is probably going to look to get that bruiser. And that's why I start to lean away from the Saquon Barkley talk. It's like he's more of a flashy running back.
I
yes,
agree.
he can run with power, but his best skills are in open space, one-on-one. He's going to juke someone out of their shoes. Maybe he leans more towards, like you're saying, that Gus Edwards prototype, or Donta Foreman's going to be out there as well. Someone I think is really underrated.
Or Henry for that matter.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
I mean, that guy's a beast, man. That guy's a gym rat beast.
Yeah. I mean,
just nuts.
And he's getting older in age and everything too. But guys, I mean, he's still one of those dudes that hard to put down, hard to be able to tackle. I mean, we were looking at some of the running backs in the combine this morning, and we're like, yo, that guy's like 6'2", 225, 230, big guys.
Looking like bodybuilders out
Yeah,
there.
big dude.
Like, this dude's a running back?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yikes. Watch out.
Yeah, I mean, all those offensive linemen too. You know, I mean, Joe Alt was talking.
Yeah.
We listened to him quite a bit. Fuaga talked quite a bit about the Chargers. I guess he's spoken to the Chargers quite a bit. So I think it'll be really interesting to see what happens with all that, right? You know, again, the trade back scenario makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, going back to what Natron Means was saying, because bottom line, you get more picks, you can get Fuaga at 10, 12, something like that. Life is good. The right side is going to be solid. You can go left or right. Everyone kind of knew we were going to go to the left side for the most part last year because that was stronger on that side. But, yeah, I mean, it'd be really interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
It's one of those positions I think they can go so many different ways. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun because we could
100%.
speculate and we could say this guy, that guy, that guy, that guy. Who knows? It's wide open. It could end up just being Austin Eckler next year. You know what I mean?
Right back
Which
to
I
where
wouldn't
we
be
started.
super mad about.
Yeah,
I would still be
right.
happy.
I mean, Austin's got, dual purpose. I mean,
Exactly.
Once again, he's a guy that's not far off statistically from like a McCaffrey. Like, he's very similar in that same sense. And so might be able to get him there. He might end up coming back cheaper than we think too.
And you say what you will, there's a lot of value in guys that already are familiar with the rest of the guys in the locker room. And that's something that Austin Eckler has with a lot of guys there, especially the offensive line.
Yep.
Familiarity.
And that's a great point because what did Natron Means just say?
It takes that next level connection.
Connections. Yep. It talks about basically being brothers to each other,
Yeah.
basically being bonded to each other more or less to be able to get to that next level. So, hey, you don't want to bring in a different personality. Maybe even to say some guys like J.C. Jackson didn't bond very well with the team.
Yep.
And that's what happened. See you, bud.
It just feels like if you can find a way to hold him, that's the perfect. We're going to sign him. We're going to draft the guy, and we're going to have a 1-2 punch for 2 or 3 years. However long he signs for.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And one of the things, looks like we got the Warrior coming too. But before he comes over, the one thing I will say too, everyone's like so concerned. We're like, we're not going to see Justin Herbert throw the ball. He's going to throw the ball.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And Greg Roman's never really had a quarterback like a Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
So, but the running game will open up the passing game. So I think there's a lot to be said about that.
Oh, man. Look at this. Oh,
Look at that.
Let's go.
Here we go.
Woo! Let's go.
I love it. I love
go.
it. Okay.
So
we got to put the
let's get
camera
the
on here.
camera all situated here, guys. We got another guest here. And we got the fan of the year.
Fan of the year.
Fan of the year. Chargers Warrior.
Charger Warrior.
In the house, guys.
And living flesh.
And
Living
the
flesh.
living
Ladies and
flesh.
gentlemen.
And I keep looking at your belt there, by the way, man. It's killing me. You got the what's that? The Phillip Rivers saying on there?
Yeah, non-coepi. And sorry, but this has had so many years of tailgates, games, so it's kind of like worn out. But
No, it looks
I'm
awesome.
gonna send it in to get it refurbished. But yeah, when before I got this belt, I wanted to represent Phillip Rivers because he's one of my all-time favorite Chargers. So I'm like, okay, let me represent him in one way or the other. So I decided to put non-coepi on the top, and then the one player who made me a Charger fan was Junior Seau. So I put a 55 recipe. So
Junior Seau.
wanted to make sure those two players were well represented.
Absolutely, man.
There we go. There we go.
We got 55. Kyle's got his 55 jersey on.
I love it.
So, as the fan of the year, man, how's it been for you so far with being fan of the year? Did you go? You went to the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, I went to the Super Bowl. That's one of the prizes that they give to the fan of the year. So, I mean, I can't thank the fans enough because 2 years ago when I was nominated, I really didn't want to do it because I'm like, I don't really feel that they should point out one fan. Number two, really don't see myself as a super fan. I'm just any other fan that happens to put face paint on his face, and so yeah, I thank the fans because they're the ones who pushed me to, I guess, accept the nominations.
Yeah.
Not only last year but this year when they announced me as a winner.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So you were on the field at the Super Bowl.
Yes.
How close did you get to Patty?
To who?
To Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, not close enough.
Dang it.
Not close
you should have
enough.
dropped the leg on him
Hey.
or something. You should have went full Ultimate Warrior, and you should have clotheslined him.
I would have joined
We need him on the injured reserve list.
I would have joined the Casey Wolf in jail because I would have,
if
cracked
you
his
ran into
neck.
him, it was done. So
I would
I'm
have
with
been
the
taken off the field in handcuffs.
That is so funny. Yeah, that was amazing. So obviously you're a super fan. How excited are you for this upcoming season? I mean, like all the other seasons, right? What about this season is more exciting to you?
I cannot explain. To give you a quick story, one of the events that they took us to at the Super Bowl weekend was NFL Honors.
Oh wow!
And I was hoping to see Gase. I didn't see him, but somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I looked around and I saw, Derwin James, and I was just super excited. I mean, I met him a couple of times, especially when they announced me as the winner on the field. But man, like I had a 5 or 10 minute conversation with him, and not only us as the fans, but the players feels like a feeling we haven't felt in like 20 years when we had Mark Schottenheimer as a coach.
Yep.
It's just I can't explain it. It's those most unbelievable feeling, going into the new season. Feel super excited to have John Harbaugh because we all know like he's a proven winner.
Yeah.
So I'm effing excited about this new season. So I can't wait. I can't wait at all.
It's such an interesting era that we're going to go into. And to be honest,
era.
I feel like it's a whole new era we don't know yet. Like we've never possibly experienced.
Correct.
And I'm beyond excited about it. And it's great to be able to be at this event and talking to everybody. Feel the excitement. I live in Arizona, and so it's like I get a little bit of excitement out there, but being out here, ground zero here in LA right now, this great event, the hype is real for everybody. So, you being in Thunder Alley, you're just out there just taking photos. You're an iconic guy out there. It's awesome to see that you won Fan of the Year, by the way, regardless. And so, who do you think as a candidate for next year? Ooh, do you pass that torch along?
Yeah, who do you pass the torch? Or do you keep it yourself?
That's a tough question because
Bull Bros? I mean, what are we talking?
maybe I mean, there could only be one winner.
Brother from another mother.
It could only be one of you guys.
That's gonna be me then.
No.
Hey, it might be the one with the longest beard.
What?
Hey, Mike, you gotta.
I gotta grow it out. What if I just go face paint? Face paint his beard.
I like that.
So let me say this. Being a winner, it's not always all that great because I really love the other candidates. When I won, there was a little glimpse of happiness and joy, but there's also this little part like, man, I feel bad because I wanted such and such to win. So just like the NFL overall winner, I'm like, oh, it would be cool to win, but I know some of the other winners like. It would be great to have them win. So
everyone there as well.
Yeah, so there's so many people on the Chargers side that I would love to nominate.
I nominate Doc Lightning.
Doc Lightning.
Is he here?
He's not here. I was putting up the camera.
I thought it was in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was like, is he here?
Doc Lightning. Is he here? He might be here.
Doc Lightning is
he's in
one of
Vegas?
them.
Yeah.
J-Rock, one of them.
Yeah,
J-Rock and Jessica had a great year. I'm not sure you guys heard that they went to every single game, home and away. El Cargador, he's a great nominee because you know the things he promotes. He's big on anti-bullying, and he looks always looking out for the kids. So he's one of the guys I look up to as far as being a super fan. So those are the few people I would love to have the honors next year.
I love so much about the Chargers culture where there's just people have iconic looks. Like you're an iconic guy involved in the culture, and walking down Thunder Alley and seeing Doc Lightning and all these guys, J-Rock, all these guys in just these outfits. It's awesome to watch, and I love that part about the Chargers culture, and I'm excited to see this culture grow with what's going on with Jim Harbaugh.
It's amazing.
You're hearing about San Diego, and a lot of San Diego fans coming out of the woodwork now. I mean,
I love seeing San Diego fans coming back. I mean, obviously, like there's a lot of fans who stuck around. I love them for that bit. It gives me goosebumps seeing old Charger fans coming back because
it's great.
What if the NFL made an exception and they counted the brisket rods as one?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, they do that for girls, but they wouldn't do it for guys. What's going on here?
I would love to see them, and again, those are two girls that I would love to see as a fan of the year bid. Unfortunately, there only could be one bid. I don't know. Maybe
can they stand on each other's shoulders? They would.
Well,
I know the brisket rods will stand on each other's shoulders if that's what it took.
That's a good point. They would totally do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
like in the Little Rascals when they went up to the bench.
I love that. Oh my God.
Maybe one could sit in the Super Bowl for one quarter, the other one second quarter, and then
that's fantastic.
switch back and forth.
Perfect.
First time for everything. Maybe we could get a group of people that actually could be the fans of the year for that team. Let's do it.
It'll be nice, seeing them both win fan of the year.
I love that campaign.
Phenomenal.
I'm thankful. Captain Morgan and Sports Illustrated, they do that campaign every year. I worked on it one of the years. So I got to see some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. I was a host like this on a show, and I was just asking fans questions and stuff, trying to find the fan of the year. But everyone behind the scenes, they're all about looking for people that have been in the military, looking for people that have done charity work, stuff like that, just going above and beyond to honor fans. 32 every single year. So every time it comes around and I see the Charger selection, I'm like, I know exactly what they're going to go through, and I appreciate the NFL for putting that on.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So I know a lot of people talking about the draft now, right? So you're the GM. We're at 5. What do? We stick and pick, trade back, and who do we get?
I would stay with the 5th pick. I would probably go wide receiver. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really don't watch too much college football, so I really don't know the players out there. But I love the guy a lot, Mike Williams. But I really see him going and us picking up another wide receiver.
Yeah. Makes sense. A lot of people like Malik Neighbors, from LSU.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people like him. Yeah.
Killer. I mean, a dynamic guy to add it to Justin Herbert's arm. I mean, we really haven't had a lot of guys that have been real true downfield threats for him. I mean, Jay Billy to basically Guyton.
Yeah.
Pretty much that's been his 2 downfield guys.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he's a special talent. Super well-rounded. And I think that even more so they're going to go receiver because of who they have there right now to mentor him.
Yeah.
You get Malik Neighbors in there, and he's going to get to spend at least 1 year with Keenan Allen. Oh. He's going to get to spend time with Josh Palmer. And I think that over the years, we haven't given Keenan Allen enough credit for that.
Yeah.
They drafted Mike Williams, and he mentored Mike Williams. He didn't look at him as a replacement. They brought in Josh Palmer. Look at how much that guy's grown since he was a rookie. 100%. I mean, he is a solid wide receiver in the NFL now. And I think that's what's basically locking in the Chargers picking a receiver at 5.
Yeah.
Is the fact that they got a guy there that's going to even increase the chances that it pays off.
Yeah, it's a good point. And Keenan Allen's footwork is very underrated. I mean, he probably got the best footwork in his route running. Yeah. Is absolutely special.
Decade of
work. I pull a hamstring anytime I try and do an out or go route. Kyle saw that, firsthand. Oh, fantastic. On the beach.
You guys see him running those footwork drills at training camp and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Great.
It's just a blur.
It's crazy.
It's just a blur. His feet are just a blur. He's just going.
You're like, oh, my God, dude. Yeah, and he does such a good job at disguising what he's going to do, which is so amazing, right? So, no, it's great.
Favorite player on the Chargers was Phillip Rivers. What's your second favorite player ever of Chargers?
Yeah, first overall, well, I'm not sure who goes first, but Phillip Rivers and Junior Seau.
Yep.
LT, obviously.
Man.
Then comes Derwin James.
Yeah.
Oh man, especially how he body slammed Jason Kelsey. That was the best. I get chills when I see that.
That's perfect for you.
Yeah.
You know, body slamming people.
Oh, that's right.
Derwin James, body slamming Kelsey. I mean, that was. I don't even understand
you know
how
what?
he didn't get a penalty on
I'm
that.
not either. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about Taylor Swift, but I kind of blame Derwin James because I think when he body slammed Jason Kelsey, he kind of lost a little marble. So I think he's dating Taylor Swift because of that body slam.
That's amazing.
Oh man, he got a little T-swizzle in the head.
T-swizzle.
Screw it loose. T-swizzle his brain there, man.
Yeah. Hey James, what's your favorite Taylor Swift song? He's like, I don't even know.
Taylor Swift song?
My favorite Taylor Swift song is the last one.
The
last one she makes. That's my favorite one.
And she's retired.
When she retires, it's over.
Exactly.
I don't even hate Taylor Swift. I just hate her because of her association now.
Exactly. That's
Just
where
hate
I'm
her by
at with it.
association.
That's where I'm at with it.
I was going to ask you, too. I know this season was a little bit of a challenge also, too.
Correct.
How's everything going for you? I know fans know about kind of your health and such, too. How are you doing?
Oh, so recently my doctor took me off my medication because I get blood work every other month and some CT scans. So yeah, I feel my body feels better. And my doctor obviously says I'm doing good. So I should have another update next month to see how I'm doing. Yeah, thanks for the love to say thanks and much love to the both fam for saying their love and prayers. So I feel there's a lot of power in prayer. So I believe that helped me a lot.
Absolutely. That's the thing. We are Charger fans, but we're also a family. And
Correct.
This family really goes out and supports everybody.
Yeah, we don't say both family or Thunder Alley family just because it's a good catchphrase.
Yeah,
like I said in my video when the Chargers interviewed me, like we don't only support our players. We support each other.
Absolutely.
And there's been countless of times we had to like step up and help out a lending hand.
It's great to see, man, and thank you for the update too. We're excited to be able to see that continuing, and we're excited to see you in 2024.
Oh man, like I told a few people like I was afraid of winning fan of the year because once you reach that level, there's not much how you can go, man. I think it's a motivation for me to step up my game. Continue with the charity work that I do with St. Jude's and the Children's Hospital of LA. Make more stickers for the kids, and other fans. So I'm just gonna, go up from here. So
Absolutely. We need you to body slam Travis Kelce when you see him. Just like Derwin James.
What was the question?
We need you to body slam Travis Kelce just like Derwin James did.
I would love to do that.
That's what I was about to ask you next.
Oh, you were gonna
It's WWE themed. Like, can you list 3 players in the league that you drop a leg on?
3 players on the league. Well, Jason Kelsey, Patrick Mahomes, and he's not a player, but Patrick Mahomes' brother, because he irritates the heck out of me.
His brother.
So you're saying Travis Kelce,
Patrick
who's the
Mahomes,
middle one?
Patrick Mahomes, and
Jackson Mahomes.
Jackson Mahomes.
Oh, love it.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, that guy.
I'd pay to see that.
That guy.
I'd pay to see that.
Is
Oh
there
my
like
gosh.
a fan event going on with the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey, and also him to be there and just see that happen, just right on that stage. Just blah.
We'll get him there like in a dark
Hey,
hoodie so no one knows it's
go,
him.
yeah.
And I don't know.
I'm like, I'll be like, put that on TikTok,
Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh my gosh. Jackson.
Jackson.
That is
Spirits in the house
Let's
now.
go.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Let's go. Let's go.
I love that.
Well, awesome to have you here, man.
Oh, thanks for having
You're
me.
an
Thanks for
icon
having me.
here with the Charger fans. You're honestly doing great from what it sounds like. We
Uh-huh.
love hearing that. And appreciate you stopping by the Bolt Bros podcast, man.
Oh man, thanks for having me. It's always my pleasure, to talk to people like you guys, taking pictures. I do it because it's not only fun, but I love seeing the the joy in people, when they take pictures of me. I mean, it's a great thing, that I do.
It's amazing, man. We
Appreciate
love
it.
to see it, man. And we're looking forward to 2024 and seeing you at Thunder Alley, my man.
It's gonna be a
100%.
different Warrior. So, like I said, I'm gonna step up my game.
We're gonna see some unveiling, huh?
Well,
A whole different look.
there's always something that I add on to my I guess persona, and I think one of the founding members of Bull Pride, Rafael Alvarez, because he's always asking me, oh, what's going to be next for the Warrior, next year, and I take that as like, okay, step up your game. So, I'm not sure if you guys saw the first time I became a Warrior. It was just beach shorts and watered down face paint, but I'm always trying to evolutionize myself, becoming better.
Love it. I love it.
I'm excited to see the reveal. It's gonna be
let's
good.
see this.
This is gonna be
Actually kind
great.
of giving me some ideas. If I show up as Bolt Hogan or
Bolt Hogan.
Randy, the Bolt Joe
Bolt-
Man,
the Bolt-
the Bolt Joe Man,
Bolt
Savage.
Joe Man, I like
We'll be
that.
a tag team for the day.
I like that.
Let's
I like
go.
that. I like
We'll be a
that. I
tag
like
team
that.
for the day. Oh, there you go. You got the
There you go.
shades and everything. There it is.
Bolt Hogan is a great name.
Oh, we're
Bolt
almost
Hogan.
there, dude. Let's
Bolt
go.
Hogan. I love that. I like that. That's great.
That'd be great. That would be great. Well,
I
we're
love
excited for it, man. We're looking forward to it. So 2024, man. Appreciate
Oh
it.
yeah, and then I'm just I know this, like I said, this build is old, so I'm just waiting for the right moment to get a new build that would say, NFL champions, the Los Angeles
Oh
Chargers.
yeah, that's the time.
And it's gonna be like all filled with gems and
Yeah.
stuff. I already been planning on it. I just don't want to execute too early and
Please
give
let
us
me help you on the design for that one.
Of course.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
I would have your face on it.
No, you got to be Bolt Hogan.
Oh yeah,
You got to be Bolt
I'll
Hogan.
shave the middle. I'm committed. I'll shave the middle.
I'm committed. Let's go.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. Oh.
Fantastic. And we're looking forward to that too, man. I can't imagine when the Chargers win a Super Bowl. I mean,
I'm gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry.
Hey, I'm gonna be
live
honest.
button, just
I'm gonna be
cry on
honest.
screen,
I
dude.
think about this a lot, and there's always
Let's go. I'm just
a
crying.
tear.
Yep.
I think about this, a lot. It's because I do part-time Ubering on the side, and I'm always like, thinking about like the Chargers and what I could do like to change myself. It, whenever I think about like what's ahead of us, there's always a tear in my eye because like it's just like it's gonna be a great season or the next couple of years with Jim Harbaugh. So it's just a new era.
New regime.
We all feel it. It's passion for such a long period of time.
Correct.
Frustration.
It's
And
all
it's-
gonna come
built up to
to
this.
Especially after
climax
the
there.
years we had, the heartbreaks, and I overheard you guys talk about the Jacksonville game.
Yeah.
Moments like that, it's. I think this year or the next year is going to redeem all those bad memories we had as Charger fans. So.
Get rid of the stigma that we've had, and I think that's the whole thing. A lot of people have even talked about it. Are you guys hearing about chargering? They've been chatting with Joe Ortiz about it and everything, and they're like, we hear it, and we're looking to get past that. We don't care. Like, we don't want it to be in our minds. We don't want it to be a thought at all. So I think they want to get past that, and I think this is going to be a big year. Personally, I just want to see less games where I'm having a heart attack. That's what
Especially at the freaking last 5 minutes, we're like, oh shoot, like.
Yeah.
This is me every time.
What's happening?
Dude. Oh gosh.
And what hurts more is like, yeah, we're winning in the first half, and last 5 minutes of the game, that's when things change and like, okay, are we gonna win? Are we not? Are we gonna miss this field goal? Or make it? So
Yeah.
I think we have to like just go for the jugular in the first quarter and just
Kill him.
keep slicing at the other
Yep.
team.
Well, that's
metaphorically, of course.
That
I'm not.
feels like that's going to be the big difference with Jim Harbaugh is he knows what comebacks are in this sport. He knows that the game is not over until the game is over.
Yep.
You're not going to see teams. We're not going to see any Chargers teams next year coming off the breaks
No.
at halftime. It's going to be full
I wanna
speed
see-
all game long. Whether you're down 30, whether you're up 30, let's try and get up 37.
I want to see our opponents crying for mercy at the second quarter. I don't want to wait for the third or fourth quarter. I want to cry for mercy at the first half. So that's the football I want to see from Jim Harbaugh.
Joe Ortiz talked about it. Jim Harbaugh said we want to punch them in the mouth. We want them to fear to play us, basically. Put that fear before the game even starts. And I think we got a chance for that,
Uh-huh.
And It's going to be a great season.
Well, and I think that's what a power running game does.
Power running
right?
game,
Because you
dude.
could chew
Punch 'em
clock.
in the mouth.
Chew clock. We can't come back. That defense is playing strong. Yeah. You break their will. And again, I think that's what it's going to take to beat the Chiefs.
Yep.
You know, they're on the mountaintop right now, so we got to knock them down. We got to slap Kermit the Frog in the mouth.
Kermit the Frog.
Leg drop him. Drop him.
He said he'll believe it when he sees it. Well, he's about to see it.
Wow.
Who do you guys want to play week 1?
Chiefs.
Right out the gate.
How amazing
Why not?
would that be?
Why not?
Let's
go
go.
for it.
NFL, you're listening, right? Chiefs, week 1, Chargers.
They listen.
Chiefs. Let's
NFL's
go.
listening. They know.
You know what that means, though, right? Because the Chiefs will play the first game of the season on Thursday night.
Yeah, let's go.
So it will be
It's that
Chargers
ball.
Chiefs to open the season, not just for us, but for the entire league.
Let's go.
That will be intense.
Let's go, dude.
They upset them in the first week.
Hey, Lions did it to him.
Yeah, they started
Let's
slow.
go.
They started slow last
They'll
week.
give us the opportunity to show the NFL
Right
that
away.
there's a new daddy in town. That's the fucking LA Chargers. Excuse my fucking language, but that's how I fucking feel.
Let's go. I'm ready. So, once again, man, appreciate it, dude.
Thank you so much. And
Oh, likewise. Again, the pleasure's all mine. You know.
You're always invited on the show anytime. Just to chat. Anything you want to promote, we're here for you, man. So,
Nothing to promote, but just want to, if I may, ask the both have for some prayers because we have some family members who need prayers right now who are sick. So, just maybe in general, because I don't want to name. I'm not sure if I want to name or I can name those people, but there's a lot of fans out there that need our prayers. So,
absolutely. Sounds good.
Fair.
Prayers will be
Family.
sent.
100%.
We'll definitely do it.
It's good talking to you, man.
Great chatting, my friend.
it was a great chat. So,
Keep it going, man.
I'm usually nervous when I do interviews, but I'm like, in my groove right now. So,
Hey, we try to keep it casual around here,
especially
man.
his lovely face and beard, it kind of calms me down. So,
Kyle, you're his inspiration.
Yeah,
I like
there
that.
it
I like
is.
that. I like
Calming
that.
face.
It is a
There
nice
it is.
beard. Did Eric Weddle inspire that? Okay, there you go.
Mick Foley.
We were talking about Mick Foley over there.
Mick over here. Bolt
Nick Foley, that's amazing.
So there we go. We got Mick Foley, Bolt Hogan. Who are you going to be? HBK or something?
no,
Let's go.
Cactus Bolt instead of Cactus Jack.
I'll be the Rock.
Bolton Reigns. Bolton Reigns.
I think you could pull off Bolt Angle, the Olympic
Oh,
Bolt
there we go.
medalist.
I like that. Bolt angle. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Oh, that's our new Halloween costume. What are we thinking, guys?
Fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic.
Me in tights, just walking around in underwear. Ain't nobody want to see that. Ain't nobody want to see
Hey,
that.
Joe Ortiz doesn't want to wear the tights too. So you don't want to be Robin in
Oh my
tights.
gosh. That's amazing. That's amazing.
Woo, man. Well, good times, man.
Awesome. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
We'll see you around for sure.
Bolts up, baby.
Thank you.
Bolts up.
And prayers will be sent for sure.
Yes.
Prayers will be sent. Too.
Okay, appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Congrats again, man.
Congrats. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Chargers Warrior in the house, man. Dude, it's such a good event. I know we're kind of waiting on Sean Merriman too. I think still Antonio Gates. I know we got some tunes going around, people dancing, kids running around, having a good time. So we're waiting for a couple other guys here too. But man, what a good event! What a good event.
Everyone's here, man. And I was talking to some of the organizers over there, and they were talking about what it took to get this event put on. It took a lot. So it's cool to see everyone show out and have some fun. I think everyone's pumped to see Antonio Gates. I see a lot of Gates jerseys.
Oh yeah,
Sean Merriman jerseys here.
You know, and what Gates did, man. I mean, you alluded to it. I mean, a guy, undrafted guy, basketball player. I think during the time, if my memory serves me correct, Kent State came out. They said, "Hey, man, you're not going to be able to be." I believe he was playing center. I think at Kent State. Yeah. At 6'5", that's kind of a small center. Basically, there was Cleveland Browns and the Chargers were the two teams that were trying to go after him. And he ended up choosing the Chargers. Obviously, you think about, hey, man, do I want to live in Cleveland or San Diego?
Yeah, imagine he ended up.
Yeah, San Diego. And guess what, man?
Oh, do these automatically scroll?
No, you have to press the button for.
Oh, they want to know if we can ask Merriman if he's in charge of turning on the lights. Or turning the lights off, I should say.
Wait, he's in charge of turning off the lights. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Are you going to turn the lights out?
Yes.
on this event.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Definitely. We should be taking some questions from the chat. Is what we
Yeah,
should have been doing.
100%.
There was a few, but like they I think we actually asked them.
You nailed the draft one. We got that one.
Yeah, because that was already there. Yeah.
But cool. Yeah, you guys throw anything in there. You guys all Chargers fans? Yeah.
Let's go.
Bolt up.
Bolt up, baby.
Bolt up.
Bolt up, baby. So we're 2.5 hours into this stream, guys.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we're just going. We're just going.
Just
But
going.
fans are here, hanging out and everything too. Tunes are going. Drinks are going. Drinks and soda.
Yep.
But
A lot of caffeine for these kids.
A lot of caffeine. These kids are juiced.
That's right.
They're juiced. But
Yeah, they spiked something. They spiked something here. These kids are running around like maniacs.
it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
We should start a game, actually.
Yeah.
We should get a game going. We can turn the cameras around.
Okay.
I'll commentate. And Herbert throws to Herbert.
And
Herbert pitches it to Eckler, who pitches it to Merriman.
Touchdown!
Oh yeah. We should get those kids to
Oh,
start
man.
throwing a ball around.
The Chiefs.
Fantastic.
We're getting a question here in the chat from Smith. It's not coming up, though.
What are the Chiefs?
When do the Chiefs pick? I think they pick 32nd.
32nd, yeah.
32nd pick.
32nd in the first
So,
round. They may try to trade up or something like that,
I saw some mock drafts. I mean, it seems like wide receiver is going to be the prevalent pick for them.
Yeah.
Because obviously you know what happened with the wide receiver core. They also let
MVS.
NVS. Yeah, he's gone.
It's a question from
Oh, you can see the
here.
chat. What am I even doing?
Okay. But I saw Roman Wilson was actually one of the guys they picked last pick in the first, which is kind of wild. Athir actually had a question. Do you really want to play the Chiefs in week 1 in Kansas City with the new offense and defense? Not a good idea, bros. Chargers will lose 31-27. Well, that would be just the same turn of events.
As always.
As always.
Let me guess, Patrick
not
Mahomes
necessarily,
game-winning
though.
touchdown drive.
Yeah, exactly. He's got like a minute 40. He goes down, no problem.
Not necessarily though, because I mean, we're gonna have a fully healthy team at that point, you know. And so, I mean, what our roster currently is, it's gonna be different, obviously, right now. But we still got Bosa, we still got Mike Williams, still got Khalil Mack, we still got Keenan Allen. If they're all healthy, if they're all firing on all cylinders, we can take the Chiefs.
Yeah, and
I think every single time we played them, we're not healthy.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit underrated, the fact that the Chargers will kind of be a mystery to play this year.
Right.
Like, we're talking about just the simple fact that Greg Roman, his offensive coordinator, Jim Harbaugh, obviously the head coach, you kind of know what the offense is going to look like slightly. But how long since we've actually seen Greg Roman run an offense that doesn't have a run-first quarterback? It's going to be different.
Yeah.
So if you're going to catch them by surprise, I think that's the time to catch them by surprise within the first 4 weeks, probably. But I think that if you wait until week 10, they're going to have 9 weeks of tape on you.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's what the Lions did to the Chiefs week 1, right? I mean, they found a way to beat the Chiefs week 1.
Yeah.
Start out the season. That was a shocker.
And man, did that work out for the Lions? They had a great year this year.
Amazing
Great
year.
year.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, I think we could have a great season like that this upcoming season, regardless. I mean, I know we talk about a lot of holes on this team, a lot of issues that we got to get gaps filled. Coaching matters, guys. Coaching matters heavily with this team. And I'm very, very confident that Jim Harbaugh is going to get this team ready week 1. Even more so if we play the Chiefs week 1. I guarantee he's going to have his.
There's going to be a lot of bulletin board material.
Boy.
Like
That's
them.
true.
You guys want to lose to them again?
Oh,
You know
boy.
what I mean?
It's going to be great. It's
Yeah.
going to be great to see. So
Right.
I'd love to see that. I think the schedule release video will be probably in May, I believe, after the draft. They might have a little bit of announcement about maybe some of the matchups during the draft. They did that a little bit last year. So maybe they're going to do another anime, intro video for the schedule. That was pretty dope.
Year 3? I think they're going to change it up this year.
I think they should.
I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to change it up slightly.
I think they should. It was cool though. The first time it was amazing. Second time I was like, well, okay, switch it up a little bit. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, I'm always down for it.
Oh man.
Hey,
what's going on
hey,
here, dude?
that's a regular Justin
Was that a
Herbert right
fumble?
there.
Was that a fumble, dude? He got
No, he threw it right at the dude's head.
Oh, dang.
Just blacked him right in the back of the head.
right in the head.
Better accuracy than
You know,
that.
it's pretty cool too. There's a lot of guys that I've seen here too that also have Harbaugh jerseys on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's starting to spread.
And I love it. And how many Harbaugh jerseys you're going to see during the year? So many guys I was actually, ironically, once Jim Harbaugh did get hired, I went on eBay real quick. Let me see if I can find a Charger Jim Harbaugh jersey.
The old school one real quick.
Yeah,
just
couldn't
order it.
find one. Got a Bears. There's a Bears one out there. I don't want a Bears.
No, you
Harbaugh
don't.
jersey.
No, you don't. I saw only like 5 Charger fans all in Las Vegas for Super Bowl weekend. Throughout the entire city, I saw like 5 Chargers fans, and 2 of them were wearing Harbaugh jerseys.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
There you go.
So not just 1, 2. And I was like, this is something. This is a
That's
trend.
awesome. Yeah.
It's a new era, guys.
It
And I
is.
love it. When you
It
got a
is.
head coach as a jersey, that's serious, guys.
That's
Good
pretty cool.
moves.
It's probably Michigan fans are like, okay, I'll finally
Yeah,
pick a
there
team
you
now.
go.
All right.
I'll finally pick a
I'll
team
finally
Jim
now.
come to the
Harbaugh's
NFL,
there.
check
All
it out.
right.
But I don't know. Maybe they might be actually a little salty towards him now too, because he won the championship. Now he took the entire coaching staff with him. So Michigan is not gonna. They might not go anywhere next year. You know.
We'll see.
Yeah.
They're relying on the backup crew to run it at the same level that the main guys ran it at.
True. Yeah.
But-
True.
Yep, no doubt. So what's new with you, NFL Mike?
Nothing
What
much,
else?
man.
What else? And I know you're growing your YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Growing your TikTok, all that stuff.
I'm focused on it, man. I want to have a representative with some of these bigger influencers from our fan base.
Yep, most definitely.
Oh, dang. And I just keep working on it every day. I spend every day working on content. So nothing really like super new. It's the same grind that I've been working on since the first day, honestly.
It's awesome, man. I mean, you've grown out your fan base pretty heavily too. And
It's going up.
Awesome
Yeah.
to see, man.
Right now, the biggest thing for me is trying to build like more consistency, I guess.
Yep.
With the content, like having it be having a style or a brand. That part is the part that I think I've lacked the most.
Sure. It takes time, man. It's always developing. But I mean, what you're doing right now is awesome too.
I appreciate it. Trying.
Really, really good. So
Trying.
Yeah. No. I mean, I've been so impressed with your TikToks and stuff like that. You know, like and how much you edit on those
Yeah.
for sure. I know it takes a lot of work to do that. You know.
It takes so much
And
work.
you know, people.
It takes a lot of vision. 'Cause
Yeah.
you kind of, if you go into it not kind of knowing what you want to do,
Yeah.
it takes about 3 times as long.
Yeah.
But I go into those edits and I put a lot of work into preparing before I even record a video
Right.
of what is the visuals even going to look like first.
Right.
Like I'm not working on a video and then getting all the way in, getting into it, start editing, and then I'm like, now what do I do? Usually when I make a video, I've already thought out the first 10 frames of the video.
There you go. Nice.
fantastic, man.
Right. Exactly.
it's-
And like,
I'm thinking of video ideas while we're recording this right now.
nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what
you
you
better
always
write
do.
it down before you forget about it, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because that's me. Like I'm like, oh, I'm like driving somewhere. Oh, that's a good video. And then like I get home and like, what was that one again?
Yeah, what am I going to have for
shoot, yeah.
dinner now?
Yeah, yeah,
Is that
yeah.
what I was talking about?
Was I thinking about food? Yeah, I was probably
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
More
yeah,
than
yeah.
likely, I was thinking
Please
about
let me
food.
food.
Yeah. You know, so like, how did you try and catch that train of thought again? You know,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
So, yeah,
Great times, man.
yeah, so good.
Yeah, but being a content creator is fun, man. If you guys want to be a content creator, I'll teach you how.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's great times.
We need you to show us the ways. That's right.
Oh
yeah.
show you the ways,
Yeah,
show you the
that's right.
secrets,
Yeah.
secret sauce.
Yeah, that's right.
I know a
sauce.
few tricks.
Yeah?
A few tricks up my sleeve. I won't reveal here
All right,
on
all right.
camera.
I like it.
So I think today we had still some combine, some offensive line guys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're
so
running
actually,
today?
no. And the chat was talking about it.
And obviously we're not
Xav-
watching because we're here, guys.
Yeah,
So,
Xavier Worthy, he just broke the NFL record.
Xavier Worthy.
Yeah,
That was yesterday.
Was it yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday he
Well,
broke
they're
the record.
talking about it right now, though. You know, it's like,
Which is
so he
great.
ran a- he
Speaking of
ran a-
videos, I have a video in the works
Yeah,
about combine records that just got scrapped because of
yeah,
Yeah.
because of this one. Shoot. Yeah, so he ran a 4.21, man.
That's
Nuts.
crazy.
Freaking wild, man.
But what's wild to me is like even when we were talking about with the Anthony Miller, like he was talking about, he's like, in my prime, I could have ran a 4.21. Like that's blazing fast. And think of that, that's like in the 80s.
Did they not
Yeah.
do the combine in the 80s?
No, it started in '85.
Oh, yeah.
So the late
Yo.
'80s. 86 was the first combine.
Sean Merriman just walked in the
Sean
house.
Merriman's
Sean
in the
Merriman's
house,
in the
guys.
Yo,
He's
Sean.
here to take our lights out.
Built up.
Merriman.
Sean Merriman's so cool, man.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Sean Merriman in the house, dude. This is so sick to see, man.
Should have brought my jersey.
Love it, dude. I know.
Should've brought it.
Is he starting with us or is he?
Hey, he might be jumping right over
I
into
think
us
he's
right
jumping
now,
right over to
guys.
us. Oh shoot!
Let's
Nice
go.
fit. Here you go.
Let's go.
Okay,
Let's
you
go.
get to start with us.
Sean Merriman's in the
himself.
house, dude. Man, who do we have here, guys? Who do we have here? Sean
What's up, guys?
Merriman.
What's up, man?
Hey, welcome
Yo.
to the Bolt Bros podcast.
Appreciate it, guys.
So, my name's Kyle.
What's up, Kyle? Good to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you,
James, and then we
Mike.
got NFL Mike over here, man. So we're excited to have you here, man. I'm glad you just came in here too, man. 56, lights out. Did we have a funny question you wanted to ask real quick? Are you going to take the lights out?
Oh
of
yeah,
this
yeah.
Oh,
event?
that was the chat question.
Yeah. The big question was, are you in charge of the lights for this whole event right now?
As long as I ain't got to pay the bill for it, I'm good.
right.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Man, so
Yeah.
what's new for you, Sean? What's new in life?
Everything, man. I'm just, I'm fortunate. I got, Lights Out of Training Fight, my MMA organization. We got a big fight coming up in Long Beach, April 6th. It'll be live on my streaming app that I'm launching in April 2.
Yeah.
And it's just been cool, man, because I started training back in the mid-2000s myself. So I always had a love and passion for the sport.
Yeah.
And I still train a little bit myself with these guys to keep me, kind of keep me young.
Yeah.
But yeah, this fight's going to be massive. April 6th, you can get your information at lightsoutxf.com for tickets.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely check it out for sure. I've been meaning to go to one of those very every single time you do one, I've been really wanting to go to it, but then something else pops up. I'm like, dang it, I got to handle this stuff, So yeah.
Yeah, we're going every 5 or 6 weeks, so
Okay,
we'll definitely catch one.
Yeah, definitely catch one.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of lights out, I was gonna ask. The crossover boxing is becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
You got your hands in on football. You got your hands in on MMA. Has there been any kind of interest in potentially putting two guys in some kind of event together? Big names from the NFL.
I've been trying to work on something for a while.
Okay.
The biggest thing is that not everybody's gonna have these 10+ year careers, right? And so you got some guys retire early, 5-6 years in, and still physically fit, they want to compete. So at first I was doing more this time last year, a year and a half ago, I was trying to convince guys. Now guys hitting me up hey man, I've been boxing a little bit. I think I'm ready to fight. And I said, yeah, right. And yeah, you got guys that are actively trying to transition over, man. So it's been cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun. I think if you got the NFL fan base and the MMA fan base together, something like that would be cool. And I watched the fight with Le'Veon Bell and JMX, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then there were some rumors that Lev Bell was going to fight Logan Paul, and I was like, Logan does not want to fight Le'Veon Bell. No.
And truthfully, man, so Le'Veon's been hitting me up to go spar and train with him and work with him. I just any one of these guys that transition over and put that time and effort in, because it's tough, man. Leaving one sport, going to the next, and learning how to adjust your body to different kind of training, man. Those muscles and stuff in the ring and cage don't matter. Yeah. So big respect for Le'Veon for what he's been doing.
He's doing good too.
Quick question here. We talked about what Natron means.
Yeah.
Talked about his Super Bowl season that he had. What made that team get to the Super Bowl? Mid-2000s.
Yeah.
Dogs of teams, man. They were killing it.
Yeah.
You guys were killing it. I was a season ticket holder during that time. Man, 56 lights out, just knocking people out. Love it.
Yeah.
What made your teams tick during that time?
I think the mentality, man. Obviously, we're extremely talented, but the mentality we had, we weren't just trying to beat people or win. We were trying to dominate everybody. And it was at a point, man, that sometimes our practices were more challenging than the games, man, because I'm seeing Marcus McNeil every day, right? So by the time I get to the games, I'm like, I've seen Big Mac all week, And so I don't care who this tackle is in front of you. You're not better than him, right? And then you got Antonio Gates and Chris Dillman and Nick Harwick, Lorenzo Neal, and every day. And then, oh, by the way, if LT not taking all the reps today, guess who comes in? Darren Sproles, right? Or Michael Turner. So you don't have one of those days. You got to go out and compete. So by the time we got to the games, we were so prepared because we challenged each other during the week.
Talent breeds more talent, makes you better. Iron sharpens iron, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I think one more question then, I'll let you get back to everyone else. So NFL draft is coming up. 5th overall pick for the Chargers. What's your take on this? Should the Chargers take maybe an edge for this draft?
I think, look, if you got one like Neighbors or the tight end from Georgia.
Bowers.
Neighbors, if you got Bowers, right? If you take one of those two.
Yeah.
I think that they can find a free agent pass rusher.
Yeah.
Instead of having it at that 5 pick, right? Because you got Justin Herbert there. They need to address the offensive line and defensive line a little bit. You should be able to get that later on in the first, maybe early second, big offensive lineman or interior D lineman. But you got to take one of those young guys that come in. I mean, Keenan is still performing at a high level, but, he probably only going to play a couple more years or so. You don't know what's going to happen with Mike Williams.
Right.
So I would say, you go with the young talent at the skill position and to find a way to get yourselves in second or third round in a draft, offensive defensive lineman.
Yeah,
No doubt, for sure.
I got one more.
Okay.
I'm constantly getting messed with by the Usos. You know what I'm talking about?
Us Nation.
Us Nation, 9,000,
Yeah.
all those guys.
Yeah.
They are constantly tag teaming up on me, and I'm by myself. I got nothing. And I see them constantly doing the same thing to you, too.
Yeah.
Where they're teaming up on you.
Yeah.
We got to organize something. The first game against the Raiders, some kind of march into the stadium or something to get back at them. We got to come together.
Let's find a way, man. I'm down. I like those guys, but they come strong, man.
Yeah.
They won't leave you alone.
Yep.
So whatever y'all plan on doing, just count me in.
I'm going to find a way
to
get an army, and we're going to march through that tailgate.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Did you?
Right.
And actually, just a quick question, Sean.
Yeah.
Did you keep Jim Harbaugh in the building? By the way.
Oh yeah, you locked him in.
Everything was going in the
Yeah.
building. Did you lock
on
in
the
the
doors?
building?
Yep.
You might try to wrestle you out.
I had a full leg press going on the door.
Nice.
Full leg press.
Let's go.
And
Excellent.
that was awesome, man. I'm glad, not only for the Chargers, but also for Jim Harbaugh, right? They was looking to make that jump back to the NFL. I think that there couldn't have been a better situation for him, right? If he was looking to make that jump, he's been very vocal about Justin Herbert, what he feels about him. But he's walking in with the most talented rosters he's ever had. He's won more games with less.
Yeah.
And so now he's walking in with a lot of talent, and I know he knows what to do with it.
Love it.
Excellent. All right.
Appreciate you stepping
Appreciate
into
you
this
so
Bolt
much.
Bros
You got it.
podcast.
Okay.
You got some people waiting on you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Out, my man. Let's go.
Bolt up.
Yo.
Let's go. Bolt up, baby. Man.
Who's got it better than us?
Woo!
got
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah. Well, Andrew didn't. Didn't get involved. But, sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, now you're the guest spot.
Now he's the guest spot.
I'm the Bolt Bro now.
Guest
the third
spot.
Bolt Bro.
Let's go.
Andrew,
guys,
what questions you got for me? What questions you got for
me?
I had to take Andrew's spot while I was taking a pee-pee.
Man, one thing that's crazy about that though.
That's how we can switch.
Man, Sean Merriman.
We got to do a little Bible breaks.
I like that. In,
Yep.
he said what up to everybody. He went directly to us.
I think Angela's got us.
Whoa!
Whoever talked to him at the door was like, just go straight to the back.
Go straight there, dude.
Go to the Bolt Bros.
Go to the Bolt Bros, man. I mean,
No, that's awesome that he did that. I missed him, unfortunately. What a bummer, but that's cool.
man.
Hey, but Sean Merriman is just such a cool guy, dude. Like, so smart. It's so awesome that he's still part of the organization, and he's passionate about it. I always see him talking about it.
Always.
Constantly.
And I love seeing that, man. I mean, the guy had some phenomenal years with the Chargers. Winner Marty Schottenheimer and just lighting dudes up, man. I mean, I have his jersey at my house and everything too. And just, gosh, what an era of Chargers football that was.
Yeah, and I was growing up at that time.
Yeah.
My dad's actually a diehard 49ers fan.
Oh, wow.
So there was kind of like a little bit of friction in the family because I told my dad that I wanted to root for a team. And my actual name is not Mike, it's Sean. Don't tell anyone. It's Sean. But I wanted to root for a team that had someone that was a star player that had the same name as me. So I ended up rooting for the Chargers because of Sean Merriman, actually.
Let's
Pretty
go.
wild.
That's awesome.
Well, and I get all hyped about Derwin James being,
Yeah.
hence my name is James, and I got a Charger jersey with my name on the
Yeah.
bottom of it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
good.
awesome.
I'm
That's my
up here,
favorite
but-
player right now. Derwin's my favorite
Derwin-
right now.
Derwin's
Derwin is
an absolute
he's
stud.
incredible.
And you know the thing I love about Derwin too, at training camp, I remember we were hanging out where the bus kind of comes out, and there's like a little area there where the Charger players come over there and do interviews. They'll kind of come by near the fence. Derwin James came by and then jumped over the fence.
Yeah, he
to come
did.
say what up to us.
Special dude.
And
Yep.
like professional, like I love that. And seeing a guy that wants to be able to connect with the fans and say what up to everybody,
Yeah.
true professional. And
Yeah, he's a special guy.
Love it. It's huge. I
Yeah.
love
He
it.
follows my TikToks. He does. He follows
Does he
my
really?
TikToks.
Love it, man.
Wow.
Love it. Love it.
When I saw that come through, I was like, what?
Is that real?
He probably saw me talking shit to the Raider fans. He was like, I like that guy. I like that guy.
Oh,
So I did chat with Marianne Dew out there for a second, so we'll bring her over as well too.
look at
Oh,
this
there we
guy
go.
right
These
here.
guys. Hey, we
Wow,
need
wait
you
a
in
minute
here.
here.
Oh man,
Lab over here. Let's go.
we need you in. We need
Let's
you
go.
in.
Let's get that camera all set up here, my friend.
How you
doing,
doing?
man? How you been? You been
What
good?
up? We got a plethora of Chargers content here right
Fun,
now. Look at this, man. So you're all good to go. So
Oh, you got to change.
we
the
got a
name.
special guest here. No, we're good.
Yeah,
we're
change
good.
the name.
Oh yeah, change the name, I guess. Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. That works.
How you been, man?
I've been
Man.
great. How are you guys
What's
doing?
going on?
So excited.
Introduce yourself to everybody here. Probably everybody already knows you. I watch your podcast
Yeah, exactly.
every morning.
Exactly.
It's like one of my first watches.
Thank you guys.
So-
Yeah, hey, David Drogemeyer here from the Locked On Chargers podcast. And as he just said, we do it 5 days a week. And I just so happened to be home in San Diego the weekend of this event. So it was
that's
fate.
amazing.
Wow.
It was fate for me to I think is the first thing that comes to mind. I think we've been subjected to first-time head coach after first-time head coach after first-time head coach,
Yep.
and now you have somebody with a legitimate pedigree,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
You have somebody who has, since the very beginning, when he started coaching at USD, he's
Yep.
turned franchises around. Every single place. USD, Stanford, Michigan,
Yep.
the 49ers, every single place he's been to, he's turned that from a loser
Yep.
into a winner.
Yep.
It speaks for itself. And so I just think that it's nice that the Chargers organization finally decided to open up the checkbook
Yep.
and grab somebody with a legit pedigree to lead our franchise into the future. And I think when you have a quarterback like Justin Herbert, it deserves that level of investment.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and you know, I think you said it exactly right, because you look at some of the statistics. Justin Herbert, it's not his problem. It's the defense did not play well, and wide receivers were always hurt. You know, it's the scheme, and we lose so many games by one. We were 1-9 in one-score games last season. 1-9, which is just ridiculous.
That's the difference, though, right?
Right,
Is
Right.
Justin Herbert was having to do everything. He had to be Mr. Superman. He had to have the cape on at all times because he had to overcome a defense that was giving up 27 points plus per game, and he had no running game.
Yep.
So when you're going into these games knowing that Justin Herbert's golden right arm is going to be the one that's going to have to try to navigate through a victory every single week, it's pretty predictable what they're trying to do. So that's why it's no surprise you listen to Joe Ortiz, you listen to Jim Harbaugh, you listen to Greg Roman. What is the whole message? We need to get Justin Herbert a running game.
Yep.
We have to get him some help.
right? And then not only that, but then you bring in Jesse Minter and you try to get someone who can really overhaul the defense. I mean, you give Justin Herbert a good defense.
Yeah.
You know what his record is when they give up less than 20 points? Yeah. It's like 16-4.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you fix those two things, you fix the defense, and you fix the running game, you're instantly going to win more football games.
Yeah.
And now you have some real cachet with Jim.
That's a great way to say it.
So we got the DC universe essentially on this team right now, right? DC. So we got Superman.
Oh, please.
Joe Ortiz,
Thor.
Batman, Robin.
Justin Thorbert.
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 And then who's the other DC character on this team? What's Derwin James? I mean,
oh yeah,
who is
He's
that?
kind of
guy?
a Spider-Man character.
Spider-Man is. I
Spider-Man.
mean, we're bringing it to Black Panther.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, let's go.
That's a good
I was
pick.
going to say Venom, man, because
Venom.
when he's right, he's an absolute menace.
Yeah, I like
right?
that.
I mean, him going like Daniel Wade, my partner, likes to say, one of the most exciting things in football is watching Derwin James go downhill, because it is a thing of beauty. I thought that was a fumble at first. I'll be honest, man.
Exactly.
I wanted the whole thing.
Yep, no doubt. So, I don't know. We're excited about this, man. It's cool to be able to see a lot of Jim Harbaugh jerseys.
Oh, yeah.
Too. The hype is so real this year, guys.
I mean, you understand it though, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it. Like Jim Harbaugh has an aura, right? He has a presence. When he walks into a room, eyes are glued onto Jim Harbaugh.
Big time.
That's what he brings to the table, let alone just straight up coaching ability. This guy's a superstar.
Love it.
You brought a superstar coach to LA to coach your football team, and I think that's why everyone is universally excited about this, because we've been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Right? We have
100%.
been crying and screaming and suffering for this moment. So that's why, the excitement level is off the chain.
Think about if we went with another first-time head coach. What would this fan base do? Like, it would be hard to be a Chargers fan, I think, for a lot of people, because they're like, dude, we're doing the same thing over again.
Yeah.
And
They couldn't.
Probably the same results. Like, I kind of feel, as us podcasters talking about it, Spanos is watching. They're like, you know what? Look, we got to do the right move for once. And I hope that we all pressured him to make the right move.
Well, I think it's that, but it's also the fact that you're in the Los Angeles market right now.
Yeah.
And your organization is an afterthought.
Yep.
Right? You're a professional NFL football team, and if you're looking at the hierarchy of where you land at as far as eyeballs in Los Angeles and one of the biggest media markets in the world, it's not anywhere close to the top, because what do you have to do in LA?
Yeah.
You have to win, and not
You gotta
just win,
Not win.
you have to win championships.
Lots of them.
And so you went the cheap route when you first got to LA, and you realized that didn't work, and it wasn't going to work. So now you had to throw the money out there to make it work, and now I think we're going to finally see the results.
It's kind of like that movie. I'm sure you saw The Mask with Jim Carrey.
Yes, of course.
You got to have some green to make a scene.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
and I'm
it.
Like, and bro, I'm telling you, that's what you got to do in LA, right? And there's a million other things you could be doing.
Oh yeah.
A million other teams you can cheer for.
Big time.
Lakers, whatever.
I mean, UCLA, USC,
Yeah,
I mean, you
yeah.
name it, right?
It's
Even the
it's
college
an
programs.
It's an at all costs kind of culture. Like, we're
100%.
going to win at all costs. We will spend on Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. We'll put the all-star team together if that's what it takes to win, and that's what the Chargers really haven't had. And I think also, more so than them just like realizing that this is what they needed for the team, they realized they messed up on the Sean Payton thing.
Yep.
And looking back on it, whether that works out for Denver or not, we don't know. The Chargers probably look back at it and go, maybe we should have made that pivot a year earlier. Maybe we were a year late on that, and we cannot wait another second.
But I would say maybe now they feel like not going to Sean Payton was fate, because it led to Jim Harbaugh.
Destiny.
I mean, let's ask a question here, just through the panel here. Would you rather have Sean Payton or Jim Harbaugh?
Jim Harbaugh.
Harbaugh, right?
Harbaugh.
Across the board.
I think
So,
every NFL fan
I think what happened here is what needed to happen. It's what was meant to happen.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it also was set that way a long time ago. I think they've been dealing with this for a while.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think it's been an issue that. Like, let me put it this way: no matter what, Brandon Staley was going to be gone at the end of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I think this is probably. I know there was some discussions about him actually being the head coach last year.
Yes.
And so I think they said, well, we're going to give Brandon Staley one more year.
Right.
I think it was already set in motion. They already probably had things worked out even prior to the end of the season.
Yep.
And
I mean, hey, I'm an optimist, man. I wanted to give Brandon another opportunity because
we did.
I felt like that was a tough, a really tough game to go through.
100%.
But everything is crystal clear in retrospect, right?
Yep.
Hindsight's 2020. Yeah. That hangover was clear after the first game, the Miami game.
Yeah.
The carryover, it was still there. It was still in the minds of the coaching staff and the players. That poison had not been cut out yet, right? And I think it infected the rest of the way that season went for the Chargers. Obviously, whenever your quarterback goes down too, that doesn't help. But
doesn't help at all.
I do feel like that carryover
Yeah.
was real and it affected the team.
You're just quicker in games to just let that lurk into your head, like that. Here we go again.
Can we win? Right?
Yeah,
Can we
do it?
actually
Yeah.
win? Can we close out a game? And that's why I think you saw they didn't feel confident they were able to do it because they weren't able to. They were horrible in one-score games.
Yeah,
like you guys
100%.
said.
100%. Yeah,
Too much.
it was frustrating.
Yeah.
I mean, and again, it sucks because you see Justin Herbert just doing everything he possibly can to elevate this team. And I hated all the flack he was getting. I was so annoyed with all the flack he was getting. Oh, Justin Herbert's this, Justin Herbert that asshole.
Don't get me started.
Don't get me I hate Acho, and I'm like, bro.
No, we don't say that name. Okay, we don't say that name
I mean,
here.
clearly he was doing it for clicks. I get that.
Yeah.
But like, come on, dude. Like, do not blame it on Justin Herbert. It's not a Justin Herbert.
Why are we giving credence to a guy whose opinion is worth nothing? He's technically a professional athlete, but I'm going to say by the end of Justin Herbert's career, he's going to have more tackles than Acho had, and Acho's a defensive player. Okay? I'm not trying to hear that, all right? His opinion means nothing. The fact of the matter is you're playing a team game.
Yep.
How on earth can you put it on any one player, no matter the significance of their position?
Yep.
We all know the quarterback is the most important position on the field. That does not mean that he solely alone is responsible for wins and losses.
Yep.
I will never, ever, ever give any credence to that argument. I cannot stand it when people say that.
I don't know why Justin Herbert, like, he's still a young quarterback in the league. Why has he become the measuring stick?
Yeah.
Like, why when CJ Stroud starts to go off, they go, let's compare him to Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Like, why is that a jump immediately to compare the next hot young quarterback right now?
Because
to
they
Justin
know
Herbert?
how good he is.
That's
They
exactly
really
what I'm saying.
understand it.
100%.
Like, this guy's the measuring stick, but you talk crap about him. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
exactly.
I don't understand.
That's why I'm happy Jim Harbaugh's here, because now you're going to be able to match the ungodly talent Justin Herbert has that we all know he has with the winning.
Yeah.
That's what Harbaugh's bringing to the table. And after he starts to win a couple of playoff games, all of those haters all of a sudden shut their freaking mouths.
I mean, what has Tua done in the playoffs?
Dude, nothing.
Nothing. And it's like, I do think the thing is, though, going back to the Jaguars and the hangover that came from that game,
man. Don't get me started on
leaked into
that.
the season. I mean, that's why you go after a guy like Jim Harbaugh that's going to say, I'm going to will this team to win. He even talked in his press conference, I need to step my game up.
Yep.
And the players are going to step their game up, too. He's putting the pressure on the players to make
Well,
their
it's-
game
Yeah.
It's that accountability that he has, right?
Exactly.
He's saying, I need to be accountable for myself as a coach.
Yep.
I need to make sure that I am, and I'm assembling a coaching staff that's worthy to coach our players, right? And I think you see that now, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't remember the last time we've seen a coaching staff this size.
Yeah, this is huge. Yeah.
that the Chargers are employing.
Yeah.
The ownership's breaking out the checkbook now.
Yeah.
Okay,
And it's
they really
awesome.
are.
And I'm glad they're finally doing
Yeah.
it. And we, as Charger fans, deserve to have this for
Oh, yeah.
once. For once.
Well, it's true, man. I mean, hey, I've been a Charger. Hey, since 10 years old, I've been a Charger fan.
Yeah.
Chargers, Seahawks, we came back and won. And I'm telling you, dude, man, I was hooked ever since.
Oh, yeah.
You know, hey, Grandpa took me to a game. He rolls over in his grave every time we lose to the Raiders, or the Ray Turds. You want to call them that? But I'm just saying, hey, it's exciting. It's a good time to be a Charger fan.
I was going to say one thing about Brandon Staley, though, too. I think he brought in talent, paid to get talent to this team, because he was expecting the talent to be able to make his team successful, not his coaching.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think he was hoping the talent was going to do the work
Yeah.
for him.
Exactly.
Well, see, the thing is I think year one you could say, okay, well, you're bringing in a new staff, you're bringing in a whole new defensive scheme, you're trying to employ a new offensive scheme. All right, like I'm not going to have all the players I need. I'm not going to have all of the things I need for all of my schemes to work properly. Okay, got it. Year two, what do? They go out and they spend big money, right?
Yep.
To go try and fill out this roster, get the type of players he needs, and then it still didn't work. And then the one thing I will give him a little credit for is finally he gave some attention to the offensive line.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
They used premium picks to invest in the offensive line.
Yeah.
I think that's one good thing I can give him credit for. Outside of that, good riddance.
Yeah. See you later, bud. Enjoy being in the Niners now as a
Assistant head coach?
Assistant.
My goodness, I never
Was he
thought that. I
officially?
never thought I'd see that.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd see that either.
I mean, hey, good for him, man. I mean, I want his agent's number, okay?
That guy
I want his
can sell
agent's number.
himself.
I'm telling you
Yeah.
guys, that team is destined to make playoff history. We're talking about Shanahan, who gave up the 28-3, and Staley as the assistant, who gave up the 27-0. Playoff history is happening this year.
Yikes.
They're going to give up a 30-point lead this time.
my God.
They had the team to build a 30-point lead, so they also
did?
had the team to give up a 30-point lead. Here it is.
Yikes.
It is going to be beautiful to see because we've talked to Natron Means today. We talked to Sean Merriman today. The one thing they keep bringing up is practice.
Yep.
And they go, the difference between the great teams and the bad teams we've been on is how they prepare. And even if they're just 1% better every day for the entire offseason, what Jim Harbaugh brings to the practice field, man, I can't wait for training camp.
No, it's going to
I
be
can't.
incredible.
I hope the players are ready, man.
It's going to be
because
different. Yeah.
that physicality just doesn't come out of thin air. You know what it comes from? Hard work.
Yeah.
Ben Herbert, Jim Harbaugh are going to grind these guys down. They're going to sculpt them and shape them into lean, mean fighting machines. Like, that's really what it's going to be. It's going to be fun.
And I am going to say this is probably going to be one of the Charger teams where week one we are ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because how many times I feel like we just kind of stumble a little bit in. We're trying to figure our groove out for the, Chargers trying to get the groove back, kind of like Stella.
Harbaugh won't allow that.
Yeah. Harbaugh.
He won't allow that.
Kind of like Stella.
I think we're just going to be a much better ready, prepared-based team always.
Yeah.
And
Well, and I feel like it's going to be nice having a coaching advantage, right?
fine.
How many times have you felt like going into a football game that the Chargers had a coaching advantage?
Yeah.
Last year, how many times do you feel like?
Never. No. It was,
That's my thing.
I always felt like we were the underdog, and it sucked because you had Herbert on the team, and you knew all he cared about was winning, and he was such a good guy. He would never complain, and you're like, I want to see that guy succeed just because he's –
Well, it's clear he puts the work in, right?
deserves it.
Yeah.
He deserves it.
I was like, I got –
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
We're 3 hours into a stream, I think.
I know, that's exactly right.
Hey, my goodness, man. I know I do 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, but 3 hours. Oh,
3 hours
Lord.
straight.
We're going.
Woo.
Marathon,
All
baby.
right, line of
Warriors
game. Here we
here.
come. Let's go. So we want to hear your thoughts on what do you think the record's going to be in the next season? What's your thoughts? I know we've talked about that quite a bit.
That's a really tough question because there's just so much that's going to change between now and
big
when we
time.
get there in September. But man, I feel like we're going to go above 500. I mean, I think I'm going to say that conservatively, just because there's a lot of time in between now and then. We got to see how the free agency shakes out. We got to see who's going to get let go, who's going to get traded, who's going to get re-signed, because the Chargers have work to do, right?
Yeah.
They got to get under that cap. We know that those 4 big contracts, something's going to happen with pretty much all 4 of those, right? One's going to get an extension. Someone's going to get traded. Someone's going to get released. It's going to happen because it has to.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
So they're going to have to do that. Then they're going to have to see what's going on in free agency. I think they'll make a few signings. Nothing flashy.
Yeah.
Then we got to get to the draft. The draft's going to be majorly important for how this year goes. They have to nail this draft because there's a lot of holes, and they have a lot of things to fix. So they really got to get that right. But I just feel like with the coaching staff in place now, with the general manager and everybody reading off the same sheet of music, that I think we're going back to a winning franchise.
Yeah.
I can't really put a number on it quite yet, but I know I'm going to say plus 500.
Yep.
Yeah.
At very minimum, we're not going to go into Sundays anymore. Just kind of like wild guessing what we're going to see today.
Exactly.
Right.
We're going to know
not-
that we're getting a consistent team out there. We're
Right. I'm not
gonna-
going into any game thinking that the Chargers are an underdog or they're automatically going to lose.
Yeah.
Right. I don't feel that anymore.
And that's an odd feeling, isn't it?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Such an odd feeling.
I mean, last season was such a roller coaster. It's like
Oh,
one
God.
week we got a defensive battle,
Oh,
the
God.
next week we got a shootout, next week blown out, next week blowing out. You know, it's just so up and down.
Felt like it was an abusive relationship
Yeah.
last year.
Oh my gosh.
Coming back, I got like a black eye. Oh, I fell down the stairs. I'm a
Hit my-
Charger fan.
I hit my head on a doorknob.
Yeah.
By the time Stick got in there, I was just on the ground, just laying there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, my goodness.
I just do not want to have more heart attack based games.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Please. Like,
Well, I mean, hey guys, like you run the football, you win the game. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're able to do it effectively, you shrink the game, you stay ahead of the sticks, and you are able to lean on opponents.
Yep.
You're able to grind them into the ground and run through them. We haven't seen that in a long, long time.
long time.
That's what they're trying to bring here. But I'm interested to see what the dynamic's going to be on offense because when they brought in Greg Roman, I'm sure you guys heard, we're a little bit hesitant, right? I like I said, I enjoy the fact that they're going to have a running game, but I want to know what they're going to do with the passing game. I want to know what those passing concepts are going to be like. I want to know how they're going to marry the run and the pass.
Yeah.
Because you can't just go run focused when you got a quarterback like Justin.
Yeah.
You just have to have a nice balance. So I want to see what that balance looks like. They got to do right by that aspect of the game as well.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna work well.
30 throws, 30 attempts a game makes sense to me with Herbert. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
A lot of people talk about the Andrew Luck years at Stanford.
Right.
Yeah.
Kind of give that as a reference point. You hope that it's going to be that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, hey, obviously it's going to depend on the opponent that you play, right? You have to adjust your game plan according to who you're playing. But you just want to see the passing concepts be a little more successful.
Yeah.
Make sure that the coverage doesn't break down in the key moments like it did so often last year.
Yeah, way too often.
Like, they got to get that corrected. They got to
Third and
protect it.
long. Just every time I saw a third and long, I'm like,
You're like,
we
it's
go.
a joke.
Yeah.
He's going to get sacked. They got no chance, right? Like, that's the feeling you had in your mind.
So frustrating.
So we've been asking everybody about the draft picks.
Okay.
So we got number 5.
Yeah.
What do we do with number 5? We trade, we stick pick. What are you thinking? And then who's our first pick? Who do we go after first pick, right? I mean, and everyone talked about Brock Bowers, yada, yada. Well, we want to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think for me, I'd love to get Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think when you look at what he is capable of doing, he's such a pure separator.
He really is.
And we don't really have anybody outside of Keenan, right? Keenan can definitely get open. But Keenan's over 30 years old.
Yeah.
So you have to start planning for the future there. And I still think there's some work Quentin Johnston can do.
Yeah.
I think he's still an unfinished product, and there's still development there. But that doesn't mean that you don't go get another wide receiver to pair with your young quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd like to see him get his Jamar Chase, and I do feel like Malik Neighbors has that capability. Now, if he's not there, I would still be happy with a trade back situation because they need to accumulate picks. They need picks. If they're able to trade back to, say, 8 or 11, and they are able to pick up a Brock Bowers, I think that would be tremendous value right there. That would be a win-win situation.
Yeah, I like that.
And I like how you brought up the whole thing about Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
Similar situation, in my opinion. Like, scenario at that time, they say, well, Bengals really need to work on their O-line. They work on their O-line.
Right.
Guess what they did? Nope, we're getting Jamar Chase. Let's just get an offensive weapon kind of thing. And it's worked out, right? Yeah. I mean, if you could fill some gaps with some free agents or whatnot, make it work. I mean, we're going to have a little money to work with.
A little bit,
A little bit of money.
Yeah, well, it just seems like the value on the guys that can take the passing game to the next level and or shut down the passing game. The edge rushers and the receivers, the value in those two positions, it goes up every year. And I think that you look at it and you go, can we find another Jamar Chase? Are we more likely to find another Jamar Chase in free agency or later in the draft or in another way? Or are we more likely to find another tackle? In a lot of situations, the answer is going to be go get Chase.
Yeah. I'll tell you right there, you mentioned tackle. That's one thing I don't want to see.
Yeah.
Not in the first round.
Yeah.
There's nobody at 5th overall, in my opinion, that deserves to be taken by the Chargers.
And you know what's crazy?
At the offensive line position.
There's a bunch of Michigan guys, guards, tackles, in that middle part of the draft. And it's like, you have enough offensive linemen to where if you can just get one starter in this draft, you could probably piece it together with a guy that
they
can
need a
swing.
center. They got to get a center, period.
A center, that's a half. You have to get that.
Yeah.
But you talk about like Sawyer is still a guy that you can look at and say, this guy can swing out. This guy can go to left guard.
But
right
also,
guard.
me and Dan were talking about the fact that we don't feel like they got the most out of the offensive line last year, coaching-wise, development-wise, right? I feel like there's definitely another level to get to, even with Zion.
No?
Yeah, man. Well, like, it's not my only job, but yeah. I do 5 shows a week. Man, it's about tenacity, bro. Like, you have to continuously pump out content. You have to beat yourself into people's consciousness. Like, you might not be the best. No, I mean that very seriously. Yeah, I mean that very seriously.
Beat yourself into consciousness. I like that. I like that.
Because, like, people are not going to care about you until you make them care about you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But that consistency part of it is they have to keep seeing you. They have to keep hearing you. You have to continuously be there. And eventually they're just going to come to expect that they're going to hear from you and they're going to see from you. And like that turns into people being fans, but it's not just that, right? Obviously that's part of it, but the other part of it is using social media as a absolute weapon. You need to get into, like, when I first started, guys, like when we first started our podcast, we had 10 to 15 people watching us. Nobody, right? I joined 30 different Chargers groups, 30 of them. And some of them had 10, 15, 20, 30,000 Charger fans in there. I posted my podcast in every single one of those groups every single day for 5 years.
Wow.
Seriously. Like, that's what it took to now be able to get here and be able to enjoy being able to talk about one of my favorite teams and get paid to do it.
You know, that's a really good point too, right? And I would say this: anyone out there like listening to this podcast that want to learn how to do podcasts, like, you should reach out to us. Because, look, I'll say this: the Charger community, everyone's been really cool. Charger family, really cool with that. And like at the end of the day, it's about growing. It's, you know, family, trust, respect, and just getting out there.
Well, we're not here to step on anybody's toes. There's plenty of Chargers talk for everybody, right?
And different points of views.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody's got their own opinion, which is great. Like,
my opinion's the best.
Awesome. This guy, the older brother. The older brother. I always think he's the best in everything.
You know, and I found this awesome Natron Means jersey too. It's my favorite jersey.
Hey, give me my Natron Means jersey back.
No, bro, you gave it to me.
It's mine now.
I got it signed today.
Oh my God, that's amazing. That is so amazing. That's so amazing.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, good.
I think the problem was,
you good?
Just tell all the people online. Yeah, I was pressing too many damn buttons over here.
Press the buttons.
I gotta stop pressing buttons. That was a problem over here.
Yeah, it's going.
I think honestly, this is what happens.
Producer error over here.
Exactly right.
Events, you know, because whenever I go live on Wednesdays for like 2 hours, something happens too, though, you know. So yeah.
You need a new computer, Kyle.
That's what I was about to say. That sounds like a computer. It's like at 2 hours,
we got to invest on that
every
computer.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
And David, some people actually said it was because you jumped on. All of a sudden, it screwed up the.
Oh yeah, hey, not bad.
You know,
Not
sorry,
bad.
Dave.
Any podcast crossover.
I brought too many people to the stream, and no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just kidding. I'm not that big of a deal, trust me.
No. I watch your guys' podcast every morning.
Thank you, man.
It's always one of those things.
I really
It's fun.
appreciate
It's
that.
fun.
Quick, easy thing to watch.
Yeah.
I'm working and I'm just listening in. And
I
love
mean,
hearing your guys' opinion.
thank you, man. I really appreciate that. When I get home, I have to watch some film because we're doing mock draft Monday tomorrow.
Oh,
So we
that's
got to talk
exciting.
a couple of trade back options.
Yeah,
So,
I like the trade back option because this draft I think is really built for what the Chargers need. Right, you can get a lot of value in second, third rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Roman Wilson I think is a great guy we could even go get. He's third round probably.
Yeah.
So and that's kind of my point. Like I like the trade back thought, and we could just get really good in the second, third round.
Well, and it's not out of the realm of possibility
Yeah.
considering who the GM is now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Who's Joe Ortiz, who came from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
And you know who traded the most?
Yeah.
Pretty much
Yep.
the Baltimore Ravens organization.
Yep.
Yep.
Repeatedly.
Yep.
And what did we not see Tom Telesco do ever?
Yep.
Trade back.
Trade
Not
back,
once.
yep.
Not a single time.
Interesting story about him. Tom Telesco was, I think, ranked 30th as a GM. Horrible at re-signing people from the draft.
Yeah.
His draft statistics were
Terrible.
abysmal
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
11 years.
Yeah, you
I
guys
mean,
talked
it was
about
horrible.
that. It was bad.
Yeah.
He's only had a few first round picks that have, they've definitely worked out, right? But the meat and potatoes of his drafts have been horrible.
Yeah.
His mid round picks, his late round picks, the hit rate there is awful. I mean, we had a fan mail show on Friday where we had to go back and look at which were the best drafts of the past 24, 25 years.
Yeah.
We had to go back to 03, 04
Yeah.
to find
Exactly.
a couple of draft classes that
A.J.
we
Smith,
actually liked.
yeah.
And that includes draft classes that had Justin Herbert and Derwin James
Oh,
and
my
Rashawn
God.
Slater. Those are just a couple of players.
Yeah.
But as an overall draft class, they've been awful.
Yeah.
And those guys that you're listing, they're like, duh.
Yeah.
Of course, you get Rashawn Slater at 12.
Yeah.
Right.
Derwin James at 17.
You run up to the podium.
Justin
hello.
Herbert. I think that they were
Yeah.
there was rumors they were going to go Tua, right? Over
There
Herbert,
were
but
some
he
Yeah.
falls to you at 6. Like, duh.
Right.
better take 'em.
Yeah.
Well, David, man, thanks for stopping by, dude.
I appreciate
know
that.
Thank
want
you
to
for
get
having me,
involved.
man. I really appreciate
Yeah.
you guys.
Check it all out, man. Get a Merriman autograph.
Yes,
man,
of course.
Don't punch him in the chest
Don't
like
punch him in
James
the
did.
chest.
I know,
One
man.
time.
He looks like he can
Oh.
destroy anybody even now.
Oh,
I'm,
easily.
I'm
Oh,
good
yeah.
on
He
that.
said he's training and stuff. So.
Yeah. He's a monster.
Doing fine. He's doing fine. I think he said he wanted to come play for Jim Harbaugh. So
I believe it. Yeah, I believe
Oh,
it. I
man.
mean, hey.
Yeah.
lights
I
out.
love
Let's
it.
go.
Hey, guys. Thanks for letting me
Thank you.
jump on the
I
podcast.
appreciate
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Yep.
Take care, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys.
What's
Peace.
up?
See you, David.
Thank you.
Times, brother. Good time.
100%.
Man,
Love it.
you know, that's the thing that's cool about these events, man. You never know who's going to show up.
You never know who's going to show
You never
up.
know
You
who's
never
going to
gonna
show up, man.
I love it. I love
We
it.
got Locked On Chargers jumping in here. One half of the
Yeah.
podcast.
The
dude.
podcast crew.
How sick
Well,
is that?
We got Marion Dew. I also chatted with her as well too.
Yeah,
I want to bring her
Marianne.
over. Yeah, she wants to come over as well too. So,
Yep.
Marianne Dew wants to hop in.
See, we've had NFL Mike in here as a step in for a while, give Kyle a break, I guess. I don't know.
Both step, bro.
step,
Oh, I
bro.
like that. I
Let's
like that. I like that.
go. Let's go.
Well, and we got Marianne Dew that she can hop in as well too. Also,
Right. She'll hop in here shortly too. So,
so,
you
we
know,
can flag her down. No,
Yeah.
but look, I mean, I just think it's really exciting to see where this is going to go, and guys, it's awesome. You can't see this right now. I guess I could move the camera around. We could show you the stage, but Sean Merriman has been really kind with his time, kissing babies,
Yeah.
having a good time
I mean,
with the Bowl fam.
the one thing that was so awesome about this, like literally, like Sean Merriman came in, said hello to some people straight to us, and just wanted to just chat.
Yep.
And like that's awesome, man. It's so hard not to want to just have a full blown conversation with these guys when you only got such a short amount of time with them.
Yeah,
But
and I was in the bathroom for
I know
the whole
this guy missed the whole day.
I was like, oh man,
Hey,
dang it.
but you know what? You're famous for like those quick pups, though.
Yeah, jeez, man,
Yeah.
man, oh man.
Yeah, you should have made that the quickest you've ever done, man.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, though,
That's
man.
a pup blitz.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. And and bottom line though, he's such a great guy, and I just think the sky's the limit for us Charger fans. I think it's gonna
Big
be
time,
amazing.
man.
Yeah.
Big time,
Absolutely.
man. I mean, the thing is though, and like, I love that we've gone through different eras of the Chargers. Essentially,
Mhm.
we got basically like a 80s to 90s era Charger that we went through with,
Right.
Anthony Miller and Natron Means. Now we got guys through the 2000s era here. We should have Antonio Gates when he's going to show up here. I think he's around here somewhere.
I think he may be in
I think
here
he's here already, but
yeah,
I think he's right over there. So,
we're
we've
trying-
gone through all these eras and just understanding, like, they had their moments of championship times and times that they've gone to the or only Super Bowl, I should say, too. And just understanding the mentality of those teams. Like, I think that's what's so cool about this, and to be able to hear it right from the guys that were there. I think it's amazing to see. It's amazing to see.
100%.
Okay, so we had a question here as well.
Yep.
So how would you feel about tight end Logan Thomas after Commanders just cut him?
So Logan Thomas.
Guys, I'm telling you, man, like there's value out there.
There's guys.
There's value out there.
And there's even a tackle, Leno, that got let go by the Commanders too.
Yeah.
He was a very high end kind of guy where he actually
Right.
rated very well with the PFF rankings. Dude, Leno could be another guy we could possibly get into.
Jay Leno?
Jay Leno.
Jay
Leno.
I like that.
You
Okay.
know, the
Yeah.
comedian.
The comedian.
The comedian.
The late night show
I'm
host.
trying to think of what the day.
I guess he is a comedian too, but yeah.
Yeah. So another good question here by Sound Speed. Bolt Bros, do you think we trade back?
Charles.
Yeah.
Hop on. Jump on in. No, are you leaving? Are you leaving?
Okay.
Hop in.
Yeah, move the
Like
kid. You're
it's
good.
Sunday,
I'll move the kid.
Chargers and church.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah.
Chargers,
You're good. That's-
Chargers,
hey,
and
I
Chargers
like
and
that.
church, baby.
Chargers and church.
We got ourselves something of a local celebrity here.
Celeb.
Hey,
Let's
Marianne.
go.
Yeah, so love to chat with you here. Perfect. So how are you enjoying the event?
It's awesome. It's great to see the legends. Like, I've only been a fan for close to 20 years. So it's nice to meet right? So it's nice to meet people that have been there before.
Yes.
Right. And it's so cool to meet Natro. He's so humble. He's so sweet. He's so cool. And so Anthony Miller, it's been really cool. And obviously Sean, that's when I started.
Yeah.
So Sean is kind of like my introduction into the Chargers, right?
Yes.
And so to see him and to see the realness and the love that he has for the fans, it's freaking awesome. It's a freaking awesome event.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Right? And Marianne, when you became a famous Chargers
famous meme.
famous infamous.
Yeah,
more of a famous meme.
I'm just this crazy face that doesn't mean anything, but whatever. Yeah.
So I thought, being here, obviously part of the Bolt Bros podcast here, we're like, man, can we reach out to her? Will she join our podcast? Then I saw you on the Pat McAfee show, and I'm like, oh man, she's too big for us.
She's too big
for us.
No, I'm not there. So the crazy thing is when it all went down, right? So my husband was like, they're calling and they want you on the Pat McAfee show. I'm like, no, say it again.
Yeah.
Wait, one more time. Say it again.
Yeah.
Say it again. And I'm like, okay. So I was on a high at that moment because obviously we've been fans for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And to be recognized as a Chargers fan is just an absolute honor to me because
Oh, it's exciting.
because to me it's we're all here.
Yeah.
We're all cheering. We're all been feeling all these tough times.
Yeah.
And this year, this off season.
Yeah.
To have all that happen and now this off season, we're this is it.
Yeah.
This is our time. This is our era. This is now. So it's freaking awesome.
I can feel your passion.
Yeah.
It gives me goosebumps thinking about it.
Oh my God, I love it.
Even talking about when Jim Harbaugh came over, we were like, this is real.
Yeah.
This is a whole new
Is this
era that I
really
don't
happening?
think that we ever have seen.
Yeah.
As Charger fans. I mean, we've been Charger fans for our family, basically going back from our grandpa for a very, very long period of time. I felt like it was close enough.
No, it was not picking it up.
But this is an era that we are all so excited.
Yes.
One thing, we came out from Arizona for this to be able to do this podcast.
Yep.
But we wanted to see the vibe of the fans.
Yeah.
Just how excited
100%.
everybody is.
I mean, I've never seen, I haven't been a fan for 50 years. A lot of these individuals have, and it's freaking amazing to see them here and meet them because they've been through the highs and the lows and the pain and the heartache, but also the excitement of being in the freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Before I die, I want to see it. And finally, in this moment, in this time, I have the hope that it's going to happen before I die.
Yeah. So
it's so exciting.
what's your record prediction for next year?
Okay, so my husband and I went through our kind of what are our opponents next year? What is it so he was like, okay, we're gonna get 14 wins. I'm like, oh, you're crazy, whatever. So then I go in there, I'm like, he's like, babe, you got 14 wins. And I'm like, okay.
Let's go.
So let's 14-3 unless they change it to 18, and then we'll deal with it later. But right.
I know they've been talking about that.
Yeah.
It would be odd if they decided to do that now.
Maybe
but
after, but
after, yeah.
so we're saying 14-3.
Yeah.
Jeez,
That's our
let's
heart.
go.
That's where our soul is. Like
Well,
I
I
feel
like
like
that.
there's
I like
passion behind Harbaugh.
We got a pretty easy schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a fourth place schedule.
Yes.
But we have
And
some tough opponents.
We
Yes.
do.
Yo, we have the brothers against the brother.
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
I know. That's
the
awesome,
Harbaugh-
right?
Harbaugh
That's gonna be great.
brothers.
That's gonna be
That
good
is
one.
going to
Harbaugh
be legendary.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to
Oh
be
my gosh,
great.
I'm
I
excited.
can't wait.
We should have a special episode for Bolt Bros there where we get like all the other Chargers content creators, like have a bros cast. Or
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
bros
Oh,
cast.
yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
let's
I
go,
like that.
bros.
I love it.
Wait, can I be a bro too?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Hey, we
absolutely.
actually, so we're actually brothers.
Okay.
So we're all
Oh.
three actually brothers. Like
Okay.
he's the older, I'm the second to last, he's the last. Then we have two sisters. So we talk about that. We have Bolt Bros and Bolt Sisses.
Where are they?
So one of them's here.
Actually, wait, is
Yeah.
she here?
Kelly is not here.
I haven't-
I haven't seen her, but
Yeah.
He's like, is my sister here?
Yeah, I'm like, what do you mean? Like,
Show up.
I thought she was supposed to be here.
She
though,
was
too,
supposed to be
yeah.
here.
I don't know.
she
We
didn't
just
see her.
left, and
Oh.
she never came with
Okay.
us. I guess.
Well, I feel you because I grew up with 5 brothers,
oh, love
and
it.
I'm the
Love
only
it.
girl, so
Oh,
I'm a
really?
bro.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
for
it.
sure.
Love it.
Yeah.
Well, draft wise, you
Yeah.
paying attention to the draft at all? Combine? Have you been watching the underwear Olympics?
So
is
I
what we call it.
have. I mean, we posted something like, Harbaugh with his heart eyes. Like I just.
Yeah.
I did see that.
So-
Yes.
so
I was
to
like, oh, I
me-
should try and repost that, but I don't think I can.
So to me, it's tough because throughout the. I mean, even in most recent history, it was different management, obviously, different owners, different management, and different coaching, right? So we don't know. I really think they're gonna make the right choice for our team this year. I've never had the same kind of faith and the same kind of excitement, the same kind of hype that I have this year.
Yep.
Okay, secret. I don't know if this is gonna air. My husband's gonna kill me. Kill me.
He's gonna kill you. Oh no!
I have
love
a
it.
secret.
Oh,
Okay.
we gotta hear.
So
we gotta
like,
hear this now.
no, it's not a secret that I know, but I've never told anybody, so it's kind of a secret. So after Harbaugh's first interview, my some of the parents of my kids were like, "Hey, come out to drinks with us." I'm like, "Okay, I'm coming to drinks." Come out to drinks, and I'm sitting here, right, and they're sitting there, and I see people walk out, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Right, and they're like, "What's going on?" Because they're not football fans. And I'm like, "That is the ownership of the Chargers walking out of that private room right there." So I'm like all hyped up. So yeah,
my
legit,
gosh.
I was choking like that, right?
Yeah.
So then I didn't say anything, and then they came back, and they're like, "Hey," and I'm like, "Hey." So then we got to talk about like coaching. They're like, "Who do you want?" I'm like, "Obviously."
Yeah.
And then Mr. Dean Spano, sorry, he's Mr. Dean. He was like, "I don't know. What do you mean? Like, how do I know?" And I'm like, "We all want Harbaugh.
Yeah.
like,
done.
We all want Harbaugh."
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's like,
wow.
"Why? He's a freaking G right there." So then like he's like, "We all want Harbaugh, right?" And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, that passion, that grit, that like
Yeah.
innate like bringing the team together into a single unit and wanting to fight for the same reason. Like you don't feel that very often in this world.
Right.
And to be a part of the Chargers during this time is insane. So I was like, this is meant to be, like, this is God's will. Like, I'm meeting them, I'm hearing them, like, it's gonna happen, baby. Like I told my husband, I'm like, it's gonna happen. He's like,
Bro.
well, we don't know. And I'm like, no, it's gonna happen. And then when it happened, I was like stalking the freaking Costa Mesa site. I was like there stalking it, and I'm like, this is happening. And so it was super exciting.
Oh my
So
God.
did
That's
you
amazing.
just make a multiple $1 million decision for the Chargers?
Yeah. I think
Did-
I
are you
think
that
we're gonna figure it out.
connected
You're
now?
the
I
one that
wish,
closed that deal.
right? I
Are
wish
you-
it was me.
A special
I wish it was me,
assistant to the Spanos.
You got to get you a
or
broker
something
fee.
But I
now.
Some
think-
sort of broker fee.
But I think you bros, all the fandom, everybody was like willing it to happen.
Everybody, and we were talking about that.
That's true. We only talked about Harbaugh.
We said
The
I don't
Yes.
care about anybody else.
But I feel like everybody this time, everybody was aligned. I've never seen the fandom so aligned in
Yeah.
one direction, in one way.
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like it was amazing to feel that because I think, we've had our ups and downs as a team and as a fandom.
Yep.
And we've had disagreements, but never in my life have I seen it like everybody wants this. Everybody feels like this is the right thing.
Good point.
Love it.
That's a
And,
really
and
good
we
point.
talked a little bit
That's a
about
really good
what
point.
if the Spanos has decided to go first-year head coach.
Oh,
I don't think the fan base would have been like
Oh.
really excited.
Yeah.
We signed longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
We knew because I think the first year is actually going to be amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think everything takes time.
14-3.
Yeah, 14-3, right?
Super Bowl victory, guys.
Super Bowl, baby. Let's go.
It's gonna be great.
I'm shooting for now, and I'm shooting for 2027 when it's at home.
In LA.
Yeah, there you go.
Freaking bring it home, baby.
Amen.
Bring it home.
Let's go.
Bring it
win
home.
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
Yeah, no.
Let's just
okay.
5 in a row. 5
I
in a row.
can't be greedy.
Yes, you can.
One is
You
good,
can
right?
be
But
greedy.
let's
You
get
can
three.
be greedy.
Just
You can
before I die, but amazing if we bring it home.
Yeah.
Can you
100%.
freaking imagine? Everybody's like, oh, at the stadium, all we see is other fans. Bring it home.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it happen.
Hey,
Us bros are already talking about we're gonna jump in the Rivers Lake as soon as we win.
Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I like that.
Call me.
Yeah. We're all doing it
hey,
together.
we'll all meet there.
Yeah.
We will put a post out on our podcast. Say,
Yep.
hey, we win the Super Bowl at SoFi. We are jumping into the lake.
All right,
No problem.
I'm down.
and
Yeah.
we're doing it.
Done.
Well, Rivers was what brought me to the Chargers.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, my
legit,
gosh.
I'm down.
It's so
Phil Rivers
crazy.
is such a great guy.
It's crazy to me, and it's not many franchises that could go from so many franchise-based, quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I mean, even saying go to Breeze.
Yeah.
Breeze
So you
was
look
there.
at Drew. I mean, Gates' first pass was some flutie, right?
Yeah.
And then you have Drew Brees, he was amazing with the Chargers.
Phenomenal.
Yes, he was.
And Rivers is a different animal.
Yep.
Yes.
There hasn't been another one like him.
Yep.
You see all these greats, but Rivers has this passion, this grit, this let's go.
Yep.
Like nobody I've seen in my life.
And he says "Dad gummit" all the time. And he wears bolo ties.
Dang gummit.
Dad gummit and bolo ties.
bolo
Yes,
tie, yeah,
I freaking love it.
Love
So
it.
my hubby got a bolo tie because of Rivers.
Are you serious?
He wears
Oh
it to
my
all
gosh.
the formal events with his freaking bolo tie.
That is
fantastic.
amazing.
Yeah.
A bolo
Oh,
tie.
I love it.
That is incredible.
We love
That is
it.
Awesome.
That's so great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
For
Marion,
sure.
I know you got to go.
Yeah.
Church.
You gotta say hi to her.
Faith
Church.
family football all day, every
Go.
day. Yeah.
Let's go.
Family football.
That's
Oh,
my life. And food.
That might be a shirt
Whatever,
idea.
yeah.
That's what
We were talking to Natron Means, by the way. We're just saying last little thing before you leave. Natron Means, last night we met with him. We were hanging out with him, having a good time with him and everything. We're talking about going to this burrito spot, Kogi food truck.
Okay,
Kogi-
the Korean food truck. Yeah.
My wedding, I had them cater my wedding.
Oh,
And we go there all the time.
that's
And
awesome.
we say, hey, man, we're about to go there right now. We're going to go have some short rib burritos. He's like,
Yeah.
short rib burrito?
Yeah.
And then he came over to interview. He's like, where's my burrito?
Yeah, where's my galbi,
Yeah,
guys?
where's my
Where's my
burrito?
galbi?
Right,
Yeah.
what's up?
so funny.
What's up? So
Hey,
we're
he's
all about
amazing. Yeah.
We're
I
all
ran
about
into
it.
him in the lobby and I'm like, hi,
Awesome.
I recognize you. Stop, please.
Yeah.
Can I? So then he was like, okay, whatever. He took a picture and later on he came back. He's like, wait, you were the fan. I'm like, yeah, there's so many of us out there
Yeah.
that people don't know. Like when I go to the games, everybody's like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You guys know.
Yeah.
You guys are there. And so for media to spin us in a way we don't have fans or our fans are not passionate, nah, dude.
Yeah.
We're crazy. Just because we went through a journey in the past few years, few decades, whatever.
Yep.
But we're here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna see us this year.
It's going to be big. I really do think these San Diego fans are going to start coming back as well.
I
too.
hope so. And that's the thing, we welcome them all back.
Yep.
And
Open arms.
if somebody wants to come their first day as a Chargers fan,
Yep.
let's be kind, let's be welcoming, let's be loving. I've heard a lot of the other side of it, oh, you left them, don't come back. But you know what?
Yeah.
We want to fill the stadium.
Yeah.
We want to
Yeah.
fill those seats.
Right.
Just one last thing I want to say before you take off. We win a Super Bowl. We have a parade in LA, but we also have a parade in San Diego.
Oh.
How awesome would that be?
Well, no,
I think it
the
would be
parade
best
should
thing.
go
Or
from
all the
LA.
way. All the way.
Down to five, down to five, guys.
Yeah, down to five.
Down to five. The player's like, man, this sucks. Get me on a float.
Yo, I'm hungover from the night before. This
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Come
Oh,
on, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God, that
The
would be.
longest parade ever.
Yeah.
You know what? I think
We run Southern
have
California.
the parade in LA, but San Diego deserves one too.
Yeah,
I
they
agree.
do.
100%, yeah.
They absolutely do. And I think that would
Let's
be a
do it.
phenomenal
Yeah.
move by the
Man.
ownership. to do something
And I
like
think
that.
they will. I've never seen, okay, hopefully this is on the record, off the record, whatever.
Yeah.
But I've never seen ownership behind a coach and have faith and respect
Yeah.
for a coach as I've seen now. And I think that piece of respect is so important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really see that passion and that respect right now. And I feel like this is our time. This is our era. This
it's
is now,
great.
baby.
Let's
Bolt
go.
up.
Great era that we're in right now.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
We're so
about
lucky
it.
to be in it.
Yeah, we are.
Very,
we
very
really are.
much. Very
Yeah.
much so.
Right. Yeah.
It's going to be a long off season.
But it's the most exciting off season.
Yeah, big time. Absolutely.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh. Yeah. Cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. It's
Yeah.
going to be amazing.
I believe it.
Yep.
I'm
we're
so
ready.
pumped.
Marianne,
Thank you so much.
thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Bolt Bros.
Yes,
Let's
both bros.
go. And both sis?
Yes.
Are you? Yeah, both sis.
Both
Yeah.
sis.
Both sis.
Both-
Let's go.
Both sis.
You're gonna be our
Both
both sis.
Both sis, baby.
Let's go.
I need to meet the girls.
Yeah.
I need to meet the sisters.
Absolutely.
Yes, you'll meet them.
You'll
meet
see
them.
him at Thunder Alley for
It's
sure.
been an honor. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
I
Thank
appreciate
you
it.
so
I
much.
feel like home with the brothers.
Hey,
Hey,
you're always
nice.
welcome to come
Always
to our podcast anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you so much.
Like,
Bolt up.
we're off, but truly thank you because I come from a family of brothers, so it feels so good.
No, that's
Hey,
amazing.
we're,
We can get your information, and then
Yeah.
you can hop on with us anytime too.
anytime.
Well, you messaged me, so we're good.
Yeah, excellent. Just
Oh.
message,
Oh.
slide in the DMs.
Yes.
Slide in them DMs.
Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter.
my husband usually manages, but I check
Okay.
in, so I
Okay.
appreciate you guys.
Sweet.
It feels like home.
Hey, we try to keep it loose here.
Friggin' home.
Oh my gosh, it's so.
Have Marianne more for some future podcasts and everything
yeah,
too.
that'd be
So
great. Yeah.
we're super excited, man. And in this season, once again, I came out here not just for the event, but I wanted to be able to feel from the fans. I wanted to feel the excitement and everything
Right.
too here, man. And
Right.
this team, man, the hype is so real right now, and I'm loving it.
Right.
I'm loving it. So
Yeah.
it's so fun to watch.
Yeah, and it's gonna be this way through the entire off season. I guarantee it. So every event is gonna be just as hyped. Everyone's just like, oh man, you like, who knows what's gonna happen too? Like in the off season, like when we're gonna get some players in the free agency, we're gonna let the people go, and we're gonna be talking about it all off season. You know, so it's so
Yep.
good. Yeah.
Yep. No, it's great.
Okay, my husband wants a picture.
I know.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, we're gonna get a photo up here.
yeah, yeah.
Let's go. Here, how about we stand up real quick?
Okay. Yeah. Hey guys. Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Hold on, just a second, guys.
Hey guys, hey bros. There's
Yo!
your one sister.
Let's
Yeah.
They
go.
have two more.
Oh, okay, nice. You want to do like a Chargers?
I gotta
Broncos
meet the
one?
sister.
Yeah.
For both sisters.
Yeah, I gotta meet them.
Let's go.
Yeah, there you
Thank
go.
you so much.
Absolutely. You're welcome on
you.
anytime.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
100%.
see you, Mary.
Thank you.
See ya. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right.
This is my hype brother today.
I
Let's
love
go.
It was just me.
Yeah. Whoops.
We could just go ahead and just
I had it muted
win it.
because
No.
because we were
Oh,
talking.
sorry about that, guys. But bottom line, we were so glad to be able to have Marianne here and to be able to chat with her. And she's a true passionate fan.
I like that coat she's got on.
She's got
too.
a legit coat.
And that coat.
That's like a race car coat.
I got to
dude.
shoot her a message and say, yo, where do you get that?
Yo,
Where do you get
yeah,
that
right?
fit at, man? I
That's
tell you what.
That thing is dope.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, but we got
What
Both
up?
yes.
Let's go. We got Bull
Yeah,
Man
guys,
over
I
there.
wish you guys were all here, man. Like the energy here is amazing, folks.
Yep,
like
yep.
it's incredible. It really is.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing, guys. And bottom line, man, Chargers fans are here and they are excited. I mean, to me, it's this whole drive out here from Arizona was just absolutely worth it, man. I would have been pretty bummed to not be here. So I was glad that we were able to do it.
Yeah.
So
We drove through a haboob for everybody.
the
It's a haboob, yeah.
The
What?
haboob.
It looked like Dune out there. We thought sandworms were going to attack us.
Big old sandstorm, and then
Yeah.
it became rain. It was kind of wild all around. So very, very cool, guys. So
Well, hopefully we get Antonio Gates. Antonio Gates is over there, so we're going to try and get him on. How long have we been going for, Kyle?
Now 3 hours. and
3
30
hours.
minutes. Almost 4 hours now.
and for the record, I haven't left my seat at all. So
Yeah. I have-
There we go.
I've been a
and-
ride or die
That's
this
right.
entire time. So
How's your butt feeling?
A little numb.
Little numb.
Throat's getting a little harsh.
That's right.
Well, I'm not gonna rub it for you. I just want you to know that. That ain't
Don't
happening.
rub my butt, please.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't
Do
gonna
not do it. Do not do it. Thank you.
No, but guys, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. Oh, here we go. Want to bring you back?
Oh yeah.
Here you go.
All right, we'll bring Mike
Here's
back.
Here's our. It's about to be up. Here we go. So we got our bolt. we got NFL Mike back here, man.
NFL Mike, we got
Step Bro.
Step Bro.
Step
Bro.
To be honest,
What do you like better, the Bolt Step Bro or the Bolt Bro-in-law or the
Step
Bolt
Bro.
brother
I
from
like the
another
Step Bro.
mother?
I kind of feel like, in a sense, that the idea of Bolt Bros is like, hey, we're all bros together, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Right.
Yeah, you guys are actually
brothers.
So, I kind of look at it as like all of us as bros, you know?
Bigger thing, it works because it's the Bolt fam, you know?
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you want to be a step bro, you could. I mean, either which
Step
way, you know.
bro. I'm saying brother from another mother.
Brother from
I like that.
another
I like
mother.
Brother from another mother.
I love that. So,
So did
Bolt
Antonio
cousin.
Gates, is Antonio Gates gone? Did he take off?
Right
He's
now.
out. He's out.
Oh, bummer.
we sell them online, so it's on our boltbros.com
Hey,
.ai/merch.
right now,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, we could sell them if you want to.
yeah. If you want one right now, $30.
$80.
You talking about those hats?
$80.
That's directly.
Yeah.
Those hats will sell. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They're great hats.
Those hats will
They're
sell.
super
We
fun.
have another one online
There
too
you go.
called Build Bolts Better.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of playing off the Biden thing type of thing.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
But it's great, and we got it that old school kind of
There you
look too. It's great.
Oh yeah, that's
Made a
it.
sale.
Let's
Let's
go! Let's go! Hey, you're still in Arizona.
Man, I
right?
tell you what.
Cool. Yeah,
Oh, that's right. I love that.
So
We'll wrap up. We'll do some like final thoughts and talk about the event.
We're gonna get Antonio Gates here though. We
No,
can't
I think
wrap
he
up-
left.
Oh, he just dipped.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah,
Oh,
he came and went. So
that makes sense. Yeah.
no Gates, sadly,
Gates.
but that's okay.
Sorry guys, no Gates.
Another time.
No, but
Hey, James, you're blocking the freaking camera,
you're
bro.
blocking the camera, sit
Hey.
down. Yeah. Hey, so anyway, I think bottom line. So maybe we just talk and wrap up our final thoughts here today. What do you think, man? What's the situation like? Chargers, and we've been talking a lot about everything. You
Yeah.
know, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. How long are we going here?
We've been talking about a
My
lot.
brain is scrambled. I need a Kogi burrito.
Yeah, I got food on my mind too.
Well,
we didn't eat anything. There was supposed to be Panda
Yeah.
Express here. You know.
No Panda Express.
Did you eat anything?
No.
no, I didn't eat anything.
There was
but
supposed to be food here.
I got a very touchy
Yeah.
stomach, so
No.
MC
could go
Remedy,
wrong
get-
really
get,
quickly.
Get over here.
Come on over. Oh yeah.
We got the MC in here too?
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
him in here.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring MC Remedy
use
up.
that one right there.
Yeah, this is
Orange
great.
mic.
Hey, how's
Yeah.
everybody doing
Oh.
today?
Yeah, we good.
Perfect. Yeah. So MC Remedy, excellent event, my friend.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
very well.
Thank you.
hosted.
How you guys doing today?
Absolutely amazing.
Oh, I
Absolutely amazing.
appreciate it, man. I've had fun
Yeah.
since I got here. From the moment I got here till I started meeting all the players. So now when it's over and I was able to play Powder Blue and Yellow again.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
yes. I love that song, man. I think it's awesome. I sometimes I work out to it actually. To be
Oh,
honest.
nice.
Yeah.
100%.
When I go on like little walks or something like that, you know, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was for me the task was finding a beat that would energize people or get them pumped. And
Yes.
I have another Charger song coming in the way as well.
Ooh.
Good. And we want to hear
But
that.
I also I'm gonna make another music video to Powder Blue and Yellow.
Okay.
I want to involve a lot more of the clubs,
yeah.
but I just probably one of my favorite things to do is perform Powder Blue and Yellow or just play it. I dropped it as a single and made sure I owned every piece of the song in case
Yes.
the Chargers wanted to buy it off me.
Yeah,
I said,
yeah,
you
yeah.
guys can have it. You know?
Oh, that's amazing. I love that.
Yeah.
That's genius.
That's genius right there. You
Yeah,
gotta
that's
make sure
super
you
smart.
got the rights to the songs.
Yep.
Yes.
100%. I sat next to the producer and I'm like, all right, we're gonna make this together, and whatever I gotta pay you for the rights to this song,
Yeah.
I will definitely do that. And he was all for it. He was like, yeah, I'm ready, man. I'm part of this journey as long as I can be in the music video. I was like, you're there, bro.
Yeah.
I thought of some bars in my head already, and I've been working on it for maybe like a year now. But I think this is the year that I'm going to make it happen.
Nice.
A Raiders diss track.
Hey,
Hey.
hey, if you need me on there, man,
That's what
I
I'm
got
saying.
some
I'm
bars
definitely
for
gonna
that.
need your help. I'm gonna need your bars.
I'm
I might
there.
need
Yeah,
some
yeah.
some ghost lines as well written.
Yes. Yeah.
But
I love that. I
Hey,
love
if
that.
you
We're
need
gonna make it
that,
happen
I
this
do that
offseason.
too.
I love
I'm
it.
with that.
Raiders diss track.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So we've been asking everybody about draft.
Yes.
What are your thoughts? Pick 5, stick and pick, trade back. What's your thoughts? And then who do we draft first overall?
I think he's going to go with a running back.
So
Yeah, I'm
Running
not sure
back.
yet who,
Wow.
but I just don't know because it's Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have a lot of options in the free agency right now, but
yeah.
but I feel like he's going to go young on the running back.
Interesting.
I don't,
So we pick up a running back in free agency?
and
Or
I think he's going to go up draft.
Think so?
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
You think it's gonna-
That's my hypothesis.
that could be that's my biggest question for this draft too. Is like how much home cooking are we gonna get?
Right.
So are we gonna see
Right.
a lot, like in free agency? Are we gonna see a lot of Baltimore players showing up, or are we gonna see a bunch of Michigan players getting drafted?
Right, and it seems like the just a lot of players, not just in Baltimore, but all around the league, are excited about Harbaugh coming to the league and coming back to the league. And it seems like a lot of the players want to play for him, and hopefully, that's not just what it seems, but it's true. And we get a good squad out here.
Yeah, it's gonna be
We have a
amazing.
good squad, a great squad, but more squad.
Yeah, that's right. It's all about the fam, yo.
Yes.
It's all about the fam.
I'm pumped for it, man.
100%. So we've been also asking people too. What do you think the record prediction is going to be next season?
With the what?
Record prediction.
Record prediction. Yeah.
What?
Record prediction?
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think we're going to end up as?
I say we win 12.
12.
12.
I like that. That's what I like
12.
too. 12 and
At
5 makes sense.
At what line do you guys draw its success? First season with Harbaugh.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
Make the playoffs.
Yeah.
We make the
Gotta
playoffs.
make
what I
the
was saying.
playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying. Like, get back into the playoffs. It's a success, and from there, we're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
then it would be gravy. Gravy after that.
Anything. Yeah. Everything after that is just the sauce, baby.
See,
Yeah.
and the reason why
I mean, actually, no. I would say playoff win because like we haven't had a playoff win for a while. Yeah. You know, because like
AFC Championship would be nice.
that would be nice.
Oh my God, that'd be
'Cause
so
obviously
sick.
we made the playoffs with Staley, and that's still a sour spot right there.
Right.
That was awful.
No, that was a kick in the balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an absolute kick in the balls, man.
Yeah.
I was at a Chargers event for that game.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
we were in
Yeah.
we
It was
were
like
in
being at
Arizona.
a funeral.
I hosted a watch party for that event.
Where
was it at?
It was in San Fernando Valley. It's called the Paragon Bar and Grill.
I think I was there.
Yeah.
I think I was there.
It was. I mean, I performed Powder Blue and Yellow halftime. It was crazy.
Yeah,
People were vibing,
Yeah.
and then halftime came, and I just felt when I would go on stage, we do raffles throughout the whole game,
Yeah.
and I just started seeing the excitement just die down
Yep.
for the raffles. People
Oh,
weren't
man.
caring about the raffles anymore. We're so stuck on this game. Like,
Yep.
what's happening right
Right.
now? And
Yep.
it was a
It's tough.
crazy game.
Yeah.
It-
See, but the thing I will say, the mental mindset was bad, and it never was fixed the year after.
Right.
The one thing that I do like about Jim Harbaugh is he's going to make this team tough. We're not going to be no candy asses no more, right?
Yeah.
Punch him in the mouth, hard-nosed football, and I think we got
Put
it,
him
dude.
out.
He's going to change this team a lot.
Yes. And not only that, but I've heard from people who have hung around with the players recently. They're excited. They're excited. They're stoked to be out there.
Right.
Like Derwin James, I had Guillermo tell me that he was talking to Derwin James, and they're excited. They're stoked about this season coming up with Harbaugh, and then, hopefully we keep a lot of the players that we had that
even
deserve
even our opponents, man. They were
Yeah.
asking Kelsey and Mahomes about Harbaugh at the Super Bowl in the lead up and everything, and they're on notice. They know this is not going to be the same team.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
It's not. Kelsey was even saying, like, to a point that he was hinting that he's already scared of the Chargers
Yeah.
without, like, saying it outright.
Yeah.
Well, I think the NFL knows we have the talent. We just didn't have the coaching.
Yeah.
By the way, the coaching staff has gotten much bigger.
Oh yeah.
Right. Oh,
It's
yes.
very expanded, and
Yes.
which I think is going to be huge. A lot of people aren't really talking about that, but I mean, Ben Herbert's the most paid, I think, strength and conditioning coach in the NFL for sure.
Mhm.
Right.
He's getting
That
paid.
was important for us to get a
Yeah.
strength and conditioning coach.
100%.
Yeah.
I've heard it around the fan base for years. Hey, we need a new strength and conditioning coach, and it's like every year we come by and we see the
Yeah.
additions and the subtractions, and we wouldn't see the ones we wanted to see. And so this year, I feel like we started seeing a lot more of that. Yeah, how about Nick Hardwick back at center coach?
Oh,
that's
gosh, that's
amazing. That's
amazing.
cool. That's exciting.
It's good to
Exciting.
see the old players come back and be part of it. I mean, Antonio Gates has been doing that a long time.
Oh, yes.
So it's good seeing that. So but it's a great time to be a Charger fan. I'll
Yes,
say
it
that.
is.
It's
I'll
good.
say that.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I think we should wrap up too. Everyone's taking their
everyone's like leaving. They're like,
Thank
hey
you,
man,
guys.
it's time to go. It's time to go.
Thank
We're
you guys for
getting
having
some
me.
looks. We're getting some looks.
Yeah, definitely. They can check out the
table.
new music video on
It's our table,
YouTube for Powder Blue and
it's our
Yellow.
table. We
If
got it, we got
they
it,
haven't
we
heard the
got it.
original Powder Blue and Yellow or seen the music video, I definitely recommend it. You guys come and check it out on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. Let's go check it out.
I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great, man.
Thank you guys.
Hey, so good seeing you, man.
Bolts up, man. I'm serious about that diss track. I'm gonna hit you up.
Hey, call me about the diss track. I'm there.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
So I guess we can wrap up now. Final thoughts. Well, maybe our guests should give us some final thoughts here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, what am I talking here?
Final thoughts. Just
Final
final
thoughts
thoughts
on
for
the
the day,
event?
the Chargers,
The
everything.
event,
I mean,
whatever
the
you
Chargers
want.
obviously are going all the way to the Super Bowl next year and winning
Yeah.
it all. Hey,
You're right.
Just straight out.
Hey.
First season with Harbaugh, all the way to the Super Bowl and winning it all. But no, yeah, I mean, it's cool to get in here and talk to you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me on the podcast at length like this. I've been wanting to get out there.
Yeah.
It's a marathon.
I know.
This is a
I
marathon.
know. You guys are laughing, but I used to do these. I used
Yeah?
to do these like 4-hour
Oh,
marathons on Sundays where I'd watch all the games with viewers and
Yeah,
stuff.
you did. Yeah.
It's actually kind of fun because you're less like script oriented and you're
Yeah,
kind of
that's
just like
very true.
letting
That's
it
very
loose and getting it out there.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys for the invite. The event was a ton of fun. Not a big fan of the DJ blasting music, but that's just an audio guy getting pet peeved all day.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm an audio guy too, but I was like, yeah, these mics aren't going to pick it up too well.
it was doing good. Like
Yeah.
you can hear in the headphones pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good,
solid. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you guys for giving me the opportunity to talk to Sean Merriman too.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
something I probably wouldn't thought I'd ever do growing up. So
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's
overall, it's been a lot of fun.
This whole thing podcast today was a Make-A-Wish thing for Andrew. So because Sean Merriman was his his man crush, as a child. So yeah.
No, but Sean Merriman is the man. Dude.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. The one guy I wish would have been here was LT.
Yeah. Oh, that
God,
would've been crazy.
I met LT twice.
Yeah.
With James.
Yeah.
And man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And by the way, Natron Means was incredible.
Yeah.
We're just giving our final wrap thoughts up
Okay,
here.
so James, actually,
Man.
you did break your streak. You did have to.
I finally broke my streak. It
Yeah.
was been 3.5 hours
Yep.
sitting in this chair. I'm kind of
didn't move?
unsure.
No, you
yeah.
didn't move this
My legs are numb.
Yeah, I was gonna
A
say
little bit.
my hips are like super tight when I got
hips
them. I was
are,
like,
yeah,
man,
I gotta
like,
get-
I'm bad.
I gotta go to that
It's not good.
stretch place, get
I'm like,
stretched
old as
out.
hell.
Yep.
I'm
Checking
dying.
your toes.
Yeah,
Man,
they all
oh
still
my
there?
God.
a little numb feeling here.
Can't
but,
feel my ass.
man. So you guys already gave your last thoughts here?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, Mike did.
Mike?
Yeah, so
Well, I kind of did.
you kind of did, yeah. So,
Well, a little bit.
Well,
What
I'll
about you,
say
Al?
this. I'll say this, man. Look, I'm actually 100% happy that you guys finally decided to show up. Like,
Whoa!
like y'all.
Oh, he's calling us out.
Yeah, man, I'm calling
he's
you guys
calling us out. He's calling us
Oh,
out.
Yeah, man.
dang.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's
Let's
up?
go.
Yeah, man.
Let's
Hey.
go.
I heard both club in the
Bolt
house.
up,
Yes,
bolt
what's
up.
Bolt up, baby.
Yeah. So, like, I mean, I was totally willing to do this by myself, but I mean, I know it was always going to be way better if you guys did show up, and you guys did, and that's really what
We came through.
you came through. All right, I'm super happy about that, and this was amazing. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been talking with Charger Bolt fam to put this thing together for months now, and it's been great. I've been pushing it out, and I knew it was going to be an awesome time. So I'm just glad that I was able to connect with NFL
Yeah,
Mike as
absolutely.
well.
100%.
Finally, for the
I'll be
first
on
like, we were trying
Step
all
bro.
season as well, like to kind of link up or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, obviously during the
Bad
season,
luck.
it's just hard. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So we got to get together a lot more because we got to break that streak, because last year we
Should have like
sucked
a-
so bad.
A monthly family reunion. Like,
Oh, I like that.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Bolt
I like
fam
that.
Let's
reunion.
go.
I like that. I like
Dude,
that.
The
great.
Bolt
I'm
cousins
in.
back.
Yeah,
Bolt
the
cousin.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So
But, final thoughts, obviously, once again, I mean, Andrew and I were kind of a little indecisive, and then we said, all right, let's just go, dude.
Yeah, we gotta
so
make it
we
happen.
took off, and it's been great, man. I mean, the thing is, though, we do this podcast because we love being a part of I wouldn't say that we wanted to be a part of the culture, but we just love to be involved with the culture more or less. Like this whole thing of like meeting up with players and let's
Burrito
go.
time, burrito time.
Burrito time.
It's almost
Burrito
burrito
time.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, we get to meet guys like NFL Mike. We get to meet basically, Charger Warrior. We got to meet players from different eras
Yeah.
and everything too.
Yep.
Like Natron Means was a guy that like I was like, as a kid, like this dude is the man.
Yeah,
My
right.
first NFL jersey. I just met that dude. and had a great time. Well, we might have some short rib burritos with him here shortly.
Yeah, we're gonna make that happen.
We're like kind of engrossed in like this whole culture that I've seen as a little kid that I'm like, holy smokes, this is real.
Yeah,
this is real. Sean Merriman over here, unbelievable.
You're welcome.
Yeah, exactly.
You're welcome.
Man, this guy's taking all the credit.
That's
here.
right. That's right. I am.
This guy's
taking all the credit here.
Yeah,
Flip the beard hair. Flip the beard hair.
Man,
You're welcome.
Jeez Louise.
Gosh, what
I'll be here all week.
What are we dealing with here? What are we dealing with? Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here we go.
But bottom line, we do this for the fans, guys, and we do this to help the culture out. And, I'm just glad that we were able to be here, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And here with my bros, my step bros now.
That's right. Bros, step bros, and step sisters.
Brother from another mother over here.
Both sisters
NFL
too.
Mike, let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Because we all brothers in the Bolt fam.
There you go.
And,
Amen to that,
and
dude.
sisters.
Amen to that.
You can't
And
leave those
sisters.
out. Shout out to the Brisket Broads.
Yeah,
Brisket Broads. Shout out.
Yeah.
It's time to end it, guys.
Yeah.
It's time to end it.
We're about 4
getting
hours.
dirty.
We're about 4 hours almost.
Oh,
now.
my
I'm ready to go another
You got
4
more
hours.
to say.
Guys. Yeah.
Somebody did said if you do start training with Ben Herbert, you can go a full 5 hours. So,
That's right.
boy, hey, woo!
Let's go.
We only need 1 more hour.
Yeah.
Let's squeeze
Oh
it.
my.
Now we good. We good.
Now
we're
we're
ready to go.
Ben, if you're watching this, just know I can help you on social media with selling that workout program.
No
sell
doubt,
it.
dude.
We
No
can sell
doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt.
Before and after photos, all that
Let's
stuff.
go.
All that stuff.
Okay.
All right,
Alrighty,
guys.
All right, guys.
Let's check on out of here,
Let's check
guys.
on
So
outta
once
here.
again, guys, James from Bolt Bros Plus, NFL Mike,
NFL Mike.
we are here.
What's up?
Bolts
So
up.
Let's get out of here,
Bolt
boys.
Bros.
Bolt out.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.
Let's
Go.